Looks like they're wrapping back over to B. They bring it back to A, and they knock it out of the park. They don't lose anybody as they retake fences.
I think just a little too slow there if you are Breach. You play it well. That's what you want. You want them to over-rotate. But yeah, you have to start to work the bomb.
Well, they probably start to they start to rotate out, and then someone's like, I mean, we haven't seen anything there. We haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Stay where we are. I thought they were committing at first. It looked like they called to like full on rotate out B. But kind of.
Well, it almost felt like they wanted to plant backside, right, and take fences. But once they started to do that, that's when LAG started to rotate back towards A.
Yep. Advantage LAG. Priesta, well, not going to win that one up close and personal against the sub, but we'll get traded out though at least. So now to 3 versus 3. Sky's blowing up his own trophy. Lynn's in trouble after he gets the kill, but he's able to stay up. They'll take numbers now on Purge and Cammy to try and hold this or try and clutch up. We'll see if they give up the plant and then look to activate in the post plant, or it looks like they're just kind of grouping up and take a different route. Want to catch somebody.
This could be bad because Purge and Cammy are heading this way. Okay, they're going to go back towards A. Yeah, they were trying to get near kids, right? Because in the 2 versus 2, 2 versus 3, you want to all try to be together. See, nobody wants to really take the risk, but there we go. Purge finds all the info. Going to give those comms to Cammy.
What's the timing going to be like for him? It's going to be perfect. Gets the pick off the bomb. Can't quite get out. 1 versus 1. Cammy. Skies. Bomb recouped. And he's just like, where did you go? Where did you go?
Well, I think he sees him. I think he saw him from the archway. Yeah, he knows that. He's not going to plant this. So Cammy takes the right route. He spots him jumping out of the window. Doesn't see him cross to the bomb. You take those 1v1s all day.
Yeah. You're thinking at some point this guy's just going to try to play because you have to, but he knows he's dead to rights if he goes for it.
And neither team just afraid to commit right now to these bomb plants.
Yeah.
And it's hurting them.
Yeah, I was a bit less crazy of a 1v1 than it could have been, that's for sure. No gunfight actually ends up happening, so we'll be tied up again. And Breach look like they're hitting this quick. Want to take the top halls fight. Bit more passive from LAG this time around.
They stuck him.
Well, that's going to lead to kill. Snoopy, there's one more in the corner, though. Not going to read that. Movement's on for Kiz. He's still got a decent amount of HP. Wants to take the fight. Almost hits the slide into Gunny, but not going to happen. Now, another situation where it's a 1v something very early on. It's Priesta's second crack at it. This time, a lot of time to work with. That timing. What did he spot him?
That's what, his teammate sees it for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say, he saw him.
Yo, to your right.
Well, it ends up working out. Now into 1v2, and well, when you get that free pick, this becomes a whole lot more manageable up against Purge and Cammy. Priesta leading the lobby right now with 7. See if he can muster up some magic to put the advantage back to LAG. Can he get a clean one here and go into the 1v1? He's been spotted by Purge. Cammy jump spotting. Purge, nice damage in to hit him to 50 HP. And there's going to come the peek from the right. They'll drop him. Great stuff there from Purge on the spot and just enough damage to kind of make Priesta sweat.
That just reminded me a bit of a BO4, like Hacienda. You remember the mantles, like how quick you could mantle back and forth?
Yeah, just hopping back and forth.
Yeah, players would just hop back and forth. You saw a little bit of it there. Just jump spot, just finding the info. And honestly, I love the patience out of Kiz that round. As soon as Linz gets stuck, like he's just thinking, all right, I have to try to make the play. The problem is Skies is looking over him, but he loses the gunfight. So he then has to push out of that room because he knows he's going to get pinched, just can't win the second one.
Yeah, he was close to maybe getting 2 if the slide worked out a bit better for him, but can't turn it into 2, and now advantage back to Breach. Some winnable rounds for Gorillas, and while some where you've just been in 1v3s and 1v4s where you've lost that early fight. Stun connects and nades hit, so Cammy's going to back out of that for now as he was in trouble. Aggressive is going to be Lenz. We'll get right to his POVs. He's already in the bottom office. And we'll see when he looks to activate. The rest of his team working on towards Rock. Same can be said for the defense.
Well, this should work out great for Linz. He just needs to hope his team does not die because he's got to go right now. But yeah, 2 of his teammates get taken down. Linz has to try to help Skies.
Can he get
There
one?
we go. He finds one, but someone's still in the back. That was Cammy.
Yeah, but I was wondering when that number 6 was going to end up coming around. So now it's another chance to clutch. Skies again in a 1 versus 2. Got to feel like eventually they're going to pull out of one of these clutch scenarios. He's got bomb to work with. This time he's at least going to get the plant in. Here they come. He's going to be able to at least reposition for now. Did they see him cross? Oh my God. Jumping right over him. Now down to a 1 versus 1. Cammy tagged up. Cammy able to win it. I thought Skies had it.
What ridiculous shots from Cammy.
Right? Like, I thought Skies had that. I got to see this from his POV. I thought that was free for Skies after he got the first one clean. How the hell did Cammy win that? Let's see it.
Well, I think they're talking about, like, dude, did you not check that spot?
He jumps right over him. He
jumps right over him.
Because he takes no damage, and then I guess we don't have his POV. Because you get first 2-3 bullets in. You get first 2-3 bullets. And then just get popped and zapped.
A little Omni movement as well. Just like, oof.
Well, hell of a play from Cammy, and I said eventually LAG might clutch one of these. I thought that was the one. Cammy said, no, sir. Priesta in a car, I think, and Nate is going to connect for the first blood for Lens. I heard the car. I saw what Priesta was.
Wait, Cammy blew it up. I mean, honestly, that's a great nade to get him out of the car, because you saw what that car was looking at. It had so much info middle of the map.
Thankfully, you got that first blood if you're LAG, though. Still in a good spot.
Snoopy has to be careful here. He has bomb, so he cannot die. Because his teammates are probably saying, hey, I'm seeing nothing B. Let's just put it down. Give ourselves the best chance in this round.
And he's worried there's someone still back here. Going to do the car, and well, he nearly catches it perfectly. Probably needs one more bullet, and Wake brings us back to a 3 versus 3. They're able to get the bomb down off of that. Now a 4v3 retake for Gorillas. They got to get it done to extend this game, or it's a Boston Breach search win, and we tied up 1-1 of the best of 5. And they're basically all grouping up.
Wake's just trying to find where they are. Just had some bad timing, but all 4 are here. And while number 6 and Cammy's trying to take a route through the middle, he gets caught. Somehow Awakening has avoided everybody.
There's not a ton of time. There's not a ton of time. And Snoopy and Awakening are both able to get one. Snoopy nearly a ridiculous second, but doesn't do it. They catch Awakening. I thought it was going to be one of those situations where Wake just had to get 1 kill on bomb, and they're able to win that round. But doesn't happen. LAG stay alive, and well, now we're getting flashbacks to map 1. Like, they just stick around, stay close enough. Can they steal one at the tail end of it? I mean, that would be a dagger, bro. If you lose the hard point like that, and then they're able to come back from 3-5.
I think the fact that Awakening doesn't see them, like, ever, like, honestly ends up hurting him, because he's not seeing anything, so he's probably giving them comms. So what ends up happening is, like, Cammy and Snoopy, they, like, go through the middle of the map, and that's where they get caught.
Probably calming to Ants telepathically as well.
Yeah, telepathically.
You were in that round, weren't you, Ant? Yeah. Oh, deeper and deeper we go on this map, too. It's really the one crazy one we had was, what, like the 2v4 round. Outside that, it's been like some close clutches, but nothing too crazy. LAG need to win this to get us to the round 11. There's another first blood, a big one. It's Skies that's able to pick Awakening out of it. They're going to group up and take their numbers on over to A. Boston Breach going to be here to greet him. What's the timing like? Nice one for Cammy, trying to back up, but the pressure is already there. They're able to flood through. Purge working with Snoopy now, and he's just going to send it. Send it in spot 1. Traded, though. Snoopy gets 1. This time, not going to be traded, so we get to another 1 versus 1. We've had some thrilling ones, some duds. How will this one play out? Because you have 40 seconds still to work with. Bomb in hand for Priesta. Map on the line for him.
Well, both are kind of doing the same thing right now, right? Snoopy just kind of playing the 50-50. Now gonna go. And, well, it's just not going to be great timing for him.
Nope, Rise, he wraps out. Priesta wraps in. Bomb plant in. Here we go to the 1 versus 1. They're going to greet. You got a sub in your hand now. Oh, I love the reposition quickly from Priesta. Get back to the heady. Now Chows for damage, trying to avoid the name. It does that beautifully.
Only 11. Yeah, he's only got 11 bullets.
To back out again. Snoopy nearly zapped him, down to 20 HP. You mentioned still 11 in it. to the AR, to the sub, back and forth we go. Jiggle, peek, and swap.
Oh, we're dancing.
Oh my God, we are dancing. Snoopy able to fry him though. The dance will end there. Priesta maybe a little bit too cute with it. Snoopy's got the movement and the gunny. He'll take it, and Boston Breach will tie us up at 1-1.
Yeah, Priesta's thinking, I'm going to win this like as a pacifist and just not shoot a bullet.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like Sky's 1v1 too, bro. Like, we had a couple 1v1s that were interesting, but yeah, it came down to a dance-off. Snoopy has got more moves. Almost a nice comeback there from LAG. Thought maybe gonna do it through the first couple of maps. Well, Lens ends up putting up 9. Snoopy with the 1v1 clutch plus double digits out of him. And Cammy continues to have solid results.
And honestly, I think what impressed me most for Boston Breach is a lot of their defensive rounds, they would go down a man early, and then they would just like take a risk on one of the sites. And that's when it came down to like these 1v1s. It just happened right there, right in the last 3 versus 4. They just hit out fences, and they make it messy enough to put Snoopy in the one-on-one.
Well, to be fair, like you traded every other kill pretty clean. The one you didn't was the one that got down to a 1v1. Now we're gonna take a look at the 1v1 one more time. It was a fun one. I think Priesta thinks he got away from this, but now we can see it from Snoopy's POV and how it looked.
Yeah, I mean, it's good finesse so far. Oh, he just sees him one more time.
Yeah. I wanted to see it from his POV. He thought he was out. He just had to get around the edge there, and he won it for him. Not able to do it, though. Snoopy gets the angle. Snoopy gets the kill, and Boston Breach get the victory. As they'll now be tied up 1-1, but so far, a couple of bangers. I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping for. I mean, Boston Breach, obviously, the results and stats-wise have been the better team, but we thought LAG would be able to battle against them. They have. But to break it down further, we'll kick it on over to the desk.
Fantastic start to our 4-match day as we are knotted up 1 apiece. It could have been a 2-0 lead, though, for either team. Let's start with Boston's story, Nameless, because this was the team that kind of fumbled the bag in game 1.
Yeah, great job in that game, too. Honestly, a great search and destroy on both ends, right?
Yeah.
Came down to a ton of clutches as we just watched. You can tell the priority for LAG was to kind of play together, play their numbers. Boston, just in the end, like the 2v3, I think is what I'm going to keep going back to in this map. Just Purge finding a huge kill, Cammy winning the 1v1 at the very end. I know it's a Boston team that, like, if they're good at search and destroy and can extend these series, like, they're going to be closing teams out in 3-1 fashion, right? Because their respawns are good. Even that first one got away from them, probably felt like they should have won it.
For me in the search and destroy, it was just really good defenses. I think from the side of Boston Breach is kind of what kept them throughout the entirety of this map, because the attacks were a little bit wonky. There was so many situations where LA Guerrillas were put in position to possibly clutch, and although they do kind of beat themselves in the end, LAG just played way too passive when it came to their defenses. They gave up way too much space on the map, and they overstacked, I felt like, way too many times over towards that fences for it to be the wrong decision. But I will say the adjustments made in the later on rounds kind of redeemed them for me a little bit, but this whole thing, even in that map number 1, has felt like LAG beating themselves.
Man, we got to show some love once again to Cammy, man. Winning his 1v1s, having a good search and destroy, puts up, 1,100 damage in that map. Like, he has turned it around. Coming into this split, he was 0.77 in S&D. Was really kind of hard costing in the game mode, and even in the game 5 they lost on LAN, it was a 1-9. So Cammy put a lot of work in S&D. It's showing out.
You saw the frustration from Priesta, unable to force the round 11, losing the 1v1.
He just got ran at,
Is this a
bro.
confidence situation? He mentioned it last time he was in a winner's circle. He just wasn't playing confident. Can you play with your food like you did with Snoopy there?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going up against Snoopy, and, as a pro and a guy like Priest who's been around for a while, like, he's challenging. And for Priest, his decision is like, I'm just going to run away because I know that. Right there, man. Lock in and chow back. Like, let's win a gunny here.
Al, we got a game 3 coming up, though. You're still confident in Priest and LAG, right?
I am, because that is actually their strongest game mode. And like I said, with the map number 3, they're getting their strongest map as well. They're 4-1 on Vault Control, where on the flip side, Boston Breach are 1-4. They have just been not finding success in the map 3s.
And if you want to see how LAG got their first map win, well, Nameless can break it down for us as he draws conclusions.
Yes, I will. We are operational today. Let's talk about this Hardpoint's very end. It was absolutely awesome. We're actually going to talk about kind of 2 plays here, what LAG wanted to happen and how they fix the situation when it goes wrong. So we're rotating over here towards Rocky C. Kismet's on the hill right here. He's going to find a big kill. right here, right? And what he's going to want to do here is he's going to wrap back to his teammates. Two's intention is to kind of pick up his back. Meanwhile, we're going to send a guy as well to kind of chow the hill. And this is Linz. This is the guy I want you guys to focus on because he makes a huge play. His job on the initial push is like, okay, I'm just going to pick up the pinch here, right? But when things go south and Snoopy starts to find a ton of kills, he picks up a kill and then immediately re-pinches back. So let's zoom back out, watch this in real motion and go through it together and see why Linz is such an impactful player. So you see, Kismet finds the first kill, he backs out, he has his teammates, he has Skies and Priest there to find the kills, right? Everything's going great. Linz has the pinch, but Snoopy goes crazy. Linz finds that kill, and immediately what he's gonna do is he's gonna be like, okay, I gotta alleviate some pressure for our next break, right? They win in 10 seconds. Finds a kill up top, meanwhile the rest of the players are just gonna push up, trade out effectively. Listen, these things only work if you're able to make these decisions extremely fast. Boston win in 10 seconds. Immediately upon finding that kill, Linz is out of there, knows that we have to try to re-break this, finds another kill, and then they just push in, steamroll them, and end up playing a tight setup to win this game. Just awesome play by Linz, who honestly bailed them out like 5 hills in this map.
Absolutely. I was literally going to say that is Linz have been bailing them out. I feel like a map one and map number 2. But what's funny about this is the timing that Linz decides to do that. Like you said, you have to make it fast because Boston Breach instantly flips and Purge tries to do the exact same thing, but it is too late for the success to come through to pull that map number 1.
We just broke down everything you need to know from the first half of this match. We got 3 more maps to come. And you confident in your Boston pick?
I'm feeling good, man. We haven't even seen like
What do you
Pico
mean
wake
you're
up
feeling
yet.
good? They've got 3 OpTic control for the past like 4 series.
While we wait on game 3 to kick off, we have to send it back over to the birthday boy for some very special statistics. 40 years old. He's vintage.
What are our stats? Wait, what are we doing? Happy 40. Maven's older than the Hubble telescope, idea of the World Wide Web, all 24 COD titles, MP3 player, disposable camera. Dude,
sheesh.
That's kind of crazy.
That's wild.
Dude,
Allie's dad.
Older than the display.
I could, technically. Yeah.
Oh my God, you could.
It's crazy. I'm telling you, bro, when you youngsters don't know what it's like to have to try and call a girl when you were trying to flirt with a girl and you had to call on a rotary phone and talk to the dad first. That was crazy, bro. You had to be like, hey, Mr. Whatever, can I talk to your daughter? I swear I'm not trying to do anything inappropriate. Like, we didn't have cell phones and stuff. How do you like my cane, by the way? Do I look dapper?
Looks good. It looks good.
I look pretty
do you
dapper.
think you look older now or in this photo?
I look older than that photo, bro, with the hair, because it was
Yeah.
horrible. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look how horrible my hair was. Here, you're like covering it with the tape. We gotta really show how. Oh, I just ripped my hair off. Okay, well, now I'm bald again.
Yeah, well, that didn't work, huh? You didn't have to be so, like...
Strong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rough against it.
That's
I
the
like the
problem.
cane, though. It looks good on you.
Because I've been working out, dude. I think I need I need a pocket watch. I need a pocket watch. How does my butt look at 40?
It looks great.
Oh, that's pretty good at 40, right? Yeah,
Not
I
bad.
think so.
You've ruined it now.
Yeah, I kind of screwed that up. I didn't mean to, brother. I thought for some reason the tape would come right off. I didn't think it'd be like that.
Unbelievable.
Well, our production team wants us to move on. They want us to look at control stats.
It's unbelievable. How dare they?
Yeah, how dare they?
It's unreal.
We're going to hop to control. Oh, okay, we got a bigger one so we can show thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we'll show this in a second. It was horrible, though. Out of control this season.
Hasn't been great.
Has not been great. Has not been good.
Well, this is what, Ali was talking about. Is the first 3 maps for LG looked great because 4 and 1 on ball control. The problem is we do have to go to a game 4.
That's guaranteed at this point, Joe.
That is guaranteed. So
looking to get the edge, though, 2-1. We'll see if they can do that in the vault control. When we come back to us, eventually, I'm going to show this photo. Production team, can we bring it back so I can show people how bad I was with hair? Just for 1 second, I swear, this is Call of Duty related.
it is. You do have the orange jacket on.
Yeah, no, that thing was...
Did you light that thing on
I
fire?
lit it on fire, yeah. At the end, we were done with it. Look at this. Look how bad my hair was. You can see it like shining, like through my hair. It was horrible.
Yeah.
I look older there, I think. The difference is I didn't really have a gray in my beard. Like I have gray now, but I can always dye my beard if I want to, dude.
Nah, I like the gray.
Would you dye my beard for me?
No, a little salt and pepper is good. People are into that.
Yeah,
It's like dad bods.
Okay. I like that. All right, I'm gonna turn the AC down really low now, okay? I started to do it during the death segment, and it got so loud, Joe yelled at me. It was pumping, bro. Okay, we're good. We're gonna put my cane. I'll put it back here. All right, into control we go. Both teams looking for the advantage 2-1. We get to vault where chaos ensues and Purge takes over.
I really thought you were about to bring an accent out. We were about to get real weird.
The Purgeinator.
Real weird, but almost
You hear my
forward there.
British accent, mate? It is incredible.
It is awful.
Oh, pretty good.
Has been for like 10 years.
Oh, that's pretty good. I could be on, what, whose line is it anyway? Talented man.
Is there even a British person on whose line is it anyway?
I have no idea, Joe.
There's not.
Is that show still on?
I don't know.
I don't either. No idea. But first tick about to be done today. They've got a 2-stack on that for now. Snoopy lurking and no longer lurking as Skies will pluck his head off from the rear. Awakening's got everybody in front of him. He's stunned up as he tries to chow. There's a team kill that's there, but I was going to say it went pretty well for LAG until Cammy kind of flipped that on its head. So now you get right back onto A if you're Boston Breach.
Yeah, well, you're in the close spawn, so you're going to have multiple players on it. Second tick is in. 1 life advantage so far. Looks like LAG, they're going to try to retake. This is just going to take a while. You're hoping Kiz is able to get through, but he's going to lose the gunfight. The other 2 players were flanking through Cat, and it ends up working out, or does it? Awakening trades too, so you get the cap, you get the minute extension. Well, mid-map control, big weight holding it down.
Dude, do you think someone told LAG, like, don't take, like, dumb gunfights or don't overchow things or don't, like... It felt like in that search, they were, like, going out of their way to, like, play smart and not make mistakes.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe I'm overthinking some of those scenarios. It just could have been the situation they were in. But between like Skies and wait, who had the last one?
Priesta.
Oh, Priesta. Yeah, I was thinking like, is someone tell them just like not to misplay things? And they're just like in their head about it.
Maybe.
But now you try to activate onto B. You're down 2 players though if you're Breach. So Snoopy is just trying to get forward, get lost, turn some heads.
You don't have street control though. Really, it's just all art, right? So you're gonna have 1 player on it in Cammy. You almost had multiple, but they're able to find some pace. Snoopy just trying to be a thorn in their side. Kismet with another one, so a nice job by LAG because they did not have a lot of map control. Breach were just all the way pushed up. As Kiz is on 3 in a row, locked it down mid-lobby.
I mean, if you've been struggling in control, maybe vault's a map or you can sneak away with the dub. So far, so good. Only 30 more seconds to hold, but Cammy's double might get you in. Purge is also trying to activate him behind enemy line, so he's going to get them spawning out deep. They'll be spawning out far towards like your P4.
It's done. They're 3 on it.
And this is going to be moving quickly. We're about halfway to being done with it. Second tick good. Still 30 seconds on the clock. They've got to go. Someone's got to contest and got to get in. You got to go fast. They're able to clear them out for now. Nope, they are not. 2 people still up. And what looks so good for LAG for so long.
Well, that's just 2 retakes they were just too slow on. The first one at A.
Well, to be fair, I mean, they spawned out in Narnia.
No, you're not wrong, and that's due to Purge's position. Yeah. But, I mean, you were just waiting for a while for them to go. But same thing happened on the A point. Waiting on Kiz. Kiz just lost the gunfight, and the 2 players Cat side couldn't get it done. So there you go. Breach going to take the first offense.
Well, I think that was a good example of just why on this, like when we're trying to activate V, how important getting somebody into art can be. Especially, I mean, with that kind of timing, you're getting in right as the kills come through and you spawn everybody out. Because, yeah, maybe they could have collapsed on it quicker, like you're right, but that it's tough when you're spawning out bottom left side of the minimap and trying to retake on to B. Well, we'll see if LAG can now get it done on offense. They're probably a little flustered after that one. It was just, I don't know, pretty good outside of a 20 to 30 second elapse where they let things fall apart.
They're gonna get some progress done. They're just kind of waiting. Nobody catwalked. Skies is able to find one inside a connector, but Snoopy's just gonna go. But Skies locking it down with the AR. Finally a trade onto him. And well, Snoopy, he's gonna go. He's got 12 kills so far. He's double positive.
Yeah, he can hit another gear that can be absolutely disgusting in his bag right now. But we'll look at Cammy, who's trying to get the angle through the smoke. Shots in. Priest's a little bit worried, but his teammate's just going to go ahead and push forward. Skies will hold for the angle onto Cammy. Purge, though, there with him on the flank. Doesn't see him at first, but then able to spot him in the corner. That's going to open things up for Cammy now to get into a better position. Purge is going to get loose into underground, but the A point is going to be done. You got 2 minutes to work with, basically even in lives, and now you need to try and do to them exactly what they just did to you.
Have a good chance so far to get forward. You see number 1 Priest, he's going to be the one player trying to take that route. I assume someone's going to pick it up, probably number 6 in Cammy. Yeah, he's going to spot it, so Awakening is going to back up, try to help him. The rest of Boston Breach is going to fight from the middle of the map, but as soon as the kill happens, make it 2. If he finds this kill, could have been the round, but you can see where number 8 spawns. That's all due to Cammy.
You're not wrong. Yeah, he gets that kill, and that likely is the router. A very similar scenario, at least to what we saw in the last one. But you don't lose arc control. You battle back out. You avoid that 3 or 4 down scenario. LAG, though, right back in fighting. Thankfully, you've got a good amount of time to still work with, but that now becomes a question as well. When you go 3 down like that, you got to think that's a solid like 20, 30 seconds where you're going to have to work back into position to fight on the point. So nice play from Purge, and then a multi from Snoopy. I went from saying you have a lot of time to you're not going to have like any. Well, they just haven't found a kill in a while.
Yeah, they may not have many lives. And Breach were playing a little conservative. They were just worried someone was hitting that pinch. But they were able to find that player. You do have Priest at number 1 just kind of lurking. You can see Awakening is just like watching it. You see number 8, he's just constantly turning around because I assume they're calling out names, sort of. We're just looking for Priest still. Where is he? Well, finally he's gonna go. Stun gonna hit, and I think with that spawn, they're gonna know Priest is behind him.
They deal with it again, able to shut that down, make sure no one can make a play on LAG. And Cammy, he's gonna lurk for what feels like forever. Finally, he's gonna activate, and the fact he gets 2 there might seal the round. He is on 5 straight, only 6 lives remaining for LAG, just over 10 seconds to go. And it feels like as much as we were focusing on the other side of it, Priest, that Cammy was just here the entire time. This is your last chance. You've got 2 down, maybe you make a play. Purge, nice little snap onto the second player. Damage in will be enough as his teammates get the kills and close it out. Fist bumps up, Boston Breach up big in the control.
Yeah, we were so focused really on arc control, but it honestly didn't matter because Breach they didn't die on their side of the map either, right? They had multiple players middle of the map or pushed up in the attacking spawn. Great defense there for Breach.
Yeah, it was the same thing. Like Cammy, I don't think he moved for what felt like 30 seconds. He was just waiting.
The one chance where you had 2 dead, Priest on the pinch. Cammy wins that gunfight, and they just restabilize.
A great series from Cammy still, and Snoopy's been making plays. Really, everybody's had a moment throughout this. Might feel fortunate to be tied 1-1. Well, actually, you probably feel you should be up 2-0 considering map 1 you should have closed out, or could have closed out. I was thinking more of LAG, Nero come back in the search, but you should have won map 1 if you're Breach. This one, you need to shut it down. I mean, it's been a story of kind of comeback potential for Gorillas. 1 you win, 1 you don't. Are they going to do that here in map 3 and make this a bit more interesting? It's got to start now with this defense, and it was a pretty solid defense outside of a couple mistakes. See if they can do better this time. Cammy quits on the fight a little bit too early, but able to recenter and take it as he's up to 17.
Yeah, finally you get some street control. That's Skiz running that Amos. He's gonna get pushed up, and you're gonna see now everybody spawning over towards pool. Makes it easy for LAG to kind of read the map. How does Breach want to play this now?
Well, Kiz gets dropped instantly, so that's a big win from Cammy. Opens things up for you and opens the closer spawn up for you. Now you're trying to flood on towards the point. Awakening just dives on in. I think he's got 2 people staring at him. Snoopy trying to finesse on his side. Leads to a team kill for LAG, but still got numbers. Then Linz, well, he just centers on Cammy's forehead.
Yeah, the little hop just helped him out too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he doesn't get a headshot technically in the kill, but there were some headshots there. And that's all it looked like. And time just, God, this round disappeared. 15 seconds left because you just haven't been on the objective at all. Like, usually you're on A a bit, right? You're fighting, you get a tick or 2. Like, there's been nothing until, like, this point. I mean, it takes Snoopy triple to get you there.
It's still a 1 versus 1, right? It's just Snoopy. At least he's pausing the clock because he's still inside of A. But you see all of LAG, they are running at Snoopy, trying to deal with him. There is the trade, but Kiz just plays his life. He's up to 21, having a great game. Despite the fact they are down 2-0. This has been a masterclass so far, but Purge finds another triple. So a couple of triples have kept Breach alive.
Yep, Snoopy then Purge, just keeping you alive, barely alive. Trying to resuscitate their hearts with 2.2 seconds left. Snoopy, no miracle this time around. That will close out the round. I was gonna say, if he pops another triple, then all right, just give him the point at least. But that was, I mean, you didn't have quite shutout defense, you know, in their first defensive round, but it was pretty damn good. This time, they really, once they got that 3-4 down, it had them locked. I know they didn't hold them there long, but that's just like they had the ideal spawn. They had all the map control. By the time we start thinking about the clock, there's 20 seconds left.
It's just time. They weren't on the objective at all. It's so just difficult getting locked down. You have to jump off catwalk, try to re-enter lobby. You got ARs looking at you, just difficult to do. But it's all set up by LAG and, well, really by Kiz, locking down the street, just forcing that pool spawn.
LAG, do they have another comeback in the cards? This is the test, though. Well, this into round 5 if they get this, but getting the offense will be the test. Kismet's been your fearless leader in this one, leading with 24. And he's just going to send it right through. Nice damage into Purge. He's just going to get shot from top R's. There's still somebody lurking there. He's hoping there's not, and he found an opening, but you almost go 3 for 1. Snoopy still stays alive and kind of keeps that early pressure onto B. You still have a chance here. I thought maybe they were going to stop committing once Snoopy got that kill, but the fact that you saw Priesta in this spot, you tried to. He has 9 HP. Just tried to not get knocked over by the wind. He finally does get dropped. Now the fight comes to the point. Purge and Cammy working the retake. Kismet trying to make some big plays. It's just...
Oh, there we go. The net hits, blows up away to the end. Snoopy.
All right.
Second tick about to be done. The problem is no trophy. Boston still didn't have a spawner where they get some nades on it. Purge is pinching. Purge in a way didn't get a find, and they just get there in time.
And I think somebody stepped off of it for like a second. When he went to peek inside, didn't he just get off it for a moment? I wonder if that would have been the difference just to capture it. I know you're trying to pick that up and catch timing and somebody get a kill, but I swear they hopped out of the 2-stack for just a second. I wonder if that was the difference. Tough to criticize that in the moment, but when it ends up being that close. All right, well, you did some damage. At least the good thing is you were on that point for like a lot of it.
Now they were just right back to it. So yeah, time-wise, if they get a point, they're gonna have 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes when we see people go for B first, you know, like it's sort of a make or break. Like you might have losing the round because you don't have a lot of time left, but they did it efficiently in the lives department and the time department. Cammy trying to make a play though. Gonna rely on his teammates to step it up on the front line. But you got a minute 45 to go. Cammy's gonna get sniffed out. Minute 45 for 1 tick, and well, the problem is lives too, because you're up 6, and lives isn't like usually the conversation here, but
I wish my hipfire worked like that.
yeah, right?
Just straight to the head as well. Well, with only 1 take, like this is an opportunity where if you're LAG, you really don't have to work the pinch or mid. What you can do is bully the player on art. If you get like 3 to 4 on it just right away, you might be able to just capture it so quickly.
Over in a couple seconds.
It doesn't matter.
Well, Snoopy takes the longest of routes, and he's going to find some freebies. Able to take out 2. Third might be damaged. He is, so Snoopy's route leads to 3.
Well, that's all 4 dead.
And where that might have been a round that seals the game, you still have a fighting chance because you had so much time to work with, because you had a 6-life advantage. But that is exactly what you needed if you were breaching, you wanted to win this round.
Yeah, it's another moment where like LAG are just playing so passive. They're just waiting for a play to happen. The problem is nobody spots Snoopy. So he turns it into, well, you're trapped in your spawn again.
What was once 2 minutes, now down to 40 seconds, and we're into a 9 versus 9. Snoopy continues to eat. He's on 6 straight. The life advantage, now a distant memory. 116-10, now 7-9. Linzo able to get on the point, try to pause it. Not going to last very long because you still have 2 players art side. The only player up is going to be Priesta. Everybody else spawning out in Narnia. This is going to be maybe 2 rounds that look so good for LAG, and just one little blunder. Boston Breach are able to steal it away. It all comes down to this next push. Priesta trying to finesse, but your finesse time's kind of done. You've got to get going. You've got to activate. 10 seconds now to go. Somebody's got to get a body on it, but the entire street is locked down by Boston Breach. Hop on it with 6.3 left. They're able to back up the player in top part. Sky's able to take down 1. Snoopy staying up, getting damage in, winning a big one, and that may just seal it. Last person's got to dive on it. Priesta can't get there in the 2-minute defense, down 6 lives with only needing 1 tick. It's Breach that hold it, and I don't know whether to give props to Breach or be frustrated with LAG, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the last couple of maps, we kind of touched on the fact that they're able to clutch up and finally win a close game, and these last 2, like, there's just been some rounds in both Search and Destroy and Control where...
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a...
They're just trying to maybe just wait for someone to make a mistake on the side of Boston because, like, you know, Snoopy's going to take your out. Purge is a guy who likes to lurk, and maybe they're trying to punish that. The problem is they're just not catching the timings.
It's like they're being proactive, or they're being reactive instead of proactive sometimes, right? Like, instead of making the play, it's like, yeah, like they're waiting for something to happen to then make the play. Like, that's the best way I can say it. Like, they're being reactive instead of proactive. And I don't know if we're just this particular matchup we're noticing a lot, but it feels that way, right? Like,
I mean, they were literally...
I'm sorry, like, do something.
There were 4 waiting on this, right? They're just trying to catch somebody, but it just didn't happen at all in that round. You did so much work at the B point early. You capture A. just did not matter. And the problem is they could never get those players out of their spawn. That is what Boston did so well. The player in this position, time and time again, they did not get taken
God,
care of.
I swear somebody stepped off it for a second, bro. I swear they hopped in for like 2 seconds, and that would have been the difference in capping it. I'm also 40 now, so I could be fading out. I don't know if I can trust my eyes anymore.
You got a weird brain. I believe you.
Yeah. We'll hope that's the case, but we've had a couple of thrilling maps so far. I mean, even though this goes 3-1, still some insane rounds. But really, I mean, it's frustrated. I said I don't know if I'm more frustrated with LAG or like fired up at the plays. For Boston Breach, is like Snoopy's play was awesome, and that's what kind of pins them back. But yeah, I just don't know if that happens if you just are a little more proactive. Like you just gave, dude, that was a 20-second round.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were here for a long time.
Because what was his first kill? His first, or well, not his first kill, I guess it would have been his second kill, but it was when he hip fired. That started with him the hip fire cheese.
Yeah.
Mid. He then got a kill underground, went all the way out poolside, the long route around P2. He took the super max long one.
The super max.
I mean, it was a route, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they were just hoping to catch it. They just didn't. So I don't know who
you had
was
one
watching
person
what.
laying down that was watching like the. They were hoping probably Snoopy cheated and took a little bit shorter of a long route, I guess. But he took the long. And yeah, nobody had it picked up. It leads to 3. Another big play from Snoopy, but that one just felt like, I don't know, you just sort of let it happen.
Yeah, I have to feel like it should have been around 5, but doesn't matter. Boston Breach clutch on up after, allowing the clutch to happen in our map 1, and now we get to a red card Hardpoint. This is kind of the problem now. You're getting to some maps. I mean, LAG, they haven't even played this in a match, so this is a map where they're just trying to expand the map pool, put it in, maybe practice. They haven't loved red card, but they're just at the point now where they're trying everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know you and the Des were saying they sort of look pretty good in the first 3. You need to hopefully win 3-0 or be up 2-1 maybe for your LAG. That's not the case. You're not a 1-2 hold, and you get to some stuff that you're not as comfortable on. Hopefully for them it's been working out in scrims, but typically a team that's, 2-5 in the qualifier and, losing in the first round of losers, you don't have a whole lot that is working for you. But yeah, maybe throwing darts at the board, trying to get something going. Maybe it starts here. At times we love what we've seen from this LAG team. They've had very winnable situations. I hoped after that, that clutch in the map 1, all right, here we go. This is the start of something new, right? We're not going to have those moments, but then it feels like we kind of had them in maps 2.
Yeah, and you're trying to see, just we're having these discussions. All it is what happened, right? What are we watching? How did maybe they get there?
I'm trying to think of the way to word this. You all have to have a voice, right? But there still needs to be sort of a leader, right? Someone that's let's do this sometimes. I know that's more in search than respawns, but sometimes someone needs to be the voice that's all right, guys, we gotta do this, right? Isn't there usually that voice?
What do you mean? Let's do what?
When they're about to try and capture the point, but they were just stagnant for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
someone has to be
let's just wait. Someone's saying let's wait.
Yeah, I'm saying someone needs to be, I guess, more aggressive with it. Or is it too many cooks in the kitchen type thing? Too many voices, too many opinions how to play the game, you think?
Well, I think it may be the opposite now. Maybe we're just trying to get under one. If someone says something, listen to it.
Yeah, that might be it.
But yeah, I mean, they're just trying to figure it out every single day. It is a frustrating thing as a player.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine. We'll see if they can find the improvements here in the map 4. Linz had a monster map 1. I mean, yeah, several hard points where he bailed the team out or made a play late to help clutch up the game. They're going to need him here, but maybe a little bit more difficult to have the impact that he did in that map 1 now on a map like Red Card. You think?
I mean, we've seen some high impact subs. You just need a lot of time, and you have to hit some routes, right? I just think a Hydra inside a ticket booth. You just need your ARs to control the longer sight lines. They have to keep it mixy, because if it's not, it's so easy to just pick up on the pitch
and just get in the blender.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than when you're trying to be the route guy, probably, and then you just
2 or 3
gets
dead,
picked up.
And yeah, they're gonna watch this.
You take a 15-second route and you die. You take a 15-second route and you die. Snoopy has been a multi-kill demon, and he starts it off with 1, but still have a presence here if you are LAG, and they'll put the time to their favors. Cammy really the one on the other side as he gets shut down. That'll be everybody now battling back to the point for Boston Breach. We'll see how they look to capitalize on this Purge pick. And you saw all the purple arrows just turning. Everyone starts to panic as the first player drops, and you create a little bit of chaos here for your Boston Breach.
Yeah, starting to hit some of this time. You have P2 spawns. Well, Cammy's gonna find a double. Oh, he's gonna find 3. He continues to have a great series. But they're already in position as P2 is gonna pop. That means Purge is gonna get this hill time. They have the back spawns. They know where LAG is coming from.
I think he was getting the wall bang in disguise too before I think Lens got him. He nearly had all 4. Skies with the clean headshot now. He'll try to send it forward. He's shooting. You said the ARs, you're going to need a performance out of them. Yeah, he sees that gunplay, he's like, okay, maybe not. He's got a little bit more cover to work with there. Tries to reposition, but repositions right into his teammates' bullets, unfortunately. As the team kill comes in, Snoopy pushes up off of that. Gets a little bit of help, while both players do, so nobody in the hard point, at least for now. Awakening almost 2 there, but the slide comes in, shots of the pistol a little high.
Yeah, but Boston are going to take this because they flipped the map. Right, I think Priest goes on a bit of a route through the middle. And what ends up happening, you get some of these split spawns, these parallel spawns, and then they die. You can see 8 and 6 are already out here. Skies is already through, though, so fighting over P3 control. Fighting for mid-street. It was looking good for Breach, but now you're getting some kills from the ARs at LAG.
Well, you get the spawn in the back, but you don't want to get pinned back here. You're at least going to be able to reinforce it quickly, or are you? Never mind. The spawner's just going to get dropped instantly because you've got the front side control. Awakening trying to do it from the steps. He's using all the ammunition. He's gotten both guns, but not walking around with a kill. Still a stun and a trophy to use if they can get inside. His teammates trying to do it. Multi, though, from Skies and Lens. They both get 2, and now you've got exactly what you want. You got control. You got 5 in a row for Skies. You got them pinned in the back, and this has been a great stretch from LAG.
Yeah, and this is where you have to take advantage of this. This is what they did not do in map number 1. It just felt like every time they were making the right play, it was this. It was 4 dead again.
Okay.
And now Boston have a chance to get out, but, well, Skies is already going off. He's up to 12. Seen him already have a number of doubles in the kill feed. You still have a slight lead if you're LAG. You still have P4 control.
Well, you have 1 spawn out old. We'll see what Kiz opts to do. It looks like he's just going to wrap back and maybe kind of pick up a lobby, but he might be able to catch a player or 2. We'll see if they pick this up.
Well, I think they're worried because he spawned there. They're actually worried. That's why it took them so long. It took them 10 seconds to get in the hill because he spawns all the way back there. So they were just hesitant. They were checking all the corners.
Kiz finally going to activate. Nice shots there, but quickly traded. Now the gunfight's around the point. Well, you had a good position if you're LAG, then Big Wake shuts you down with a double. Battling in again is Boston Breach, and it's another chance for LA Gorillas. You think in an okay spot, and then things fall apart. The breaks have been there for Boston Breach.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the way these last couple of hills have gone. I mean, I think Breach is ecstatic. They're only down 3.
Oh, yeah.
If LAG wants to be a better team, they have to take advantage of when they're doing the correct things, then finding that next set of kills and cashing in on time.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're getting outslayed by like 8. Basically even. You've lost rotation several times, but you've been able to break it instead. So I think you're absolutely right. You feel very thankful to still be in this game. But, I mean, the same can be said for, like, LAG in the map 1. Like, a couple Lens plays is the difference in them not being down 100. So both teams familiar with maybe getting blessed by the COD gods to stay alive in the fight. Another opportunity here to really turn this into time if you're LAG. They've got to their power spots. They've got the info. Lens, though, just shouldering gets dropped, and that's the first domino. And now here comes the onslaught from Boston Breach. Another pick from Awakening. Head start turning. It's another break for Boston Breach.
This is messy, man.
Yeah.
This is some messy COD that we are watching. Just both teams finding 3-4 dead in the feed. You're getting your setups, and then you're just dropping. That's why we have such a close game on our hands. That's why it's been such a close series.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I get it. Like, you're just shouldering for info, but it's still just COD.
You should not die there.
It's COD. You just get zapped. And you saw, like, Lens' reaction was like, all right, my bad. It's like and sometimes that first kill is really just everything. You do get set up now for your next hardpoint, so you get back to lobby. So far, so good from LAG. Fighting back maybe after the frustrating break came in. Now do you get picked apart? Now you trade that out. You roll back into the hard point. Snoopy, though, is right inside ticket. Doesn't get a multi there at least. You shut that down because he's had a couple.
Well, this has been the best hold so far on the map. Has been this P1, and we've seen this from time to time. So LG's going to take all this time. You know Boston Breach thinking about P2. They want to try to get pushed out, though, right? When it comes to P3 or P2, P3s, you want to control the middle of the map. Have them spawn in those far corners. Both teams fighting for stairs control.
Yeah, we're on the battles inside, but it's the battles outside that are going to start to determine your next hard point. And, well, that really ends up going all the way at Boston Breach. Bit of a split, though. In for LAG. You'll have 2 pushing top, 2 spawn out bottom. You can see they've got the read if you're Boston Breach. It can happen here so often. One going to spawn in behind the bottom split. That'll be Awakening is trying to collapse on that. Will he get there in time? No, Priesta picks it up. He snaps, and Priest is making some plays here.
Yeah, this is a chance. There's another opportunity for LAG. You have a 4 dead. You have them spawning in the back. There's 30, 40 seconds left. Can you capitalize on this chance?
It comes a little bit easier. You can focus on one side, but again, you just lose that opening gunfight. It feels like once you lose one, everything unravels from there, and that will be the result again. So battling back in for the final 20 seconds looks to be Boston Breach. You're going to end up rotating off of that if you are LAG. One spawns out in Narnia. That's going to be Kiz, I think, as he gets dropped. Kiz or Skies, one of them. Oh, Skies, sorry. This feels like if LAG can turn one of these into a really good hole, they could really open up a massive lead. I mean, the map plays like this sometimes, I get it, but...
No, it does, but I mean, there's been clear-cut opportunities. Like, rarely do we see 3-4 deads.
That as quick as they're happening.
As quick as they're happening, and then just, yeah, not taking the advantage of it. But here we go, here's another chance.
Another opportunity here. So far, so good. They haven't gotten Boston Breach to spawn to the back and pin him in there. They're still going to be holding from the back, trying to lock it down from the front. Carr going to help out Boston Breach to get fit. Smoke. So we think he has the angle, but he's going to get dropped. Cammy now, his turn. Tucked away in the corner, though, and able to win it will be Lens. This has turned into some significant time now. Now you've started to push open a decent lead. About to be up 60.
Ooh,
and he might win this on rotation as well.
Well, those two players just spawned. Priest and Lindsay, they spawned right behind Cammy. I think they did a little bless right there. They're hoping to have stage control and flip it, but it doesn't happen. Right, it's just kind of spawns all over the place. So you're kind of trading. Maybe back spawns open up. Cammy's hoping he took the route to influence this. Instead, it's LAG with stage control.
Here you go, another entry. That's going to be Purge. We'll see if they can capitalize off of that. Going to be a flurry of fights in and around stage. This time, maybe the first time that following sequence, LAG get all the kills. That is the difference for me. They haven't really been able to do that yet. And that's going to be a great moment, too, as they get them up over the 200-point mark. I don't know if I trust them to do it back-to-back times, but they did it once.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is, like, the slaying is so one-sided where now when Boston's jumping on back, they're just not winning these gunfights.
I mean, you're what, plus 8, 10, like 14, 15?
And really just the second set. I mean, the P1 is where they found a good amount of time. They've just been winning every single hill.
Well, think about it. They were plus 8, Joe, and it was like a 10-point game.
Yep.
Now they've like doubled that approximately, but it's a 100-point game. So yes, capitalizing on what they need to. I mean, basically exactly what we've been saying this entire time they're finally able to do, yeah? Now you just got to close it out. See if you can get it to that 5th and final map. There's one team will be having some heartbreak, but Boston Breach not quite done yet. Still looking to fight here. They get all this time. They're going to have to chain together 2 hard points. As messy as this has been, it seems unrealistic for them to really bring this back, but who the hell knows?
Yeah, Sky's going on a long route now, trying to set up this pinch. That player should spawn out. That's going to be Awakening. Does take his time, stays patient. The problem is now, because he dies in the spawns, it just, well, they repinch themselves. I'm pretty sure trying to do what he can.
Spawns pinching themselves, Joe. 20 away from the win now. Can't win it here, but can get damn close. Gorilla's really stepping up in the second set of rotations. Priesta can't keep the tracking on. Snoopy put him on skates a bit. It'll be traded and dropped, and now we get into our 3rd set back over to lobby with just 15 needed for the win. We'll see if LAG can close it out on this hard point. Should have a chance to get in first if you are Boston, but looking for the kills and looking for the map control stage side will be LAG. As they now try to push forward towards the map, it's going to be Priest. They'll be first in the point. He's got a little bit of help there in the form of Lens. Lens turns it into 1. Now in the point, chance to close it out now.
Yeah, they might just do it here. Such a better second half from LAG. They haven't played red card, but might be one of their go-tos now, the way they are looking. And Kids, by the way, he has been so good with the AR, and he was doing it on vault control, led the way for the squad. Another 31 kills, 2 minutes, 11 seconds out of the hill time. My man's doing it all.
He absolutely is, but Skies with the headshot, that may close it out. One chance to contest, not gonna happen. They lock it down, close it out. LAG, win map 4. We hadn't seen it in official competition, but they get it done there. And now they go to map 5, a very familiar beast for either team. We'll see who can take the 5th and final map, but I know what you were liking from Kiz, but really it was just like, yeah, LAG getting themselves into good positions, just actually capitalizing on those positions. They were able to do it much better than the second set of rotations.
I mean, I think they outplayed like Boston majority of this map. It's just finally that second set looked a lot cleaner. Finding that second set of kills, just not allowing Boston Breach to run into the hill, get 3 to 4 kills in a row, and just all their work out the window.
You outslid it by 25 or something, ended up being 2. So
Skies had 23 assists, 4,500.
Yeah, no, he was shooting, and that started from the get-go, really. I mean, what was he, like 12-3 or something to kick it off? So he was absolutely shooting. You talked about the ARs, need to set it up, maybe help Lens, make some plays. Well, Skies was doing that right off the bat. Then Kiz with AR in hand looks very good, too. But yeah, damage-wise, I mean, Skies is ahead by a wide margin there. And you saw, I mean, he was getting so many headshots, too. Just like his snap was on, his centering was on point, the shooting looking good. They take it by 100, so both hard points. You're able to take it for LAG, but now can you get it done in the vault, search and destroy? It'll come down to this for these two teams. Is both like Boston, looking to have their one of their best years after the rough one they had last year. LAG after the first qualifier, just looking to get started off on the right foot. It would just be tough if it starts with a map 5 loss.
Yeah, would for both of them, honestly.
Yeah, true. They're just both looking to improve, both looking to make some noise. Ready to do a quick break. When we get back, our first match will be decided by the map 5 on Vault.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Upgrade your game with the SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
I'm gonna do my best not to break down right now. This game changed my life. I was an overweight 15-year-old kid who didn't feel like I had much purpose, and then this game, this community legitimately changed my life and gave me confidence and made me feel like someone. I have my family here today, so I can't think of a better way to say goodbye than on this stage in front of my family. They've made so many sacrifices for me. I mean, my dad was driving me to tournaments anywhere and everywhere. My mom, she flew to Chicago with me for my first ever tournament. And
do you agree with Smokes not being in Respawn?
I do personally, yeah.
You do personally?
I do too.
I think it would make the viewing experience worse.
What did I just see on my screen? Who was that guy? Did you see that?
No.
Who the fuck was that guy?
I don't know. Welcome to Citizens over there on YouTube.
There was some random guy, like, see how they have the quad box? Like, there was some random guy just like in the all 4 boxes, and he looked like he was going crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 I'm dead. I'm dead. No way.
Myself revive?
Nope. Honestly, it works out. I'm starving. Krista calls these my old man chips.
fucking Joe. I eat a bunch of tacos.
Did you win? How do I have the same amount of eliminations as you?
Yeah, that's some horseshit there. There's no way that's true.
Well, we got a little clip of, well, Joe and I playing zombies right into the 1v1 that decided things in our game 2. Priesta trying to dance, doesn't dance well enough. Snoopy gets the angle, catches him, and they will steal it. Avoid it from going to around 11, but now it comes down to this map 5. Both teams, I'm not saying desperate need to win, considering it's their first match really qualifier too, but just where they're both at, I don't know. Get a good start here into the second qualifier, be important for both teams.
No, I mean, normally we say Boston, like, yeah, just after last year, like, they need
any win is good.
Is good, but no, honestly, they had such a good stage 1 where, yeah, we're just hoping they keep that going, keep that consistency into the major. It's just their LAN performance is really what we're looking at for this Boston Breach lineup. But yeah, on the side of LAG, it's can you start with a W?
Yeah, because you only beat what, Vegas and Cloud9, at least in the first qualifier, and neither of those wins are really much to write home about. This would be your most impressive one over Boston if you were able to do it, and just maybe get forward onto a positive note. But we take a look at our map 5 metrics before we get into it, and pretty lopsided. You have not won one yet if you are LAG, so
yeah, I mean, listen, you win half those, you're looking at like right around 50% of win-loss. It looks a little bit better. We're talking about it differently. I mean, you win all 4 of them. You're having a heck of a year.
You say 2-2 would be right around 50%.
No, 50% win-loss.
Oh,
like
you mean for the record? The record. Oh, I was
yes.
like, I thought you were talking for the search. I'm like, yeah, Joe.
No,
good breakdown there.
I know that is 50%. I'm more mean their overall record.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Overall.
Yeah, no, because you'd be out to what, 4-3? Instead of the 2-5 record you had starting in losers. I mean, the big thing, yeah, you'd be 4-3 starting in winners probably. Yeah. Well, you would be if you were able to win 2 of those, but we'll see. They've had the negative ice in the map 5s, has LAG on the other side. Pretty good. 4-3 for Boston. You've played a ton of them. And that's just been, listen, I know we didn't see as many once you got the LAN, like people were getting smoked, at least at the start of the LAN, but we had, I mean, bro, you talk about so many teams that were in the game 5s, like whether it was, I mean, Heretics had 1 billion. Boston, Carolina, like a ton of teams had 1 billion. Rocker had 1 million. Like there were so many game 5s in the online portion of this. So I'm not surprised we're going to be back here. But it's not about how you get to the map 5. It's just who's going to take the map 5. Seems like, I don't know, both guys maybe both teams chatting through with coaching staff. Whatever it is they get prepped and ready to go. Seems like Priest and Sky's been talking back and forth a little bit. Fist bumps going out for Boston Breach. I think it's about to be go time.
Or is it?
I'm hoping it is. There we go. I was about to say, like, they had their little break.
Well, I saw Skies get up. I got nervous.
Yeah, no, so did I. I was like, oh, God, is there a problem? Let's not have a problem. Purge in game 5. A big part of why they're probably 4-3. He's at a 1.23 in game 5s. He's certainly been a guy that's been icing it up.
Yeah, I mean, opening dual win percentage as well. Like, that's massive, right? That's someone who's playing with confidence. When you're right around 60%, you will take that all day long. But here's how we got here. It was a 2-point Hacienda Hardpoint. A great comeback by LAG. And what, 2 and 3 the other way at Boston Breach. So Breach looking for a 2-3-5 W.
See if they can do it, or if the Hardpoint magic will get Gorillas through this series. But you gotta win the map 5. And we know Vault, well, we're going to see a lot of A plans.
I'm saying we're going A.
And it's going to be heavily about these 4-on-4 retakes more often than not. This is a little bit of a delayed push, and it looks like they're actually going to take it towards being the round 1.
Yeah, Priest has to stay alive here. So he's going to get that info. And he's just going to back all the way up. There's one player trying to enter Art, and he does under him. Does he not know? This should be a problem. Purge gets so aggressive again. He's played with confidence in these game 5s. Another chance here.
And he's probably going to activate right after Priesta gets that kill. So Priesta should get dropped, and he will right after it. And now to Purge to make a play, and maybe make all of the plays.
And then Cammy just like lurks all the way
nice
around.
Shots.
So yeah, I mean, you just get the picks though if you are LAG. You've had a couple of players in some great positions. Cammy now 1 versus 2, trying to clutch the round. Has no idea if they're on it, so he has to check under. And well, when he tries to reposition, Skies is there.
They'll get our first retake. And well, I don't know if we'll see any more B plants, but we saw one to start it off, kind of a delayed setup from Boston Breach.
And I
Just
think
wait,
like
what, 30 or so
Awakening,
seconds and activate?
that's just sort of a communication thing there. Like Awakening, you feel like he shouldn't be open to getting shot from Art. Tries to reposition. Maybe he's just thinking nobody's there, or Purge is up top looking at his minimap, whatever it is. He gets picked first, and yeah, I mean, Purge goes, but then someone else dies.
It shouldn't just be free like that. Like,
No.
If anything, it's a gunfight and he's ego challenging it, but or just crouch behind the block. Like you can win that fight. But he's just laying there and gets dropped for free. And then Sky's won a big one too, because I think he had a AR versus sub after what Purge shelled the second fight. I don't think Purge was too weak. I don't think he was weak at all. And Sky's just nice close range gunfight win. He's still shooting, well, still shooting cars, apparently. His Awakening's frustrations continue in this map 5. Whether it's getting first blooded in the last round or first blood in this one with a car.
And Snoopy goes inside of A, so he was able to stop the player and try to go for that plan.
Oh my, Cammy's shooting again. I'm winning some gunfights. I don't understand him winning.
Yeah, AR's showing out right now. A 1 versus 2 for Priesta. Feel like we've been here before.
Yeah, he was 1v something 100 times. I was hoping he just didn't dive onto his own nade.
Got the bomb, though. That's what he needed.
Oh, and got the info, too. Checking his corners.
Now, where did they go?
Yeah, I was to say, just get this down immediately. If you think they re-wrap, just plan as quick as you can.
They're going to be right back here, too.
Yep. I mean, it's not a whole lot of ground to cover. He's able to get away, though. Doesn't get spotted. It's another guessing game for Boston Breach. They're going to hop on it instantly, though. Instantly. And Priesta just tucks away. We've seen players do this so often, though. This time you're going to get caught. It's insta-hop, and I like that. I mean, how many times do we see players get away with that, whether it's at the Major or in Qualifier 1, where they just sat, didn't check for 20 straight seconds?
Well, it was just so fast, right? I mean, Priest is thinking they're going to take a little bit longer, but they run a lap through Vault. So, yeah, as Priesta was chasing them, they're already through lobby, going up top cat. They drop back pool again. They hit Vault, and, well, they just go right out to the B site.
Yep. Maybe he's checking another second or two, but it didn't matter at that point. So 1-1 now. And this looks identical to the setup we saw in their first offense. And I don't know if this is going to be a passive hit towards B again, or this is just their opening kind of default they like, and we'll see how they activate based off information their players are able to get. But it's identical.
I mean, maybe they're just trying to wait on a pinch, whatever it is. Like, catch that player. Trying to send a long route, but yeah, they're just taking it slow early. Now they're going to go. Minute left still on the clock, so no hurry. They almost catch Lens. He is so weak. He's lucky no nade follows that up, and there's the A plant.
Pick from Priesta, though. Given advantage now in the retake. They can take this 4-on-3. Out of the play for a moment will be Cammy. They were able to retake it successfully behind the first blood on B. Can they do it now on A? Cammy was out of the play until he wasn't. Now getting involved. He's got players everywhere, like to his right, left, bottom, center. Can call out everything to his teammates, but it's now on Purge and Snoopy. Try and clutch up. Now all on Snoopy. 1 versus 4. Not going to happen. Another great retake here from LAG. So far, make it look easy at both sides.
Yeah, I think Cammy just is like, there, I see them all.
Yeah,
Which one do I shoot at?
Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw the guy on his right, but he definitely saw everybody else, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's just like almost overstimulated, like which target to pick, and then he just gets team shot. So LAG just stays so, well, they just stay patient. They know, all right, they're down a man. Someone's going to try to take your route. That player was Cammy.
Yeah, there were just so
not
many.
Find it.
He gets a little luckier. He could have had the freest of kills multiple times, but I mean, it almost was perfect, but too many targets in front and one lurking to his right. Awakening, he's had some real rough times early in these rounds. We'll see if Awakening can maybe find some success in this one. Kind of your more standard setup out towards an A plan is you take full pull control in P2. And
well, last time through, it was sort of Snoopy who got inside the bomb site and won the gunfight, so they're hesitant to go inside of A, and well, Snoopy's there again.
We'll pop out and show it now. Snoopy's POV is, he's already showed he is the dance master. There's 1v1 with Priesta. He's keeping it moving here.
Oh, yeah, he could do the salsa.
Yeah. Both teams kind of, so we'll sometimes see these just like insta plants A. It has been definitely more of a slower setup. Make people anxious, get info, look to activate. Lens now lurking forward. Well, he sees the stun there. And now he's going to go, and he's got everybody in front of him. Unfortunately, not able to drop anybody, not really get much damage in. Skies, though, gets one, able to finesse, snap back, can't deal with Awakening, and Awakening had the struggles early on, finally able to get going in that 4th round.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to have to challenge Snoopy early, like, and earn the trade, because you can see that every single time he's in there, I mean, then another player gets there to help him out, so Linz can't pinch. So we'll see how LAG switch it up.
Yeah, I mean, defenses right now, whether it's been retakes or just stopping the bomb plant, we're seeing a vault evolve, Joe.
We are.
At least until the next vault. Boston Breach, right up the gut. Here's the plant now on.
This might be the most B plants we've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, we're setting a record here. In this map 5, cars blowing up. Plant in for free this time. No early pick onto Awakening, so able to back it up and get to your spots now.
Look at the map, right? There's nobody B Street. Breach is like, they had one player check it to make sure there wasn't a ninja defuse. Then everyone else is playing inside a lobby. Now you have Awakening all the way in the back to just check it from spawn. He's going to get flanked, so into a 2-on-2, 20 seconds to go.
Tough gunfight for Skies, all on Kiz. As you said, 20 seconds to work with. So much to clear. And yeah, by the time he takes this route, well, not going to matter. Snoopy wins the whole fight.
Heck of a round there for Breaches. Yeah, great heads-up play. The way they're playing B. Giving up the street, not getting picked from Art. Playing from inside lobby.
That's what, 2 out of 3 rounds now. They've taken it over to B. We'll see if that continues to be the trend for this Boston Breach team. Stay hydrated, everybody.
That's probably your #1 tip of life, huh? 40 years?
Dude, I drink too much water sometimes. Like, I think there's a lot of people who have trouble with, like, drinking enough water. I'm the opposite. I love water. I drink too much water. I just love it. I love it. That's all I drink. I love me some agua. It's round 6. I will see if LAG can answer back with the offensive round win. Lynn's still looking to get his first.
Yeah, and they had to go early. They do. They are going to get the bomb plant, but guess who's here? It is Purge and Snoopy. They're going to try to fight early. The nade, the trophy was down, but another first blood, and this SMG duo is saying, A bomb site is ours.
This is our hole. If you come into our hole, you shall be punished. All on Skies to try and clutch up. Not going to happen. No time to do it. Round is over. Boston Breach is fired up.
Yeah, there's a life lesson there. Always ask for permission.
That is true, Joe. But no, they've been dominating. And now you're just like, they're scared. They're scared to try and make a play there. Purge and Snoopy just looking too strong. Purge looks like he's ready to take a nap.
He's hanging out.
Yeah, he's chilling.
He's been Mr. Map 5.
Yeah, there he is. Now he's ready.
He's got a nice little stash going on there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Never a doubt. Nameless. Never a doubt.
Not over yet, buddy.
Yeah, Gigawake's frying, bro. Wait till he activates. 4-2 to Breach. Now this time, you know, they've been doing these slow pushes. This time it's right into A. Kind of your standard is get in, get it planted. We've dominated this part of the map. Let's dominate on both sides of the ball. 3 straight for Purge, and if Snoopy can dance, so can Purge. LAG, they got to get going. Time is dwindling. Priesta still out in no man's land. He's going to have to go, but waiting for his teammates to get the fight. So they're able to clear out the trophy. Now the utility's going to come in. They'll see if they can connect on the Purge. Not able to do it. And there's 20 seconds left. You got to get going. Priesta's going to get dropped. He was the odd man on the other side of the map. The rest going to swarm on in. We'll see if the trades can go in their favor. Purge says no. Purge Daddy still is here. Purge gets a triple. Purge is my hero.
I mean, that bomb set is insane, but maybe the key is Cammy lurking, right? He's done a number of rounds. The problem is in the past, they've been down a man. This time it's a 4 versus 4. Well, he's going to get the first kill street side. That pretty much gives them the heads up. Hey, I have the middle of the map. You see number 6, so just worry about your pool. Purge does it. He's got a little bit of help. It does come down to a 1 versus 1, but he's healthy boy, and, well, he shuts it down.
Yeah, he's up to, what, 6 straight, and we showed the stat. He had, what, a 1.2 or so in their map 5s. Well, he's keeping it going here. 6 straight, 8-3, a round away from the dub, and they've just played kind of like bully ball. I have bullied the A site.
Well, their offense has been great, right, because they've, again, played slow. had some B hits that allows that A hit, but yeah, in terms of defense, yeah, bully ball.
Yeah.
They're forcing LAG to have to go B.
Well, you got a first blood finally. You desperately needed one. Then it kind of slips away from you. Awakening, who hasn't had the best map, but he's got 2 in this round. And, well, big part of why they're obviously into this 2 versus 2 after not having the first blood. So we slow down here for a second. Priest and Kiz up against Purge and Awakening. Got to feel pretty good about Boston Breach's chances of the way Purge has been playing on this particular map. Pressured LAG, though, to get this bomb down.
Yeah, Breach are very split, though. Well, it may not matter. Persian, he's got both weapons. He says, I can do it all right now. Put some shots in, get a reposition, gives the info over to Awakening. Awakening, though, staying patient, right? They could rotate back towards B.
That's what they call Purge, Mr. Do-It-All.
I like it.
Yeah, he's going to get both kills here. 8 streak for the dub, Joe. Watch. He's like, this is my hole. What's up? 1. Finesse. 2. What'd I tell you? Bang. Bang! Bang! 40 and phenomenal. Just seeing the future, Joe. 8 spree for Purge.
My man's been taking the spice.
The guy's incredible. Incredible. As they will win the map 5, and yeah, you get out to 5 and 3 now on one side for LAG. You are 0 and 5 in map 5s. You've had no magic. All your ice is melted. Your freezer is broken. Might be like an electrical issue. I'm not entirely sure, but you have to hire someone to fix it because all the ice is, yeah, it's melted, Joe.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Ice cream.
Just ruined.
Yeah, throw it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the times the graphic sometimes curses people. I mean, this time it just powered Purge up.
Yeah, no, it really did.
It really did. We talked about his game 5s and he does it again.
10 and 3, 8 spree as he seals it. Just terrific stuff out of Purge in this team. But I mean, on one side, like on offense, they were kind of changing the tempo.
Their game plan was awesome.
Keeping them guessing, like just the shifting gears kind of hit sights. And on defense, they were just like, we're better down here. Like we play more aggressive. You guys have been playing scared the entire series, so we're gonna go ahead and dominate the hole.
That's what they did.
And they dominated the hole, Joe.
They did.
Just beautiful. What the is that?
The hole on Vault. There's a hole.
Oh.
We're talking about.
You want to hold it? Okay.
Oh, I thought she was going to slam it in your face, honestly. I thought
you were too. Oh, imagine. Imagine.
You look good.
You think I would have been fired?
No.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. This is my cake. Happy birthday.
A great cake.
This looks good, right? Oh, I'm worried it's going to slide off.
Yeah, be careful with that. Wow.
Oh, I got all over the mic, though.
That whole quadrant is. Yeah, it's just. That's yours. It's yours. We'll clean that up. Back to the desk.
It's on the floor.
It's chaos.
It's on his shoes. He tried to throw it at and it didn't make it far enough. Trying to get my
Stop, bro.
Say something.
All right, guys. Somebody's going to have to clean that up.
Oh, there's cream everywhere. Let's talk a little bit about what we witnessed, though, from my man Purge. A Game 5 performance of the year. 8 in a row to finish things off. Can we take a look at why Ant is so good at predictions?
Listen, man, I just believe in the Boston Breach. Just on another level on the search and destroys. We talked about how they were going to take that next step. It's going to be through that game mode. On one end, you got to feel for LAG now 0-5 in Game 5. So on the other end, Boston clearly more prepared. The defense is just bullying them out down low. Their offense is not afraid to go B when they need to. And also executing the A-push bottom ball. There's a lot going on in this studio right now. Clint rolling around. Everywhere wrong.
The producer had to come in and put a stop to the mess.
But we are marveling at the fact.
I just watched Maven try and pick up icing, give up, and then smear it into the carpet. This man is not allowed to have a dog. Poop would be everywhere. Taking a look here at the poop that was laid down on LAG, though. It wasn't just Purge. It seemed like the setups were solid here for Boston. They were in control start to finish. Another S&D where they just get out to an early lead.
And what's so important about this S&D against Boston Breach, they've been getting worse at search and destroy. And what I really liked about this Game 5 is I was worried that Vault wouldn't fit their play style because they are one of the worst retake teams in the league. What does Vault do? It forces you to have to work towards that A site and work that bottom retake. So for Boston Breach, maybe expanding their map pool in this situation for sure.
100%.
Do you think Maven is losing it?
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's getting old as hell.
It's up there. The dementia is starting to tickle in right now.
We've got 3 more matches coming your way. We're pretty excited about it. We're also going to be talking with a Boston player. Do you think it's Purge?
It should be Purge. 100%.
We had Awakening yesterday. He was very happy.
He's very talkative.
But I think Purge might actually smile on camera if we get that guy.
Yeah, he would smile for sure. And after that performance, definitely needs to. I mean, for Boston, I do still believe in this team. They're in the same boat that I honestly have Minnesota. Like, they can contend with teams in the respawns, and they just have that ice when they need it. And for Boston, like, if their search is going to be on that level and they're adding maps like Vault, we hadn't seen them play Vault all year long. We see it in this series. They look incredible on it. They're going to be a tough team for anybody to beat, making some strides in the control as well. Dominating control, best control performance of the year for them probably. So Boston looking a lot improved.
LAG struggling in search and destroy. When do they make a roster move? People are asking in the chat. Maybe too early? You got 3 out of 4 world champs on the lineup.
If it's too early.
For now, though, let's talk with the winners, shall we? It's our winner circle, and we welcome in Cameron once again. Cammy, you were dominant yesterday, dropping ridiculous numbers. Today, you started off hot once again. What was going on in Madrid compared to the online games? Do you feel that you were impacted by the fans at all?
No. I think honestly, you know, we had a tough first game against FAZE. Obviously, dropped in the losers bracket, and then just didn't come out and play the way we wanted to, and obviously we lost. So I think that's kind of just what happened to us there.
Okay.
There's nothing really to say. Just a bad performance from us. I really wanted to do well for the good old European crowd, you know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Cammy, I want to talk to you about this control, because the fact that you guys were even able to take this, I set up this whole story and was like, these guys are on a 5 control losing spree, and it doesn't make sense because the slaying is there. You guys do well in Hardpoint. So I guess my question to you now is, have you pinpointed what was wrong? Were you just not playing your lives well enough? Were you giving away too many ticks? Like, what was it in control that you guys found that you just fell a step short?
I think, yeah, obviously it's something that we worked on. We showed it there. We played really well, and yesterday we had a tough one, but honestly, it just came down to, I think the way we play in Hardpoint is really aggressive. You know, we're just playing constant trades, and then in control, especially on defenses, you can't really play like that. So we were going kind of 1 for 1, not really taking our time, just taking the long route sometimes, just banging the point too much, and yeah, I think it was costing us. We were losing defenses, which obviously you can't really be doing, and also struggling on attacks. So it's definitely something we've gone over.
I'm glad it looks like you might have figured it out.
Cammy, I want to ask you, you know, when I look at your guys' roster and even your guys' performances, like, you're always going toe-to-toe with these teams, having some game 5s, Hardpoint's been on point. But I still just want to put you middle of the pack, like you, Minnesota, some of these teams. What do you think is going to get you over the edge to where you're contending for a championship?
I think just, you know, being a bit more consistent. Again, like this series is another 3-2 win for us. At the map one, I legit have no idea how we lost. We were getting pieced, finessed, all sorts, every single big scenario. And again, like that stuff's just been happening to us, I feel like, too much. And it's kind of why we were going game 5.
Yeah.
And then obviously if we would have come out in one map one, it's a clean 3-0, and you know, we're probably saying different things, but yeah, I think it's just honestly maintaining just consistency. I think we just, you know, we start overheating a bit and then it comes back to bite us.
Okay. Well, 2 matches, 2 wins. Good start to Major 2, my guy.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Cammy. That's Boston with the first win of the night. We still have 3 more battles to go. Allie, what are you excited about in the remainder of this show?
The remainder of this show, it's going to be OpTic versus Atlanta, because I want to see what Atlanta actually looks like and what the new OpTic Texas looks like. But that's not the only match on the day.
I want to see C9. Like, we're keeping this roster, and I don't know why. So I'm waiting all day for that match. That's the one I want to see. If they look decent.
I saw Neptune come up from Challengers and rock some heads. Now we get to see, can Super do the same? He's filling in for Sick Metals. Miami takes the stage when we return, taking on Minnesota.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
Insight's not going to see it. It's Kleenex going to get caught off guard, or is he? He gets one. That's a decent one-for-one trade. Insight right back over, looking for a little bit of help from Scrap. 2v3, selling the cross, dealt with by Scrap. Sip also seen on the cross. 22 seconds. Draza trying to work this with Scrap able to turn this down to a 2v1. Just down to Sip. Not gonna happen. Shut your mouth. Toronto in the grand finals here at home.
No, he's mid-desk, laying down mid-desk. The long desk, snaking the long desk.
Nice play. Good
Let's
go,
play.
Clay.
Let's go, Clay.
Should've ran at him, bro.
Yeah, you should have with the VAS for sure.
All good.
To make the play, it's been all about him all tournament long. It can come down to a 1v1. Oh! He's not!
They're going to pounce out 04, great damage in. It's going to be all in 04, they drop them! Lucky with both! Fickle is rolling and Heretics win it! And he lets the crowd know! Silence! Big map 5s that Miami have gotten over Seattle Surge.
Let's go.
Comes off with the backside of Palace wall, plus the delayed hit from Escriel.
Check the scoreboard, I'm running up stacks. Numbers don't lie, that's facts. Yeah.
Oh my God. Gio, my God, is his hardpoint.
Check the numbers, I'm running it up. I got
Oh, Nero gets a double over the middle of the map. Has more. Oh, Nero, hello. How about the full team wipe from Nero?
We're here with Rancor. How you feel right now?
I'm feeling amazing, honestly. I'm so nervous. I'm sorry. I've been dreaming for this when I was child.
It's a great moment for him. You deserve it.
An incredible moment in Madrid as Rancor and the Spanish Miami Heretic squad make it to our top 3. A ridiculous run considering they came into the tournament with the 8th seed. Today, though, they take on a Minnesota squad that also finished in the top 6. Allie, are these two teams on the rise?
I would say Miami is a little bit on the rise. Minnesota Rocker has hit a little bit of a stagnant for me right now. They were pushing all these game 5s. They were clutching up a lot of these series, and that luck seems to have started to fall out. They have went from one of the best game 5s teams to now one of the worst, being 0-3 in the last 30 days.
All right, we're going to talk Minnesota
robbed, bro.
in a moment. Nameless, you can hype up Gio in a moment, but first, can we talk about Super filling in for Miami Heretics today? Metals is out. How crucial was Metals to this lineup, and what is Super's role now that he'll be filling in?
Yeah, I mean, well, you know, Metals on this team was awesome, especially at the major. Like, guys playing super aggressive, gonna have an SMG out and just trying to make huge plays, right? And coming in for Metals, like, you're gonna have to lay down that damage and also be a guy that's willing to be entry, right? So for when I look at this team, though, like, Super coming in, I don't think it's going to change too much. We know what he's capable of in challengers, and this is a team that has made great strides in the search and destroy. And in that search and destroy, it was a lot of clutch plays down the wire. You think about the 1v1s from Rancor, the huge 2-piece against Minnesota in that game 5 by Lucky in the round 11. So as long as the comms are flowing, the energy's there, this is a team that can still win.
I love that you just called out the last time these two teams met up, it was in Madrid. It was that elimination bracket, and it was for top 4. Minnesota got knocked out in the top 6, and it was around 11. Minnesota, though, has been able to reflect on this, and this is a get-back game today, Nameless. Why do you love the Purple People Eaters?
Yeah, I mean, they just don't give up. I mean, that game 5, like, you're down, like, I think it was 5-0, 5-1, something like that. You rally all the way back to that round 11, almost get it, but you know, you face defeat, right? They've been in these game 5s all year long, and more times often than not, they've been able to win these moments, right? So for them, I really think it's about expanding your map pool. Obviously, the Vault Hardpoint looks incredible. They've been dominant at it all year long. I really think they need to add either Skyline or Red Card to their map pool in the HP to just make them more dangerous, right? They've given so many chances on those maps, 1 and 4 on both of them. If they could just figure one of those out, we're looking at 3-1 series wins for this team.
Minnesota struggling in Hardpoint. They are 9th best of our 12 teams in that game mode. When it comes to search and destroy, well, Miami, they got the 10th best statistics. So both teams with the weakness. Do we get to a game 5, Allie?
I feel like we kind of have to. This was a little bit of a square up for me when I look at this lineup. I'm looking at Skyline, one of the best hardpoints from side of Miami, but then you flip to Hacienda, 4-0, undefeated for the Minnesota Rockers. So everybody's got to strap in.
I'm just surprised Vault gets through here. This is game 4.
Scuff picked me. Where are we going? I'm told we got to kick off this game.
I'm going Minnesota Rocker.
And what's going Minnesota Rocker?
In 5.
You just tied up?
Actually in 4. I got them winning in 4.
4 is crazy.
I like that.
4. We're all tied up again. I'm going to risk it for it all. I'm going to go for Miami Heretics.
With a sub?
With a sub. Yo, Super's good. Like, y'all don't even know.
And sinker.
I want to say what you did, but I'm going to say Minnesota and go with the smart play. Miles and Chance.
Let's go, man.
You guys look quite intelligent. How are you feeling, Miles?
Well, looks can be deceiving. Look, I'm with Wheelers for like hook, line, and sinker. Who knows how this one's going to go? But hey, we get to see Super in action. A lot of love for him coming out of the challenger scene. It should be hot, Chance. It should be hot.
Absolutely, and it's always fun to watch a sort of new player, at least in terms of the CDL, have an opportunity to showcase their talent. Super is a player that for many years now, I've been hearing his name. He's always sort of been on the short list for any of the Spanish squads, but I think there's even a time in like MW2 maybe where it's like maybe an NA squad should pick this guy up, give it a shot. Very consistent in this sort of top 4 placings amongst the elites, the open tournaments through the challenger scene. But when we're talking about Hardpoint, the 11 and 15 record of Minnesota Rocker, it is especially poor in map 1s. It's like 3 and 11 they are, 3 and 10 I think, for map 1s. And then if they get to map 4, they're pretty solid. That's where they got like the 8 and 4 record or something like that. So they're not necessarily a poor Hardpoint team, but they do consistently start slow. In Skyline, let me tell you, not a map where you could start slow.
Here we go, boys and girls. I wonder if it was a previous Minnesota Rocker lineup that also started off map 1s very slow. Might be some form of curse there alongside the org. But so far, so good. It's kills for the boys of the Heretics, and they're lovely. Oh, dear.
Slow start, man. Can't have these draws off the rip. That's going to get you every time.
And that was the slow start. That's it, done. Complete now. It's going to be a fast one, boys and girls. That was the slow start as we quickly get back into the game. It's all smiles and giggles across the Rocker faces. The Heretics were like, come on, man, this was the slow start. We wanted to absolutely smack them, and now we're chilling. But either way, we get to wind up and do it all again, folks. Hope you enjoyed the first Game 5 series of the day. A potential here for another one if the stats ring true. But Super, what a debut he could be having here in the CDL. I mean, Charles, challenges straight up into the the big league, so to speak. Super's obviously got a lot of love and a lot of talent behind his name. How does it go? How does it usually go for these newcomers?
Well, it's really up to them. Occasionally, you sort of burst on the scene, become an instantaneous superstar. Sometimes you come out and you start incredibly slow, and you look like world's worst. So it is up to them. The hot takes are always going to be out and about. But I do like the fact that it is Minnesota Rocker he's going to be playing against first, because it's a very structured team. We know they're gritty. We know they're going to play the game well. So if he looks good against them, we know he's got the stuff.
Yeah, we'll find out. Well, this is how the Major 1 run went in the first 4 matches for the Heretics. I mean, look at that. They take down OpTic Texas. They only lose to the Thieves, who end up eliminating them from the tournament as well. But that is a really good look against both Minnesota in that ridiculous series. If you haven't seen it and you've got some time, go back and watch Minnesota taking on Miami from Madrid. Unbelievable. And then another Game 5 banger there against Carolina Royal Ravens. Game 5 was the name of the game there, Chance, when it came to the Heretics victories.
Hey, that was the biggest sort of turnaround they had from the opening weeks, the first 2 weeks of the qualifiers. Their S&D quite literally at the bottom of the league. Like beneath the Falcons, they were in 12th place in so many different categories. They absolutely fixed it when they needed to most. So this team has shown resilience, shown the ability to improve and really make adjustments. And obviously a new adjustment made, medals, it's very big shoes for Super to fill for this team, but should be a fun look as well. And as mentioned, Super has spent enough time with all of the different Spanish players over the years that even guys like Rancor and Real, he has absolutely played with before. So it's not easy to fill into a new squad, but as far as a tough situation goes, Heretics are one of the top teams to be able to handle it.
We go. Geo looking at Hardpoint. This was from Major 1, a 1.22 overall. Every 10 minutes, 30 Elam to 30 kills. That's very, very good production. Geo, an animal, an absolute animal, doing good work there for the Rocker Boys. Can he bring it here online? First map of the series, Skyline. Hacienda after that, and a protocol to round things out. If we get to Vault, if we get to Red Card, we'll touch upon those later. But for now, as Ali said, strap in, kids. We're going to Skyline.
Yeah, the 30 plus there for kills per 10 minutes. You saw that was good enough to be third overall in the league. So Slang is definitely going to be there. But off the break, Heretics, I mean, it doesn't really get too much better than that. It turns out Geo the only one able to find a kill. But at least Geo finds it over towards Piano. So they're going to have spawns for Noob for the time being. And a very quick re-break over towards P1. I mean, this is Skyline on its finest form. It will provide.
Real. Oh, he's singing. Dancing today. Lovely moves, his coverage from his teammates there as well. So Heretics with a nice bit of control at the top side of the map, and now presence down low. Rancor playing the hard point from way out in the open, finding kills. Lovely shots from Lucky, but Paul gets himself too. Nice to see Paul shooting hot again.
Yeah, I would say for me, Paul X is definitely the player to, like, if you're a Minnesota Rocker fan, he's the guy you want to see step up just a little bit. They've all had great moments, Paul X included in that. A lot of S&D clutches, but if you get more Slang production out of him, this team is going to be looking ferocious. And there you go in the kill feed. Paul picks up 2. Real, last man on the chopping block, but he ain't going to fall. He gives you the entire team. And why not add the cherry on top? Real, welcome to the top 5 plays.
I hope I was drowned out there, mate. Well done, Real. What a break. Spawns, hardpoint, you name it. That is a fantastic series of play. And he's not done yet, ladies and germs. 6 free. Not going to check his back, though, is he? Surely not. There we go. Nero puts it into it. But the hardpoint now still in the hands of the Heretics. Vamos Heretics now towards the front. Super on the pitch. A lovely 2, nearly the 3. And that's the late break there with 20 seconds to go from Rocker.
Yeah, that's atrocious as well from Rocker. I'm not gonna lie. The first 3 players didn't shoot him back. Imagine being the 4th guy in line trying to trade out Real. You get a couple tags and you're like, he's not one shot. After all that, gentlemen, are we serious? But eventually you restabilize. Minnesota Rocker, they do start out slow. If you're getting quad pieced up like that, well, you gotta get the rust off.
And that one's going on socials. That was a 10-second clip. Wow, great stuff. New hardpoint though, at the ready, and super smooth aim from Super. Love what I'm seeing here. Calm gameplay. Great heads up here, and we'll see if he can put his PDW to work here at great range, trying to help the break here against the Rocker Boys. Not going to happen. Extra middle of the map. Here comes another set of kills as he pushes his way forward. Oh no, Rancor pops right back into the fray. Pressure now on Paul, and here come the Heretics. Paul, last man, brought down. Nice break.
Yeah, how about that? One gunfight you think you got a guarantee against Rancor, but he strips it from you. In the meantime, Real just pushed out Piano. And because the grass spawns were open, Minnesota Rocker gonna be just handed a gift here on Skyline. So long-term opportunities for Rocker to get back in the game. In the kill feed, Paul X wins the big 1-4 spawn. So maybe Heretics a little bit too fast for themselves, and I gotta dig yourselves out of a little bit of a hole. P4 though, the setup right now, Rocker should have most players around, but it's already getting scattered. Skyline is a mini map, so tough to predict.
Yeah, good luck, lads. Geo guns up at the ready for this one. Here comes the attempt. Oh, Real, nice shots. Super wins his fight upstairs, and now the last 3 remaining members of Rocker are on the point, and no problem. Paul answers with 2. Estro doesn't read the last man in the back, and Rancor is in. There's the break. GG's. Well done, Heretics.
And opportunity squandered there for Rocker as well. Won some of the initial gunfights, but only getting that first 15 seconds of time. Not exactly ideal. Things will stay mixy. Paul making an impact over towards the back line, and great tags and damage. I mean, he gets the kill before he falls, and just like that, Rocker right back inside of the time, and the crossfire setup is good for a couple trades, but Heretics just had extra men there. So as far as the bad situation P4 goes, and the mixiness of it is just going to continue. It's gonna be one of those maps. It's gonna be whoever can get the more scrap time collected will win a 10-point nail biter in the end.
Yeah, it's gonna happen, absolutely. Well, get your predictions in chat ready for the final score, because it's going to be a close one. Rancor with a couple in the feed. Super now towards P2. So we get ourselves into the second set of hardpoints, and as you've seen, folks, pretty close indeed. Paul X still keeping the gunny hot, keeping Roman. He's well engaged. 15 and 14 across everything right now for Rocker. And a couple of kills there for the Heretics. Back over to Real, his 18th kill of the map. He's looking sensational as ever. He was brilliant in Madrid, and now at 3 down, it's Rocker who are looking good.
And another big opportunity to at least attempt to get a decent bit of score flow in your way. That was a clean 4 down. Unfortunately, No trophies, and just like that, everybody's gonna fall. But trades rolling through and through. At least you're keeping the time white if you're on Minnesota, because you're playing for the spawns. Paul good for 2 in the B, but so is Real. Still an absolute battle we have on the map. But for the first time in a long time, Heretics at least have a lead. Granted, not by a large margin, but Real, the largest man in the lobby, 22 kills. Maybe we have a kill record on the horizon.
Oh, and he's really working for it as well. The comms are superb right now for the Heretics, clearly. Not that that's a hint to go for a listen in, but right now it's all good in the kills department. 112 and climbing. Heretics in firm control. Rocker, an attempted break, but you got to get through Super on the backline. Doing what he can to stay alive here. Paul finds one, and again, an open hard point for a Mo. Nero Estriel. There we go, Super. You're all alone. Can you time this to perfection? Slip slide, no good. Nice spread there from Rocker. They're going to maintain that presence on the backline.
That's crazy. The Super's like spot he was playing wasn't even good enough to block the spawn zone on the back of the map. Got to make eye contact with that, and the mixedness is just going to continue. I mean, any team gets a hill for a few seconds, it gets stripped away, bounce back and forth, but the main battle, I suppose, is going to be for Scrap, and Paul X maybe delivers for his squad, or the trade fest will continue. I mean, this has just been a very slow climb of a lead for Heretics, but they have had the upper hand.
Well, exactly, they've had the upper hand, and they've had that lead now for quite some time, going into, you know, the third hard point now. They've still got it, and Nero making a case to break it, but Real once again 27, truly the biggest man in the lobby by quite a margin. Nades are there. Heretics, they may have lost the hard point. We'll go for a listen and hear the break.
Es super pedos arriba, dame un segundo.
Pedos externos se cae,
Puede que sea pedos, está pasado.
Se ha tirado el Jim, se piña cara, flanquea otra vez, un tiro. Puede matar, va para Jim,
Jim, muerto.
La estoy yendo medio contigo, Chemi. Vale, pasarela y punto, chaval.
Pasarela, solo
voy a ir a cara contigo. Hago echar el C2 contigo, Lucky.
Vale, solo buscáis dos scores en el frente y el dos
no,
en
derecha, se me abre. Puedes mirar a la derecha. Tengo la derecha, ¿vale? Tengo la derecha. Barra, otra más detrás en el fireplace. Era 100 barba, era 100 piano.
Era 100 piano,
Yo por delante, yo por delante.
Sí.
Está tocando tiros.
No hace echar,
ahí no cama conmigo. Voy a echarle a, vale.
Tirarle a una, dos.
Está tumbado.
Muerto.
Hay dos más.
Es real rocas.
Hay dos, chavales. Cross muerto. No. Toma fondo. Son dos fondos. Tengo que echar allá. Dos, bro. Yo trabajo cama también. A la izquierda fuera, ¿vale? Muerto, otro más conmigo. Mañana. La bañera y fondo. Bañera, Chema.
Vale, es el último.
Bañera.
Vale, está muerto, ya está.
Están ahí ya.
Ve al fondo. Pueden ir fondo.
Tiro caso. Van a ir por P3. Te miro y sí yo, ¿vale? Y sí, muerto.
Después de 5 tengo yo fondo. Tengo yo fondo. Sí, doy cama, me vas a cama.
Cama no veo.
Entra por el fondo.
Uno muerto. Un tiro en el punto del tío.
Piano.
El P1 tocado, le he dado 2 tiros P1.
Jugando por el
Te va yendo mal.
P1 es real, está bueno.
Cocina.
Muerto.
Súper bueno.
Un
tiro, Paul.
Sí, el de la anterior falta.
Sí, muerto.
Buena esa.
Ya quedan 5. Suma tú, súper. Tengo yo, pero...
¿Tienes los P3?
Te
tengo capa abajo.
Van a ir antes, vale. Van a ir antes, los tiro.
Tengo under.
No hay nadie en la derecha del mapa, bro.
No ven a under,
¿Te está tocando el anterior?
He dejado under, Hacer tengo uno, vale, tengo uno under, bro.
Ahí derecha del mapa. Derecha del mapa.
Real está under en mí, bro.
Pedos
ya, pedos y caos.
Tengo chip yo, ¿vale? Tengo carga.
Vale, puedo matar al de...
muerto.
Aguanta vivo.
Vale, front P2 y cama.
Front P2,
Se
está el tiro.
queda el del punto.
No hace chal, bro, el de
Está
front
piano
P2.
la pisto, piano usted.
No veo, pasarla a pushar. Nero y otro piano usted.
No veo.
Close y Nero.
Está conmigo, está en el...
Nero.
Me mata. El punto, ahí toca a punto y otro más en piano. Uno en nuestro punto y otro en...
Did in fact cast the curse the hell out of the Heretics. Sorry, boys, might be. Over now to Rocco, who've got a firm lead now. Chance, and they've got themselves P2 as well.
Yeah, well, the P2 is going to be better than the actual hill time. A trophy ends up getting him out, but Estriel in prime position to get the kills. They know one man has slipped through white steps. That's going to be super. But on the minimap, he's getting absolutely hunted down. And there you see the coordination, and the snaps are there as well, but the coordination might fall. Pollex loses the extra one. And the spawns, though, still come through from Minnesota. Geo picks him up just in time. So P2 time secured for the moment. This has been a relentless battle.
Yeah, that's great though for Rocker. You started a little slow. You've now managed to pick up some pace. You've got the lead, lads. Here we go into what could be the final hard point if you get all this time, and it's not going to happen. There we go. Nero trying to stay alive here. Another chance. Super finds his way through. Super finds 2 out of it. Esther will true his own. Hard point still in the hands of Rocker for now. It's all on a Real. Trying to get it kills. Nothing. All X is there. Saves the day. 30 to go. You're not going to win it here. The Heretics, they are battling for this time. They do not want to go down to another wire fight on Skyline.
Oh, not at all, and especially not against this team. I gotta say for Paul X, though, he has been winning some insane gunfights. Close range with the aims hasn't mattered to him, so he has been stepping up, but you still gotta deliver. But Rocker, it is more than their game to lose. I mean, they got a massive lead right now that they have been able to accrue. Finally, on a map 1, they might find some success.
Here we go. Nero, the king of the kitchen, brought down by Rancor. A new head chef in place, I think not. Estrel, though, doing the cooking now. The time taken away. Rocker in the firmest of positions to win the map here. Can they hold on to another attack from the Heretics? Here it comes. Real finds 2. Nero now on the pinch. Super gets involved as well. It's a clean break and a good hold.
Yeah, a good hold because Real picks up 3 again. I mean, Real, he has been the titan in this lobby in the kills column, so gotta tip that. But Estrel, he's just taking time, going on the deepest of pinches, and it gets red, but not before it gets one. It does the damage, so the off angle maybe could have costed, but no, they deliver. Super picks up the 2.
Oh, you in? He's in. He's back, folks. Still holding on, Heretics. My word. 15 seconds to rock here on this point. You look at the rotation as well, and it's all good for Rocker. They're over the other side of the map. They're looking at new.
This is gonna be tough to break down. I mean, Real's picking up Aaron kills. There's number 40. He is doing everything he can.
You've got it. Real.
Trying to make things happen, Miles.
All on a Rocker now, though. They've got full control. Rocker in the driver's seat. Lucky looking to get the late minute pinch. Not going to happen. Wait, it's Super and Rancor, the heroes for the Heretics.
Surely there is no way, Miles. This is not going to happen. Not a comeback this large. Not in this kind of moment. I've been told Rocker is the team with grit. Heretics, can they have enough?
Here we go. We put the grit to the test. Lucky holding the front. Oh no! A man from Secret. Real finding kills again. No, Super can't hold on. Still Rancor with them kills. 10 for the win. Heretics are doing it.
How's this for grit? They're gonna get it done. The last set, Geo for 2. The slide's rolling through. It's the contested. Geo gives you everything, but the new man on the block, Super, hits you with the nade, gets the dub.
Oh my word. Heretics. Rancor can barely believe it. Look at his face. And Super, welcome to the league. That's a memorable first map. And a well-played effort there from Rocker. You started slow, lads. You just couldn't finish that line. 2 seconds was all they needed. And the Heretics, vamos indeed in map 1.
Yeah, that is ridiculous stuff. I mean, we were sort of shouting out Real's top 5 play he had early on towards P2, and for good reason. Absolutely disgusting, but he had like 6 of those moments in one game. Real, I mean, just a god amongst men. Top damage, actually not top damage in Lottie. Nero was able to take that, but Nero didn't get the 40 bomb, so he's not getting the praises in that regard. And 14 objective kills for guys like Rancor as well. Yeah, those 2 players frying and thriving.
Fantastic. Quick look at the end of the map, folks. The Skyline, we said, in the end of the first set, so P4 finished up, we were like, yeah, this one's going to come down to the wire, and absolutely did not disappoint. Look at that scoreline, 248, and the Heretics, it all started there.
I mean, this is just pure insanity. And like the ice and resolve and the comps flowing through the new teammates, a lot of crazy stuff happening. And as close as this got, I mean, they just did a great job of like getting all the clear out kills. As big as an impact as Nero made with that gunfight win. Trades instant, Real flying back to make it happen. And frankly, just the double nade kill coming in from Super. Number 1 on the minimap, little cook right there. Might lose the gunfight, but it lands in the perfect spot. Rocker just trying to flood through in the end. The chaos of Skyline always will provide.
Oh man, again, that was a raw nade. That was no cook whatsoever. He sent that in, not even al dente, not a touch of a cook from that nade. It really was a slow one. A Rocker were unable to get out of the bedroom in time. Fragmentation cuts down 2 players, and the frustration there, I mean, come on. You lip read that one all day, folks. Tough scenes for Rocker in map 1. We hope they can maintain that resolve though, because let's face it, folks, these ones always go the distance. Heretics, can they get it done in 4, like Nameless thinks. We'll find out. But hey, what a hard point. Skyline, another 2-second banger to add to the books.
Yeah, and just to sort of toss more stats at you from the Rocker side, they've had 13 series, 8 have gone to game 5, 5 have been 3-1s, whether they win or lose, and they haven't had a single 3-0. Like, they've never been 3-0'd, haven't 3-0'd anybody, so if Rocker are getting some airtime, they're trying to get it all. But the other sort of stat for them is the map ones. They just don't have it in them for whatever reason, just off the rip, and maybe it is just luck not being on their side, because obviously they put up a good fight there, but where they do not succeed in map 1s, in S&D and map 2 specifically, these guys have been fantastic. So you know Rocker are going to hit the bounce back. Question is, can Heretics on their map of Hacienda with the new guy in Super be able to provide?
That's the big question. Heretics have always looked good on Hacienda, especially when it comes to S&D, but we'll find out because they've got a tough opponent to go up against, Chancellor, and that is the man Estriel. He has been a super player for Rocker. He's been a great player. I mean, since he joined the league, there's been a lot of questions around the eye test. He doesn't always look like the best player in the squad, but statistically, he absolutely is. S&D star so far. Look at that, boys and girls.
Yeah, doesn't really get better than first place for many of these stats. So he gets a high level of production, 0.81, super solid, obviously top of the league, and opening to win percentage. This is just for his team where he is #1 actually, so important to know, but super solid. And I know you talk about the eye test. I know for me, on like the mini map test, there's never a moment in time where I feel like Estriel is in a bad spot or making a bad play, whether he's going for the first bloods, trying to be the entry man, or if he's a player to watch in the clutch. The guy clearly has a good eye for the game and always fun to watch him play.
Absolutely. And a key moment we'll be having, again, going into this matchup, watching Estriel. Will he be the difference maker? Heretics have looked good on the map. Super, of course, changes things a little bit. But we'll find out for Rocker. I mean, they are a squad who, we talk about that grit. We talk about the fact you can never count them out. They always get their, they find their moment in the series to keep rolling, and this well could be it. S&D on its way. Both teams on a losing streak as far as things are concerned, but that's coming off the back of, crazy matches in Madrid. A nice rematch between these two. Great looks overall in the S&D chance, 12-9. That for me is enough of a clear indicator to lean Rocker in the start of this one.
At least a little bit, and especially the fact that Heretics have a new man on the squad, a lot more to figure out in S&D. And for Super, I don't know if it's going to be a situation where the team wants to make him more comfortable and let him do the normal thing, or if they just want to sort of slot him into Metal's previous role. But there's going to be a slight lack of comfort on one side. If Rancor gives you the first blood, you feel a lot better. Estriel able to back down, working with Nero, but Rancor, right now, he's just giving you everything. Big advantage, I'd say, for Heretics.
He gives you everything and some. He stays live. He keeps those nades at bay. Brilliant stuff. The body block. Hot hands as well. Here we go. Falls on a nice flank. Picks up at least one. Eyes on the second player as well. So you know the move over towards B for our defending team is there. Are we bringing the bomb as well, Estriel? I love this. You might be able to catch them as they leave the site.
Not anymore. You've sort of lost your timings. You got splits coming through from the Heretics players. They've cleared out the A site. You get Lucky in the window, should be able to spot out the information. So Lucky can see it all. Now he needs to stay alive, and unfortunately for him, just gets caught. And you know where Super is as well. New kid on the block in a 1v2. What do you got?
Oh, he's not going to bang the door. I love this. Oh my! Nice tags into the first. The second man, though, thankfully looking the right way. Super's nade might have just hit the sort of rim of the bomb site and, taking a swim in the lake. Otherwise, that could have been quite the moment. Paul, though, finds 3 in the round. And a lovely bit of recovery here. Good stuff out of Rocker.
And, more themes for the Minnesota Rocker team. Love to see Paul shoot the way he has. I mean, the map loss for map 1 doesn't feel great, but he was shooting his gun, winning some big ones. So he was putting up in the slaying category, and that is a very strong start to the S&D as well. Rancor gives you the first blood, gives you the follow-up, but in the 2v3, Paul X and Estriel. Am I saying by those two? I do just mean Paul X gave you a little something extra. It's a very nice first round.
He popped himself a little 3 milligrams. Get himself rocking and rolling in this round. Here we go. Gio, though, starts off proceedings with a nice bit of tag work through the wall there. And Nero's got the opportunity to pick up the pincher in a big way. Super, though, perfect timing on the drop. He's going to find at least one. That's a red dot. Oh, no. Estriel guns him. Takes care of that. Now you got the man advantage. Real, though, soaring and shooting. Brilliant stuff. A man advantage right now for Rocker.
Oh, but Gio, yeah, I'd back down from that, too. Pick a different direction. And Real is out here full sending. Lucky to 1v3. Not a lot of time, and he is going to get hunted. Minnesota Rocker. Yeah, they're not going to let that one slip. That is high active gameplay. Good decision making. and making sure Real does not put you on an absolute mixtape.
That was close. The first one was bad enough. The second one was a little bit disrespectful. He was definitely going for it. But hey, man, put Omni movement to the test. It works out. Rocker, though, find themselves another round. So good looks from them in the search.
Yeah, and this is sort of as expected their wheelhouse as well. And hopefully we see a nice little bounce back from Heretics, but it's never a fun look when you're picking up the Bloods and end up losing the first one. So you're going to have to dig just a little bit deep here on the defensive end, but if you trust yourself for the hallway domination, you might have to trust yourself again, because they're going right back to it, attacking Rock Hall, and they'll have 2 players meet.
And once again, oh no, it's super on the close. Perfect trades there, magnificent work. 2 for Super, 1 for Real. Now down to Paul, 1v3. And it's a bad look as he's now stunned. That is nearly impossible. Here come the reinforcements. The Heretics will swarm. He might take one with him to the grave, but that is the Heretics on the board.
Yep, shout out Super as well. Very quick to snap into the double corner setup over towards Rock, and there's a lot of pressure in these moments to deliver. Picks up the big 2, secures the round. That is the bounce back you're looking for. Quick and easy, no complaints, no issues, solid trades. They're jumping on the play call as well. Good S&D being played between these 2 teams.
Great hard point, good S&D. I bet the control will be rubbish. No, that's not. Here we go. Here we go. Another round. Scoreboard's a little bit out of whack, folks. Make sure to look at the player profiles to find out the real stats. Speaking of the real stats. Oh, yeah, come on. Come on. Couple of dads over here.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Yeah, you do. I've seen you play ranked. Real checking absolutely everything.
Yeah, but they just have no space on the map. They have gone for such a turtled setup, and Rocker in the meantime have just gotten so active. Nero posted up in a corner. You got mid-map covered by Paul down low. And you're even spotting out the information on the cross. So Estriel at least is going to be able to tell you a lot of pressure over towards A. And Super is an island player, so a lot of things developing on the mini-map, but that is a tough development. At least the trades are through for a 3v3, but this mini-map right now is chaos.
At 2 lucky. And now he's banged up. Geo, massive advantage there in the hit points department. He's going to be able to put him out of play. That advantage to Rocker, and nearly, now a 2v1. Rencor with less than 30 seconds to go. Can he recover bomb, or can he find the kills? It does look like for now, Minnesota Rocker, they should have eyes on that bomb. At the very least, Paul knows it's there. And here come the reinforcements, and Rencor, a matter of time to take the fights, and he has to be decisive. He's got to get going. Here's the final 10. How's the fight going to go? Not well enough. Nero holds his nerve, wins the round.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate stuff with the nade at the start. Whatever, one lands on your teammate when they're cooking a frag, does that extra bit of damage. So I think that's how the First Bloods technically got traded out. But into 3v3, guys like Super trying to make the play, but just the fact that Lucky gets picked by Geo, the difference maker, and Rocker make sure they handle their man advantage situations to a T. So Geo's been on point with the wall banks. I mean, he's found, I think it might have been Lucky twice, actually, through walls. That's tough.
Yeah, Geo's been the X-ray master so far. I think he's sitting at 5 kills. A nice 3-1 lead so far for Rocker. Again, man advantage situations, and this is a perfect run. Plenty of members of the Heretics over here by B as well, and a single kill there takes Geo out of the equation. So the walls are now safe. You can put your backs to whatever you want now, lads. Heretics not letting go of B.
Yeah, they've dominated the B side on the defensive end. And Nero, keep in mind, he is making this play with the bomb, so you have to make a play if you have the man disadvantage, but with the bomb is always dicey. Super down low, might just be common everything he could potentially hear up above him. And he gets the first blood, or at least the next pick as well, and in the back line. Oh, man. Look at that read on Estriel, and if not, Rencor would have gotten the kill. Nero for a 1 versus 4. Godspeed.
I mean, honest to God, that was a superb play from Super. Not only does he, I mean, the first kill was impressive enough. He uses the Super Dumpy to bang the door open. So he sprints backwards into that door to bang it open, to bait the player out through mid. Easy kill there. Picks up the next guy, you know, trying to take care of his teammate. That was a superb play out of Super. All puns intended. Absolutely love what I saw at that round.
Yeah, and even just for Heretics now back-to-back defensive rounds where they just completely dominate you over towards Rock and over on that B site. I mean, Rocker maybe trying to work it as well. If it's going that painful, they might be forced to just go to A later on, but Super awareness on point. Don't know if he got the comms earlier on, but either way, fantastic read, great kills. And I know the scoreboard's broken, but Super has quite a few in this game as well.
Yeah, great work, man. We'll look at Super in a second. Over to Lucky though, 1 and 4 for now. We're going to get that bomb down. That's going to certainly help. No one from Rocket nearby. It's going to be Paul, the first man into the action. He will be the one making contact first, and there it is. He has discharged his rifle, and it has not amounted to a whole lot. Lucky now on the reposition. Trophies are gone. Nice tags into Nero, but not going to be enough to get the job done. Now on the setup, the 4v4. 30 seconds on the clock. Let's dance.
You just run out of time. Flanks rolling through. Freebie there from Real. Or maybe not the movement good enough to leave Lucky in a 1 versus 4 where the damage is great, but simply not enough. The devil in the details in a game like this, in the retake successful. Nero, the speedster in that moment, just enough to bait Real into death.
That was nice. Really cool retake. Rocker, once again, they get their man advantages. I think they had the first blood in that round as well. It was Nero. He's been sensational search and destroy for the Rocker side. Estriel might be getting all the loves in the stats, but man, another good round out of them. Lucky finding himself in these 1vx situations every time on the attacking rounds. Rocker, big defensive work, 4-2.
They've gotten shut down at B so many times. What does Minnesota Rocker do? Right back to B. They do not care. Hey, maybe this one will work. It's the blind counter. This time, nobody's home. So all that successful B defense, and maybe Heretics just get baited into it. Nero with the first blow.
Good man advantage. You get the first one at the very least. Super unable to catch these players out. Trophy system's going to save him. Geo finds another lovely tags again. Super gets the damage, but no one is going to be there to pick it up. Geo has done more than enough to take care of the player in Boathouse. Lucky and Super, good luck, boys. 2 on Rock, 1 out by Checkers. This is a tight setup.
They're just trying to wake the pinch happen. It's first player make contact, other guy try to get in and make a play, but they got eyes on Lucky. Super gives you 1, and Lucky does the damage for another. Nero between the pair of them, and Superhero on the 1v3 effectively. New kid on the block. Man might be a star.
Hey, Dios mío, Super. And he's playing it cool. I wouldn't be playing it cool. I'd be on my feet. That was a 3. What a retake. Vamos, Heretics. 1, 2. Actually, sorry, this was the trace. That was the 3rd kill. Unbelievable. We get to watch it all back here, folks. Super slide sight. After Lucky's intel play there, Nero's tagged up. Super wins the 1 on the player going for the poke, and the final man, Nero. It's the iron on his hip that gets the kill. Super. Another great round.
And again, just to tip it to Lucky as well, that's a fantastic little side view there. So shout out to the observers of just catching Lucky distracting 2 different players and setting his boy up for the big play. So you set him up, you got to knock him down, and you've done so. Of course, though, Heretics still down 4-3, but Real has been hyperactive in the first blood category. This time wins it, but this time not traded out because Real is him. 3v2 for Heretics.
Hey, careful, Super. Friendly fire? I don't think he hit him.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, that slows the play down somewhat. It's a love tap. Good job, bro. Big, heavy pat on the back. A-bomb site wide open. Nobody home. Heretics going to be able to get this plant. Nero, though, moving fast and with pace. Liberty has sped his step now. Will he catch these players? Are they going for it? Yeah, a little too late. Oh, no, it wasn't. Lucky down. 2v2.
That's the opportunity. Now it's Geo, him and Nero working together. And Geo's taking a route, so Nero wants to get the intel, and again, it might be just whoever makes first contact, send the next guy in for the kill. Geo making noise, Geo finds the pick, and now you got the 1-man isolated. Might be a breakdown unless Super can deliver again.
But it's Super. It was fine, but the bad news, it's Super! And look at this! That's 3 sensational rounds for the rookie.
This is just to tie it up. We might have a banger, but Super handling the ice for the squad. A 2-point game in the Hardpoint where he gets the big double kill towards the end to win it for the team. And here he is now. Nero guesses wrong, imperfectly played, gets out of dodge. Don't overcommit to the gunfight. Finish him off with a pistol. Nice little pump action there as well. Super. Back-to-back heroic rounds.
Uno pump though, just the Uno. He's having a map. 4-4. Hacienda still looking solid for the Heretics, but we're not over yet. 2 more rounds. Have we got it in us? Rocker once again. It's the defensive rounds that have been superb kind to them, but we'll find out. Nades up. That's not going to hit unless anyone hits the window at the right time. Renkor nearly. That would have been something.
This is just going to be such a distant retake for the 4v4. That's bombed down for free. And if you're having to like clear out through spawn and Heretics are going for the full wrap, it takes so much time to check everything. And the setup right now for Minnesota Rocker, pretty solid. Tough one to break down.
Yeah, real tough. You're going to make your way through archers and be in trouble. If they take the long route, they're going to be in trouble again. Here comes the 2-man hit through route. Ah, there you go, Nero. Nice opener. He's going to vacate. RC car might help out. Real finds one. And here it goes. Zoom, zoom through the middle of the map. You force Nero out of permission. And here we go. 2v2. Gio makes it now all down to Real. Real, 1v1. You know exactly where he is. Not enough time to get the defuse. But Heretics, what an attempt. If not for the timing, they were on for that one. RC car doesn't quite work out. Map point Rocker.
Good Lord. I mean, everything. It is just a battle between these two teams. This is a tough one. You feel the pressure in shades of what was happening in the major. Absolute square up battle where it can come down to the wire, but job's not finished. Round away for Minnesota Rocker. We'll see if they can execute and tie this series up, or if Heretics are just going to continue to pull off those blender sort of moments, force it to around 11, and test their mettle again.
For Rocker this time round. Zoom over towards the A side of the map. Nobody home. The Heretics will be. B plant. Full setup here for the Heretics. Pull down and out. Gives them a big advantage. There's Renkor with another big one from Rock. Super in the tight corner. A late flank here from Gio. And there's no way we're going to around 11. Gio's going to do what he can, but there is no way, boys and girls. Rocker, you had your chance. Don't let it slip like the skyline. Chance to be back in a moment, folks. Until then, around 11 between the Heretics and Rocker. Who gets defense again will possibly determine how this one goes down. Welcome back, Mr. Ashworth.
Thank you, thank you.
It's round 11, by the way. Here we go.
I know, brother. I know. We're trying to get turned for this one.
RC cars expended for both sides, so not a streak to play with as far as we're aware. And it's a bang out of A. We're all going for it. Send it in, lads. Trophy systems at play. Real looking to be the furthest man forward right now for the Heretics. Tagged up. Oh, the fence work is doing its very best to keep him alive. Here comes Gio for the kill. And he gets it. First blood. Over to Lucky. Unable to get the trade. Paul drives the spear deeper. 2v4.
It's the grit. It's the grit. And Renkor can't get it done. Just like that, Minnesota Rocker, the ice provides again.
Oh. A little too gritty as Rocker managed to find the window and stop the run of the Heretics, and not even Super with 3 absolutely brilliant rounds to put that one down. 1-1 tied up going into control.
Yeah, and I love it, man. This is a good Call of Duty being played. Even if Skyline is a map, can be just insanity. The guys absolute provided. And around 11 as well. Great battles in the S&D, man. These two teams, for whatever reason, they decide to deliver. So fun work for them. And as you pointed out, for the protocol control, maybe the only stinker, but it is a different look as well. The B zone has been adjusted. And I think this is an important map as well to see if either of these teams can set themselves apart, because in effect, control was the difference maker at the major.
I'm just happy we're not seeing a Vault S&D in this one, but that's enough of us. We'll take over to the desk now to break down the last 2.
Me too, Miles. Me too.
Yes.
Can we bring Rewind back?
Can we? Who do we talk to?
Whoever's decision it was.
Who is in charge of these decisions?
I personally like
players?
the decision of Rewind not being in. I feel like we should bring back another DLC map or BO4 map.
I think we should take a look at highlights from map number 2.
I guess we can do that
this
too.
Is Search and Destroy. It had 11 rounds. Which one do you want to walk me through, Alley Cat?
Personally, I want to walk around the last one because they were so
too bad. We're starting with round 2.
And tired of Real being outer fence. But this was a really great Search and Destroy. I want to say from both sides, especially for Minnesota Rocker. They've been struggling in the S&D recently. I touched on it earlier. They went from like a top 3 to like maybe 5th, 6th, a little bit more middle of the pack. They weren't closing out those later S&Ds in the game 5. So for Minnesota Rocker, maybe an opportunity here to expand their map pool. On the flip side, Super is pretty freaking good.
Yeah, the kid's unbelievable. And it's just funny because you look at the series from the major, same 2 maps, 1-1, same team won each respective map, so we're kind of getting a mirror of that series. But for Minnesota, typically they like to go B on this map. We saw some good A pushes this time around. You know, in that very last round, just all-out aggression, just playing their trades, letting it work for them. But yeah, I'm impressed by Super. Slow start to that map 1, Chris, but in this game too, the kid was unbelievable. We're seeing some huge highlights here. Big kill, transition over to the heady, finds the kill to clutch up the round. Might have something special, man.
Spanish players coming out of the woodwork and making their impact felt around the CDL. It was Rancor for Major 1. Now Super has his premiere in our Major 2 qualifiers. We got to remember, though, it is knotted up at 1-1 because of this round. Minnesota takes round 11. Allie, walk me through it.
They were just tired of Real being over here. So you saw that early aggression where literally almost all 4 players from Minnesota Rocker were just trying to lay that damage into Real. He ends up getting taken down in that first blood, and then from then on, Minnesota Rocker were like, we have the bodies, we have the trades, so we can just push right onto site. We go for this plant, doesn't even matter. They get the kills. The Minnesota Rocker aggression and grit once again, getting them that match.
Yeah, I mean, the issue there for Miami is like if you have some hallway control and you can get up top secret, you can kind of even out odds there, maybe get a trade. Just positionally, they just didn't have it, right?
Yeah.
So Real kind of gets caught, and then Rencor's just too deep into their base, right? So just aggressive, something that, you know, Minnesota noticed early on, like, hey, we can take advantage of this, and works out 6-5. Same thing they did in that last time they played.
It's time to draw some conclusions, Nameless, as we are wrapping up halftime here. What do you have from game 1?
Yeah, let's jump into it. Let's talk about the end of this HP. I mean, a lot of Rock fans probably watched this like, how the hell did we not win this? So it just comes down to their setup here. And, you know, this is something they probably went over a million times. You can see 241 to 218. They need 9 seconds, and they have positioning over at New Hill, right? So you got Gio. He's here at Old. He's going to find a kill and then eventually get traded. But here's where the issue comes in. So you got Lucky, the guy we're always highlighting at the end of these skylines, making big plays. He's going to go around here and find a pick onto Estriel. And this is why this is such a bad setup. If you're the side of Minnesota, you should probably have a guy back Umbrella because he just has so many angles. Like Estriel's focused over here for when the player kills Gio trying to get a trade. If he's back Umbrella, he can see stairs, he can see the back, he can even assist Hill, and the player that flanks around top cannot kill you, right? I know that's a lot of lines, but those are the sight lines. And what happens here is you got Paul X looking down low, so you don't have this right side choke. You have nobody watching it. So let's jump back into it, play it, see how this plays out. Like right here, if you're Estriel, you just want to be at that umbrella. You don't want to be exposed. He ends up getting picked, and then Paul X has to redirect his attention, which then allows the player in the hill to die, and now you have Miami Heretics with full control of this hill. You're going to reposition Rencor up top, and it's a trade battle, but what happens here is that we get a spawn out. We've seen it so many times. You're going to see a player spawn over here on the side of Heretics, which just allows them to come in and sandwich them, find an extra kill. A dead nade comes in from Rencor for the 2-piece, and that's all she wrote. Just a huge break at the end, which comes through Lucky. We keep saying his name.
And not only that, like you saw in your mini-map there a couple of seconds ago, like number 5, Paul X, he was going to go and hit that lower side from kitchen. He ends up backtracking, going back towards mid with his teammates to just flood through front, where we're watching over and over and over again. They're just running into this pre-fire of this SMG, and it's like, I almost wish he committed to that route.
It's just tough.
Lucky grenade saved Miami that game. Let's keep it real. Well done, though, as Miami has now gone to a round 11 in a game 2, looking stronger than I thought in Search and Destroy. We've got map number 3 loading up here in just a moment. Alley Cat, are you confident in your pick right now?
I am still confident in my pick, but this should be a bang out of a control, where the last series it was 2 horrible control teams going at it at their worst map. This is 2 pretty good control teams going at it at their best map, so this should be a banger.
Game is ready. Miles and Chance, it's your turn.
Well, thank you very much, team. We'll find out how the control goes now. Protocol, yeah, new B zone. Chance, we've seen a few of these now. What are your thoughts and feels about the change?
I think I like it. You know, the biggest problem you have on protocol is like the spawn traps, which that is still going to exist for the offensive end. But now it's when you make it towards the B zone, there's just less things to watch. You could push out back lighthouse, force the deep spawn, and just funnel people in through the middle of the map. You don't constantly have to worry about the computer's pressure. So I think it makes life a little bit easier for the offensive team, which is needed and nice. Question is, how well can the players handle the new adjustments as well? Because on short notice, some teams will just be better than others.
Yep, it's the way it goes, folks, until we get our ducks in a row for a lot of our squads. Let's see how this one goes for Heretics. Ali called it. 2 teams who are good at control, a good map for both of them. See how the change affects the outcome here. Heretics, though, of course, a little bit of a different look. Super has been fantastic so far in that search and destroy. The hardpoint wasn't terrible either. Let's face it, 2-second victory. But this is how the last few games of control have looked so far. Last 5, in fact. And what do you know, Chance? Not great.
Yeah, there's a lot of stats coming in. When we had the 23 vault controls in a row at the start of the year, a lot of teams either had good-looking control or bad-looking control, but it was only for one map. And now that other maps are getting forced in the rotation, there are some teams that have been exposed. So control, definitely a pain point for both of these squads. Certainly the place where they need to step it up, and maybe the new adjustment can help them just out a little bit on protocol. And I know on the side of Heretics, a big reason why they actually got the leg up over Minnesota come major time. So you want to close it out on the swing mode, and especially so for Heretics, because map 4, a vault hardpoint, the Rockers still have a perfect record. So not technically a must-win map here for Miami, but more than likely should be.
It would be nice, let's face it. Well, to find out how this all goes down, new look on protocol for both of these teams. The rankings overall not been great yet. They were part of the vault inflation early on in the season.
There you go. Yeah.
But both of them on a 2-game control losing streak. We'll see if this changes. Who's gonna get it, boys and girls? Rocker, they will be on attack first, and it looks like we're going to be.
Hey, that's an interesting call as well off the rip. You're going to have to win a lot of gunfights to sort of get through, and Rancor just simply not going to let that happen. He posts up on the P2 heady, and he's dropping everybody in sight, so Rancor going to shut down that entire push by himself, and now his SMGs get to be nuisances inside their spawn.
Rancor.
But it might just be him.
Hey, if you play that guy in rank, you'd be screaming cheer at that moment in time. What a start from him. 5-1. Real into your spawn. Real with a fadeaway. Paul's in trouble. Smooth shot, stays alive, gets his boys out of spawn. Rancor, though, is in your spawn, and he is hot right now, 6-2.
Yeah, Rancor is going to be sweating. He's like, guys, like, I'm in the mix right now. I'm in war, just a little bit of help, but it's still these players that are just being, again, nuisances behind enemy lines. But Rocker don't necessarily entirely clean house. Super the last one behind enemy lines they got to worry about. Geo on time, so uncomfortable, eventually overwhelmed. And this has been pretty solid stuff on the defensive end, literally just because of Rancor.
The man doing it all. 35 seconds to go. Real still in spawn. Lucky here now as well. Estra with lovely awareness. Plucks Spiral from his life, and now back over towards the other side of the map, though you don't get into a zone though, lads. So you're in the red. 23 seconds to go. You should be able to get into the A zone at the very least. Lucky's going to have a present for you waiting in a few seconds. Here comes Super through the middle of the map. Geo managed to catch one out. Time still ticking. Here we go.
Yeah, I fear Estra in that moment probably needed to pick up a kill or at least slow him down, but instead it's still just chaos. So difficult to get control of, and now you got the flanks rolling through, and it would have been a freebie, but the awareness on point, and maybe Rocker again, 10 seconds left on the game clock. They might have the grit another time.
Oh, this is the second segment gone. The third is about to complete. Lovely kills. The third man joins the point into the fray, and now it's a strong offensive line here from Rocker. Into the fight you go. Geo on a 3 spree. Looking for number 4. Spots out Real perfectly. Will he win the gunfight? Yes, indeedy, son. Over towards B. The capture's already begun. You've got the numbers, and this could well be the zone.
And you gotta make sure you pick up top. Geo is a little there late, so he at least gets the trade, but unfortunately Nero falls. Now Paul X needs support on the outer lane. There's one for Geo, the lineup for 2, and Nero gets the extra one, and he is instantaneous, looking for some spawners, forcing just the death spawn. This might be an offensive round success. Rocker finding every single kill, and with a 7 versus 2, you'd rather die than give up the ticks. How about that for Minnesota?
They still give up 4 segments, so 4 ticks into the bank of Rocker going into round 2. Great stuff. Opening B hit was good. I mean, Renkor's defense was admirable and again noteworthy, but not enough to stop anything there. First looks here from Heretics against Super, just that new player in the squad. There's a tiny lack of cohesion there. And that is certainly costing you. Rocker start things off well. 12-8 though for Rencor. Can't do anything but tip it.
12 on defense, like 12 in any round. That's a third of their lives. That's insurmountable. And keep in mind, Minnesota had 7 left over. So that's what, 12 kills out of the 23 total. So in spite of that Herculean effort, Geo gives you a little bit something more towards the end, and Rocker get an offensive round win. So offense, again, I think is going to be a little bit easier now with the change, but maybe like a 5 or 10% difference.
Geo, very difficult to deal with. Super finally getting there. Nice work on the fadeaways, but he's lost the front line battle, and now Rocker are pressing forward with something. Nice shots at Nero and a Paul, find themselves 2 more, and that is again Heretics. They are well up the creek, no paddle in sight.
Yeah, welcome to hell. Nero's just waiting for either one of his teammates to die or someone in the left lane, but I guess it was too easy that he went blind. But even where Nero falls, Paul here on a 3, right here to pick him up. Trades maybe not going to be out and about. Actually, Rocker have pumped the brakes. They're happy to slow the game clock down because, again, you are just a massive thorn in their side.
Oh, yeah. Estriel, a tremendous barb. Oh, come on, son. 7 now. He's so close to the Hellstorm as well. Can he stay alive? At least get 1 more kill. Some points, maybe. Lovely movement, but lucky there. Just in the nick of time to take care of business. 20 odd seconds remaining here, and nice shots out of Real. Going to get the Heretics back out into the open. Are they able to get towards either of the zones? A is going to be the only one they can really touch base on here, and it might be the round. I don't know if anyone's actually going to be able to get here in time. A good bit of work from Rocker on the defense.
Yeah, and Rancor was just chilling over by helicopter for so long. He doesn't hop onto the point until there's 6 seconds. And yeah, those kills are just free. Real trying to make an impact on the B zone. Can't get anything done. And that has just been a brutal blender of a round. I mean, that is a devastation effort in that moment. Heretics, unfortunate for them. They had nothing going.
Unreal. Well, that's 2 perfect rounds so far from Rocker. Walking through this one happily. They've got a massive advantage in the segments as well as the kills so far. So defense for round 5 if we have to get there, but they're on track for a good one. We've still seen plenty of comebacks here in control. Heretics gonna have another stab at the defense now, and it's just all smiles from Rocker, as it should be. Something's very funny in that camp. That's 2 rounds now in a row where they're giggling.
From what I understand, all these guys are just fantastic friends. Like, great chemistry in and out of game. They all live together over in Texas, and they've just been building the vibe. So a fun squad. Even when they were down 5-0 in the S&D, they were still laughing about it, which is a fantastic sign, I would say.
Yeah, wonderful mental resolve. Paul and Gio get the first kills there for the Rocker boys. They battle their way across the open side of top mid, and no one's going to be home. You've still got space there to work with. Nero finds himself on the inside of Granny's. Glass break. Super, though. Still too dangerous to deal with. He and Real get theirs. Heretics now with a lot of presence across top.
I wonder what Estriel wants to do in this moment. His teams, they're just going to be getting spawn killed relentlessly, so he's going to have to be the player to find a way to open things up. So Estriel's got to debate what zone do you go for, and everybody else has to get past Real. You got Estriel, though, and Paul X have opened up the B section of the map, and there's all the kills rolling through. That's a clean 4 down in the feed, and now Estriel already on this B zone. The capture going quick.
Absolute. Whoa, what an awkward fight there from Real. That stun might connect, but the teammates, they're not going to be able to get anywhere near that B zone. First segment gone. Second on the way out as well. Can Real find a window to get his way through the low route? His teammates now through spawn. They're about to get pinched by Nero as well. This could be huge. Oh, no need. Geo finds 2 upstairs. 22-17, the life count of the B zone is about to be captured.
Yeah, and that's the different look at the B zone. The spawns get a little bit more distant there from Heretics, and I said a quick capture out of like instinct, but no, they just left Estriel on it for the longest time for the solo cap because it was so much easier to just watch every other lane of approach. So a beautiful moment. You go from getting spawn killed to running them over. A 7 life advantage, plenty of time in Estriel. I mean, he is all class. Another 5 spree. I mean, this is just insanity what they're putting together on the minimap.
Yeah, I'm loving what we've seen out of Nero as well. These are good shots, folks. That is not a long barrel on that man's Jackal. Fantastic work. Paul's on a 5 as well. Astral once again close enough to the streaks. Can he get back inside it? You may as well soak this out, son. Just staying on the outside, looking for the regen. He gets a little bit of damage, no for the kill, and that is a big one. It's not enough though to get the streaks there. He might have got it, but who needs it, man? Rocker, you boys absolutely smoked him on protocol.
Yeah, you know, apologies to Easy Mac because the kill feed bugging out towards the end is going to make his life miserable, but it's not miserable for Rocker. That was a beautifully played protocol control offense, having so much success, and as soon as they got out of the spawn trap, things were singing so much sweeter, and that's a vibey squad. You don't get devastated when you're in the spawn trap. You don't get down on yourself. You trust your teammates to figure out a way to bail yourself out, and they do exactly that. And those boys snapped into position on the mini-map. Every single player in the right spot at the right time when you needed. Plenty of multi-kills like rolling through. I feel like Looney, the coach for Minnesota Rocker, is going to be a happy man.
Absolutely. Well, I did call it. I mean, the first two maps bang out. It's the third one. Yeah, who knows, mate? There you go. Well, Vault Hardpoint. This could be very interesting indeed. Red card S&D will be needed for the Heretics fans, but right now, Vault is where we go next. Say goodbye to Protocol. 3-0. Highlights are going to be all Rocker. Outside of the first round with Renko, we give all the love. Minnesota put on a show for us there. Masterful play and sensational work. The drive-by hipfire is Nero. He had himself a map.
Yeah, all these gunfights, just continued. Those are some of the most ridiculous I feel like we have in Black Ops 6, the little zip battles. But all things considered, I feel like any take a gander at the mini-map. Rocker just knew when they needed to post up, get kills, or when they needed to fly forward. Even this little run from Geo, maybe not a big fan of me, like him having to trade out Lucky, but he ended up being the man in the perfect position. As soon as he gets all those kills as well, just starts attacking their spawn. Make sure you force the most distant one possible. So, I mean, Rocker quite literally doing everything. Astral had himself a blender of the map as well, and Nero wins absurd gunfights, long barrel or not. I mean, him at range with the Jackal. I can't do it. I'm not that good. Not even close.
I think the one difference, he might be able to equip recoil springs, which we're not able to do in ranked, but who knows, Lawrence? If you're listening, my friend, we'd love to have that change. So us submachine gun players, probably sweating a little bit more.
When you say we, what do you mean? That's a you thing. I like this meta personally. I've been enjoying myself.
What you talking about? I'm with the Rocker boys here. I'm all smiles going to this one. Well, Vault on its way, folks. Charles, how do we feel about the Vault? Which way are we leading here? Which way are we dressing?
Well, just to regurgitate what we were saying before map 3, the protocol probably a must-win for Heretics, just because on map 4 you have Minnesota Rocker, an immaculate record on Vault. I'm not trying to say they're the best team in the game on that map. They are certainly not. They have had a ton of nail-biter victories, but like every single time it comes down to the wire on that map specifically, they come out on top every single time. And if we're just going to be stats junkies on this one, map 1s for Minnesota Rocker have been terrible on this year. The 2-point loss provided that same sort of category in this series. But map 4, Minnesota Rocker, very different hardpoint team, a lot stronger in the deeper series.
Yeah, the longer it goes, the harder it gets for the team playing Rocker. 5-0. Oh dear. Well, the 2-4 is nothing crazy because, again, statistically, we can give the Heretics a little bit of wiggle room here with Super on the roster, but it's not been a bad showing for him whatsoever. Can he give us another superb performance? Can we see a little bit of that super magic to help the Heretics force to game 5? That red card will be interesting if we get there, but until then, it's all good for Minnesota Rocker. Our Saiyans stronger after every fight. Can they close out here? Surely, Chance, surely, again, the map favored them. Right now, performance and everyone's individual plays looking good. This has got to be Rocker's map to lose.
You'd imagine, and keep in mind, Rocker can play with zero fear because they don't mind a map 5 either. They go to a map 5, they get more airtime, everybody's happy, but Real, obviously, on the side of Heretics, will be the man of the hour, the lethal threat, the god amongst men on the skyline, only 40 bomb in the lobby, and Nero kept up with him in the damage category, but the multi-kill machine that Real was, I mean, quite literally the main reason why they were able to win that nail-biter game. So, look for a good performance for him on the Vault. Question is, can he capitalize? Maybe some of the more important stats we saw from Minnesota Rocker on this map. 4th overall in holds, so super strong when they're able to get those rotations, but they're even better at the breaks. So Rocker, they will deliver no matter how bad the situation might be.
Hey, Astral, nice 2. They line up for a moment. Their last man left alive is going to be Gio for a second, and he's doing everything he can to keep this hard point out of anyone's hands. Good stuff. Yep, you're on the ball again. Nice drive by Intel, damage as well. Dum 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 dum. Hardpoint have Rocker.
Yeah, how about that for the teamwork as well? Gio has 0 kills, but probably 3 different assists, helping out all these engagements. And then being able to flip the spawns. This is quite literally as good as it gets, and he didn't have no kills because he wasn't shooting. Able to collect a pair as well. Unfortunately, they do not block the spawn, so they're gonna have to cut their losses and reposition. And Paul X, the man of the hour, he is there as well.
Paul Eximus, Maximus, Decimus, Kickassimus. Over to the new hardpoint we go. Nero, the lone man, surrounded right now, but Gio gets rid of Real before he gets any shenanigans of the diving board done. And it is a perfect hardpoint so far for Rocker. Spawns to the back right now for the Heretics, but again, you're set up for this. There's the split. Super will get to the fight a little late. And surely you'll start to identify this, but no need. Oh dear, Nero out of the hardpoint into the kill feed.
Ah, oh, come on. I was about to say, Paul gave him that one shot call out, and there was 0 hesitation to kick open that door. Nero, one of the straightest shots we have in the league, and even guys like Paul, they have been delivering. Might have jinxed him in the moment. Nero finally falls after 5, but this is for 20 seconds of scrap time that, frankly, I don't know who's going to get, because everybody spawned in the back.
Yeah, we're on the back still. I mean, that's a nice, yeah, trade's complete. See you later, folks. 7 measly seconds. All the Heretics were able to squeeze from that unbelievably difficult setup Rocker held there. Over now towards P3. And not a fun hardpoint whatsoever. Nero's going to be the man from down low. Rancor reads it, deals with him, and that's going to be a little bit of time. Hopefully now going towards the Heretics. As let's face it, they need it.
Yeah, it's super though. He does the biggest win. He had players trying to pour in through line, and dear God, maybe he didn't have the biggest win. Maybe the biggest win is Gio, who just sliding out, challenging top art like that. Those are ungodly gunfight wins, and this is just continuous where Gio is doing whatever he wants. He has been playing with newfound confidence this year, and frankly, well earned.
Yeah, well, indeed. Time though still for the Heretics. A couple of good kills. Trophies now in place. You should be able to string some of this together. 25. Get the ball rolling right now, Miami. That's what you need. 20 seconds to go, and it's not looking great. That's 3 down instantly. Is Nero now still trying to keep something going? Rocker have been a force here on ball so far. And I was going to say things have slowed down, but they absolutely have not. Rocker full control. 3 dead again. It's just magnificent work from Minnesota.
Yeah, and because of the Nero spawn out, he just gets to be annoying on the other side of the map. So Heretics are not even remotely close to being able to contest. Frankor wins a nice gunfight on Gio, but I think Gio is just going to spawn right in the back, so it's still fine. The next player that followed was Nero, and he actually spawns out to Heretics. They're just going to fly through. They were so distant, and then they just shred you. The hold not looking good for Minnesota now.
They all line up through the back door. Is this going to pay off? Yeah, it will for a second. Good shots out of Super. Nice work from Rancor. Everyone wins their ones. Pressure now all through that one side of the map. Lucky lines them up. Lucky finds 2. Real's nade damages as well. Now to the other side we go. Nero with a pinch. Lovely shots from Gio there at range. As Real, is he going to time this right? Yeah, he is. Lovely stuff. Somehow walks away with no friendly fire damage.
Dude, this is just looking like a 0 ping lobby where everybody is getting shredded. Like, got like players in power positions in the top windows just getting evaporated off the map. But that is a, make no mistake, massive bailout moment from the Heretics. That could have been a devastating P4, but they find a way to break through. As you pointed out, Miles, they win a ton of their ones just to make sure everybody is contributing. And now long-term, maybe in a decent spot. Lucky blocking the spawns for P2. Everybody else collecting the kills to try to get these guys out of this P1 time. Still going to be mixy because the Jackals provide, but Real, final few gunfights here. Doing his very best to keep things active. A P1 worth fighting for.
His best wasn't sadly good enough. It's Paul. He finds a couple there. Over to Super. Oh, lovely damage on the second player. Enough for Rancor to get in there. Sure is. Enough for Rancor to get a second kill, though. Somehow stay alive in this position. The timing might be great. Not enough for the trophy, though, sadly. Paul! Wow, what a play. 3 down. Once again, hardpoint Rocker.
Yeah, ooh, those spawns, though. Oh, those spawns, though.
Oh, they didn't see it. They don't read it. Estral, that's a problem, innit, mate? Hey, there we go. New hardpoint. Still squirrely spawns. Where's number 2 gonna know? Number 2's left-hand side, so this is a wild scenario. Good luck, Super. Fight your way out of this one. First kill goes his way. The second does as well. Absolute bloody pandemonium.
I mean, as it should be. Heretics get the break, and in the mixy moments of the P2, Minnesota, we'll test the grid. We'll just go to a listen-in.
I got him. He's early. Yeah, I cut it. There's one there. Two there. One absolute. They're top front. We're blocking the back. He needed me. I rode it back. I got it. And absolute back. I have a truck. Super. Nice. One's gonna be back. One's gonna be front truck on you. He didn't get out. One's gonna be close front. Still always. I'm on close. He's big time. Nice. He jumped on mid, I think. He might go ball. Looking for middle. We're sitting in middle. I'm in full. Diving out. I want that shirt now. This guy's gonna spawn gold. Missing rank core. He's close. One shot lucky. I should've gone. Top gold. He got, bottom art. I'm going bottom art. I'm going lion. I'm guaranteed gold. There's one gold and art. Bottom art on me, Real. Still gold. There's none of them going on. Good. Real, I'm holding middle left. Real, he's on the mid car. He's stunned in the car. I can't see him, Real. Lucky one shot in the car. Real, one shot. All good. Next thing I'll get the top. I'll get the middle. Real's going lion. Top art. He's gonna be you. He's gonna go you. Top art. Top art. Let's try to get some time. I'm trying to get how are you? All open pillar. Come on, weak as fuck, super. He's dead. Nice, good shit. I'm trying to one might be Lucky. I'm turning around. I got you. I'm playing him. One shot dead. Make sure you. I tried to line palm tree. I do square. We're good. Yeah, there's one gate. I have all your right across mark. I'll get Tom. I'm back it up. I'll get Tom. I'll play him deep left. I'm in new. Okay, there's two pool. I'm trying out right. One's going T0, one's going home. I'll get Tom. I'll just super. Bullet super. I'll get double square. Go middle. Dead. I have your right. Left. I get bottom mark weak. Hold right now. No, he's not bottom mark yet. I'm one shot. I'm going further. Back right again. I have right across. You have my left still? Yeah. Back right cross. Back right rail. Nice. I want to be cool thing. Definitely cool. Front door. Side door. Nice. I'm blind out. There's one.
It's an absolutely brilliant work chance from Minnesota Rocket. These boys are doing it all.
This is why I couldn't believe the first go around on P40 that they got broken down, because 2 times now they've achieved so much space on the map as the hill pops that, like, it's just the dream situation. So easy to call out. I have this cross, I'm looking this, you have my back. Yeah, there's so much time to coordinate it, and Rockers certainly make that one look a lot easier. And this is just shaping up to be a blowout. I think Super at this point, he's just happy when he dies to a Rocker player rather than his teammates nading him.
All right, that's unfortunate. It's a nice 3 in the feed there, though, for the Heretics boys. Back over to P1 we go for the third go around, and what a serious hardpoint this has been for Minnesota Rocker. A sensational display of skill here on Vault. Good comms, great gunny, and they've been super soaking. Bit of a retake situation here, gonna get that break, and that's nice work for Paul and Gio back over the point. Lucky banged up, dealt with it. That's gonna be another one. Over to Super. Can he find some time here? The trophies now complete their job. Their duty has ended, but yeah, so has the Heretics boys. That's Rocker back in the point once again, and Rencor is doing everything he can, man.
I mean, you know, we're trying, but it has just been a tough one here on Vault. Map never looking too good for them, and they've just gotten pieced up by a different player on Rocker every single time. This time it was, I think, Gio that threw up 2 in the feed. Previously it was Nero, and I think Rocker with a lead this comfortable, they're just allowed to play with a lot more freedom. On P2, though, Rocker players are going to end up spawning out, or at least one of them does, so maybe a moment for an early break. You'll be in the time first, but you do not have those back spawns.
Or you don't have anything. Lucky tries to help out, and he just gets taken care of. Towards the back we now go. Estriel, he and Gio lock her back down. Rencor brought down as well. Wonderful work from Rocket. Now the final push towards the hard point, and this could be game. Hold on, boys. A little bit of extra spice from Estriel. You don't see too much of that. 25 for the win.
Yeah, I think Estriel just a friendly welcome to the league, but it is not easy around these parts, and looking for the little victory lap. Maybe not going to be the FP2 though. Heretics applying the pressure. Super responds with his body getting shot by picking up 2 and breaking the hill, so they certainly got some fight in them, but Super is now dead. 3 teammate deaths, this one being his own. Unlucky.
Unlucky is the name of the game, not the name of the player right now. Rencor battling for the new time, and it's going to be a matter of seconds. Do what you can, Heretics. We like to say it has to be perfect play from here on out, but that is not possible, folks. A single second is all Paul needs. Brought down by Rencor. Estriel's trades. The last dive of Rocker. The last battle across the map. And a single second is all they need for the series.
249 to like 120. I mean, you know, we'll be testing the absolute ultimate, especially on a hill like this. The way you have to get tested, there's simply gonna be no hope. Polex though, so you could just throw in insane chows. This is the levee, the dam being held, Miles, the wall. It's been built.
Yeah, and when the levee breaks, it's going to be something. Pulls in again and again. There it.
Oh my God! Come on, boys.
It's over to Geo now. The race is on, and Heretics hold it. And Nero has had enough of this. He's just planted it in the new Hardpoint. He's like, dude, I'm done. I'd rather we just get on with this. And no one from the Heretics.
No one on Heretics even rotated. So like, nah, maybe just in time. Doesn't matter.
There you go. A single gunfight nearly pushed this series further, and I'd be laughing too. Minnesota Rocket get the job done. Oh, it's a tough one for the Heretics. Still though, Super, welcome to the league. An admirable performance and a wonderful, wonderful display in the S&D. Not quite enough to bring down Rocker though.
Yeah, no, absolutely had some fantastic looks, but I think even just on the hard point we just saw, very difficult to coordinate with a new man on the squad. A sequence where he got naded by 2 different teammates in 2 different situations in like a 30-second span, and just little lack of chemistry moments there can absolutely be punishing long term. But decent production out of Super. I mean, good time in Hill, great number of assists, decent enough on the slaying category, but ultimately you're playing with a new roster on just a few days of practice. It's going to be tough, and Rocker just hasn't been one of those teams this year. If you're not bringing your absolute A game, they will punish you. In that teamwork they just displayed, insanity. All 4 players, double-digit assists that they were able to achieve, and Gio, I think, had 18 as well. So vibes and comms from Minnesota Rocker on that map were absolutely flowing.
Without a doubt, folks. Again, to go back to Super real quick, give him further flowers. Very consistent performances across both hard points over a minute 40 time. You know, good damage, good kills, good assists, everything. He was really trying his best there. Battles, we hope you're doing well. We hope you're okay, and hope you're fighting fit for the squad and for the Heretics fans coming into your next league match. But until then, a 3-1 defeat and a very memorable skyline. Hacienda was great as well. Showing about that protocol. But there we go, folks. That is our series done, our second of the day. 2 more to go here. Chance, final thoughts?
You know, Paul X looking better, I think, is a great thing for Minnesota Rocker. If they start winning map 1s, this team will be a lethal threat, which they already are.
They already are indeed. Well, over to 3 lethal threats. It's the desk.
I like that.
Coming from 2 lethal threats.
2.5. Allie, you almost got there. They look good at the start.
I just got demoted to 2.5.
Let's go ahead and take a look at why Allie didn't get the correct prediction, because our Minnesota Rocker had their full starting lineup, and they put it to use here in a game number 4, Nameless.
Yeah, incredible plays, and I gotta say I think I know what Miami was going for, like leaving Bolton, trying to get Super going, right? Like having SMG pressure.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it though. You should have banned it. This is a map that Minnesota are 5-0 on, and they ended up banning Hacienda, right? That's a map that Heretics have been good on, 2-1. Minnesota 2-2. That could have been the map that we have here in this game 4. Maybe we go to a game 5, so I think they dropped the ball there. But yeah, just too much pressure on the side of Minnesota. Breaks coming in exactly when you needed them to, and Miami just not able to keep up.
I would really love to know how many times Minnesota has gotten Vault in this map number 4, because I feel like it's always the 1-2 punch. It's the protocol control in that map number 3 where Minnesota gets warmed up, comfortable in computers. You got Nero starting to get fired up, and then they immediately take that momentum and just absolutely slam the team in the following Vault hardpoint. So I completely agree with you. Vault probably shouldn't have been in this series. Minnesota Rocker once again proving me wrong that they are a very incredibly consistent respawn team, and it's frustrating because sometimes they fall a little bit short, and we have moments like this where Miami Heretics battles back in. You're like, Minnesota Rocker, we're not going to do this again. But like Anna touched on earlier, just the grit of this team has been unreal.
Nameless, can we put on our fantasy general manager hat real quick?
Yep.
If I'm Minnesota Rocker, I'm looking at this roster and I'm saying, dang, I got a good deal. Who is my best asset, though, right now? Because Gio had the best Slayer stats coming out of Major 1. Nero has one of the highest ceilings of any of the individuals we've seen in the match. So Who do you think they're happiest with at this point?
I would still go Gio. I think the land performance out of him, I think, you know, when you talk about the grit of this team, I think he's the heart of it, right? Like, that guy is cool, calm, and collected, and it just seems like he's willing to go toe-to-toe with anybody. And you can see here's the road to Major 2. Not too bad. I mean, you start off with a big dub against a top 4 placing, get revenge, and now you got OpTic in your next series.
You got 4 of the top 4, right? You got Carolina, you're playing OpTic, you got Atlanta FaZe, LA Thieves, no Toronto really to deal with. I think this isn't the easiest.
I think they're going to have 35 maps.
If they get 35?
Well, no, 30.
35 maps
30
right now?
maps after this, yeah.
I like that. All right, let's bring him in. The man from Ohio. His Ohio State Buckeyes won a national championship, and he's coming for your Major 2 trophy. Can we talk about Nero for a minute? The squad rolling once again. How good did it feel to get revenge over Miami?
It felt great. That red card, holy, I couldn't watch that back. The 5-5, we were down 5-0, came back 5-5, and then we ended up losing a insane situation. So I'm glad to get a revenge from land.
Nero, I want to ask you, at this point, you guys are beating everybody that's kind of in your little bubble, I want to say, in the middle, top end of the league. What do you think is going to push Minnesota Rocker to that next step to start taking those game 5s versus teams like Atlanta, like OpTic Texas?
I wouldn't even really say our game 5s. Obviously, like, we've been to a lot of game 5s, but I would say it's more of like our hard point. Like in scrims, like, we've been dominating in our hard points, and it's not really showing in matches. And it just needs we just need to be on that like consistent level of trying to show it in matches.
For sure.
Nero, your guys' control, I mean, you've been working on the other maps. Obviously, you guys were a one-trick vault team for a little bit. 6 of your last 7 series, you've played Protocol. With the changes on that map, how's it been for you guys in scrims, and will we be seeing that going forward?
The map is... It's kind of weird now just because you can't really tell when they're flanking because like with the old B point, you see whether they're flanking 10 or flanking this and that. Now like it opens up the map more, so more routes, and and then we can be able to put them in the blender more on the B point.
Can I ask a follow-up to this?
No.
Right. You know, you guys are in the middle of the pack. Yeah, let me go ahead. You guys are in the middle of the pack. If you were to, you know, summarize your team and give it an identity, what's your guys' identity?
We're the dark horse. We're the darkest horse in the league. We can be anybody. We really can.
I agree. I
like that a lot.
Nero, final question I have for you is we're seeing some new players from Challengers make the rise up, which unfortunately means some of the starters may be losing some of their roster spots. How important is Major 2 to the rest of the field, and who do you think might be in a position to make some changes?
Wow, that's an op question.
Answer it, bro. Come on.
Yeah, all right. Major 2 is like would be everything for like these, not the lower pack teams, but the teams that are struggling individually. I would say like LAG.
Yeah.
You needed an answer, so that's one of them.
That's good.
All right.
And is there anyone from Challengers do you think could be rising up?
I don't really watch Challengers, sorry. I would say Neptune, obviously, but he already got picked up.
Yeah.
Because Nep was actually frying. Nep or like Fellow, like those guys have been frying.
Wow, Lunar's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, let's get them all in the league, Nero. Come on.
Lunar's crazy, yeah. That team.
It's great to see young talent. You guys got a bunch of it, and you put it to use. Well done tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
I tried to get him out.
You tried. You tried really hard.
Next time. We've got 2 more matches, 2 more tries. Will it be an OpTic member or a FaZe member spilling the beans? Stay tuned to find out. That's the match next.
Upgrade your game with a SCUF, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
The Esports World Cup is an official partner of the Call of Duty League.
like a cannon. Blast like a cannon. Big bang coming through. Blast like a cannon.
Look at the route that Shotzi's taking, shutting down the entire.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, look at Ant on the minimap.
Depending
Guy's
on what
an absolute
the
butt
timing of
cheeks.
this looks like, Mac gonna go for the
waiting for the elevator.
Plan,
He's patient.
We've got 3 different floors worth of areas to explore. Your Shotzi, and now the time starts to tick against OpTic's defense.
And I don't know if Sib got a sound cue that potentially someone's coming in the elevator. I guess not.
Here he comes.
Shotzi on the pinch. He gets it. Someone's playing towards top window, and unfortunately, Sib, you just were not ready.
Yeah, weak, close.
Nice. One there, Calf.
Yeah, Calf killed me. Top out,
Calf weak.
Falcon.
Jump down. He's still in yellow car, weak.
I can kill him. Up point, bro.
One's out now.
Mid cut.
Too slow, buddy. You haven't got time to go dumpster. You haven't got time for that. I got world starred. Oh my god. Yeah, he was shooting guff. I've just seen that in the death cam. The guy's jumped off plan. I'm like, surely he's getting his kill. Yo. It was bad. It was bad. Pure guff coming out. I had the wrong attachments on. Yep, he's absolute. Guff is. Holy shit, speak. Yo, tell me how. Tell me how.
Stopping me. I did not come for apologies. I am not here for the politics. Your confidence started with common sense. They gonna cry for acknowledgement. I got the team to conglomerate. Give it to Austin, not stopping it. I am the one, they not stopping him. No. Black boy, it's a different situation. Black tents when I pull up in the latest 101, so they never can replace them. This is not the attic, now we live in spaces. Tell me that I can't, I'm bound to go too crazy. Tell me that I can't, I'm bound to go too crazy. Laser focus in the diamonds all canary. I try to tell them, but they didn't get the message. Putting a little bit of pressure on your squad with an intro video like that. OpTic celebrating their World Championship run with the roster they'll bring to the table tonight as they take on Atlanta FaZe. Welcome in, everybody. It's Rosalie and Nameless. And I want to start with you, Rosalie. Why is this such a big match?
This is such a big match because first time we're going to see OpTic Texas and Atlanta FaZe go up against each other during this game.
And Pred's back.
And Pred's back, that's true.
Like, he brings a certain swagger to this roster. It's just different, right? Like, he's confident. He's playing for those kills. And, like, the dynamic between him and Shotzi, like, it's the best we've ever seen Shotzi play in the CDL when Pred is alongside him. So it's exciting.
Let's take a look at this roster and what they have done recently. They came into the major with the #1 seed, right? They had a 6-1 record. They beat Toronto in the final match of the Major 1 qualifiers to get there. But in Madrid, this squad dropped to Miami early and eventually exited the tournament at the hands of Carolina. So OpTic Texas with a new look at the front line. What impact are they looking to have?
Well, the impact they're looking to have is maybe to kind of go back to the way they opened the season, right? They're still a top 4 Hardpoint team, but they've only won 1 of their last 5, and 2 of those were a Skyline, were their best maps versus Miami Heretics and Stalemate. So that's something to keep an eye on. And also bringing in Pred, he exited with a 1.25 and Hardpoint, pretty similar to Hook as well, though, on a 1.2, so they're not losing a whole lot.
Is the Aussie gonna fry today?
I don't know. He's going to have to shake off the rust. And you're going up against an angry Atlanta FaZe that's coming off of a loss to the Surge, right? So it's definitely going to be tough. And to Ali's point, like, the Hardpoint was slipping away from them. You look at the Major versus General Mates, they got cooked in both of those HPs. So got to get the train back on the rails.
Let's take a look at Atlanta FaZe, the team that just won your first Major. They also took your first minor. So they banked $170,000 in just 2 months. But what are they doing now in February? Let's take a look at a lineup that struggled yesterday. Vancouver showing they were a human, put an end to their 12-match run, Allie.
It's a little bit of the same story when it comes to Atlanta FaZe. I mean, obviously, they're your Major 1 winners, and they were looking unreal heading straight into it after winning that minor, and even coming out during it. So for Atlanta FaZe, Hardpoint also slipping, similar to OpTic Texas, but what makes up for them is that they are still the best S&D team in the game, and their control has gotten so much better over the course of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, lost a double dose of protocol. It's kind of unexpected, especially to Surge, but just got caught off guard by the aggression of Neptune, right? But, you know, this is a matchup that last year they were super comfortable in. Like, beat them a ton of times, and going up against OpTic here with Pred back in the lineup, you know they want to get that edge. You can see the vibes are now laughing, feeling comfortable headed into it.
I lost my stat card, but I was wondering, how does Draza compare against the rest of the league versus OpTic? Does he play even better against OpTic like he does against Scrap, or is this one of the teams that gets the better of him?
Well, we saw like the difference. Like the year before that, Atlanta was getting cooked by OpTic, right? So that was like the big difference. Like, we're going to pick up Draza, and he's going to give us that edge over them. And that's exactly what happened. The energy that he brings, his ability to be in the mix and slaying, right? So obviously he's familiar with Kenny, having teamed with him before, so he's able to neutralize some of the cerebral plays. Like, Draza is a big edge over them.
Take a look at your maps and modes. We've got 5 coming your way. Vault, Protocol, Hacienda, and Red Card if we get to a Game 5. If you're OpTic Texas, where do you want to finish the series?
In 3. You know, I looked at it, I'm like, dang, FaZe love Vault, man. And then Joe and Clint were cracking some jokes in the green room. It's like, it's the ultimate map just to square up with OpTic on. Obviously, Pred back, he probably just wants to be in the mix. And those first 2 maps, he sure can.
For me, I see that protocol control and I get a little worried. Or I guess not worried. Maybe Atlanta's trying to expand it. They're a top 3 attack team, but they're weirdly really bad at protocol. They're on 2 losses on that map and mode combination. So maybe trying to test their luck versus OpTic.
OpTic's bad at it too, so it could just be a square up.
Allie, I owe you 1 favor this week, so let's go ahead and use it now. Nameless, you have to answer first. Who wins this matchup?
What? This guy didn't even have an answer.
It's a tough one.
This is a tough one. I'm copying you, so choose right.
I'm going to go with the green wall.
I'm going with the green wall.
Oh, my
I'm going with the green wall.
Allie, what are you doing?
Oh, God. What's funny is I came into this wanting to pick OpTic Texas, but, God, I can't do it. FaZe up. I got red nails, Atlanta.
I see the FaZe logo circled right here. So.
No, I did. You just did that.
It does have it circled,
like
OpTic fans. It's circled. Maven, you're 40 years old. Are you ready to go for round 42 of the OpTic versus Atlanta FaZe fight?
I'm trying to get locked in, brother. I'm telling you what, you saw that cake during the last series? I ate a piece like this big, and I'm going to have like a sugar crash, but this matchup's going to bring me back into it.
It's got you.
And we're going to get wild. Now, this is an interesting one, because I think if it wasn't for the OpTic brand and like the OpTic fan base, I feel for OpTic right now, you shouldn't feel a lot of pressure. I mean, you're coming off the top 8. Pred's back in the mix. Any rational human being, which doesn't really describe their fan base, would think you're trying to improve over the course of this qualifier. You've been screaming for a week. This is a work in progress. But I'm sure there's something expecting this to be like a world champs again.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't. Like, it isn't just like you had these guys. Well, you had Pred at the start of the year, but yeah, it takes time. To integrate, but
it is.
I mean, just talk about it. This surprised the heck out of me. Actually, was that OpTic is actually leading this series, but
well, just because of last year.
Yeah, well, really did.
Well, that's why I said you said that to me. It surprised you. I'm like, yeah, but they got destroyed for 2 years.
Yeah, I forgot about Vanguard. Wow, on top of that.
Yeah. Like they owned the matchup big time just last year. That shifted a bit.
Yeah, shifted it big time.
And then for FaZe, like, I almost think there should be more pressure on them since you just won the major. It's just weird because of the series you had yesterday. You lose to Vancouver. For some reason for FaZe, you're matching up against the teams in the quote-unquote honeymoon period that just make a change right before this. You have Vancouver bringing in a player in Neptune. You have Pred coming back in. So this is going to be a test, but I feel like there should be more pressure on FaZe than OpTic, but that's just not how it's going to play out because it's OpTic, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, like FaZe, like they would never do this on land. Like we're playing 2 vaults. Maybe you see vault search. You never see vault hardpoint. Like OpTic,
no.
We're foaming at the mouth right now if you're an OpTic fan. Like Pred just gets to play 2 vaults to start off this series.
I mean, they didn't lose one until the major.
So you're happy about this, like, and then vault search and destroy. Like, yeah, Pred knows how to play that.
No, we talked about it a lot yesterday. Even FaZe playing some stuff they wouldn't normally hop into. We'll see them do that all the time. But I'm excited to see Pred back in this lineup, what he's able to do, and maybe brush off some of the struggles you had against this FaZe lineup last year. So as you said, we kick it off on Vault, and You imagine Pred's going to be right back in, slaying and frying, but the fact is, there's a bit of a break not playing with the boys, and it'll take a while to grease this thing up.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know, man. Like, what like...
You might be right. Maybe it won't, but like, I think it's rational. I think it's going to take a little time to get back
for
into
sure,
it.
But maybe, what was the biggest difference with Pred last year and what he brought? Like, the job was just energy, right? Like, on the stage... we've never seen Shotzi. I mean, he turned Shotzi into talking trash on Twitter. Like, he wasn't doing that before Pred.
Well, we've talked about the fact that, like, you know, Shotzi's kind of I don't know, unorthodox sort of sub. Not really your smash in the mouth, not really just your raw slayer. Like, he's kind of unorthodox, and you always wonder, like, who's going to pair with him well. And it seemed to be Pred was the guy. You just get someone that's going to fry, play his life, maybe even play selfish sometimes, but get his kills, and it seemed to work well. Then that energy from Pred when he was doing that, because it's easy to be the hype guy when you're dropping a 1-5 or something, right? But it would elevate Shotzi. They start roaring, and even if I think, you know, heading into champs, this isn't a team that's going to win this thing, the magic comes together and these guys become gods. So I'm excited to see how it meshes again. I was excited to have Pred back in, and you know, after whatever the hell went down, I thought he might be down and out for a while. He's right back in the lineup.
Even he did. I mean, there's a clip of him literally talking about it. I didn't think I was going to get a chance back on this roster. Yeah. And maybe the fact their major placement was what it was, it gave him that chance. Whatever that team meeting was, we need Pred back. Here we go. So they're going to try to get back to the flow of things. A solid P2 there for FaZe. Simp off to a great start at 9. He really struggled yesterday. Well, really everyone did. The only player positive over a 1 was Abizi, this man on your screen, versus Surge in that first loss.
Yeah, he went on like a 6 spree. Simp did while we were just kind of chatting through storylines for this, but takeover time for Simp. He gets another double right off of the big streak. He's up to double digits quickly, and they'll be right into the hard point. The one player lurking on that left side of the map will be number 3 in Pred. So he's looking to pounce and maybe make a play. Not going to be able to disrupt too much. He does pick up Stellium, at least, but then he gets traded out, so it won't really have any impact on the spawns, but will open up things for OpTic to get inside a third with 25 seconds remaining.
Yeah, there's going to be a weird timing right here. Yeah, I'd say Simp's going to pounce because he actually spawns out due to that 1 versus 1. And, well, a detonate, that's going to help out OpTic. Maybe get some pressure on and pressure forward. You can already see number 2, Shotzi, leading the way. And, well, he's going to win another gunfight. Draws is going to spawn all the way out as both teams trying to control this side of the map for P4 coming up.
And this is the hard point we saw at the LAN. The teams who were holding so much better than it felt like we saw online. Becomes an insane situation for FaZe to deal with. So far, they have dealt with it, despite the fact that Draza spawns out. You now have all 4 players up, trying to sniff out where the opposition is. Cell able to sniff out 1. Abizi, I thought the shots looked pretty good, but the movement's there from Shotzi, and he's got the close range advantage with the SMG at hand. Shotzi's still moving. That looks nearly disgusting as Cell gets the 2 HP. Shotzi moving right now.
Yeah, they just spawned right behind Cell. Some unfortunate timing right there, and, well, we're just back at 4th on this P4. Finally going to stabilize will OpTic Texas. So they get the spawns, they find the break. Great job there. As well, we can get a team change as well, or will we? A FaZe right back to it.
Simple get 1 at least. Not going to lead to too much more. Pred trades it out. 1 more player inside. Kenny, the tracking, maybe a little delay, but finally gets the shot on point. They'll take the final few seconds here. Now let's get into our second set of rotations. So, what, only 10 points or so separating these teams. Hot hand on either side. Got Shotzi and Pred leading the way. Shocking to see those 2 back together. And the other hand, really, it's been Simp. Kind of from the get-go that's been dictating the tempo for Atlanta FaZe. But let's see how this second P1 breaks down.
Just both teams fighting for control, and I think Pred still got this AR out from P4, and we normally see 3 to 4 of those on that hill. So he's probably going to switch classes here. Get back to that Jackal as Simp in Abizi. Tiny Terrors take care of OpTic around P1. They find a good 15 or so seconds, and on this rotation, can he get a takedown as old duo and draws?
And P2 is well where FaZe really got out to a decent lead. Did such a nice job there the first time through. We'll see if they can do it back-to-back, or if maybe OpTic can find any improvements here. Shotzi trying to get the first out to 20. You do have 2 players that are going to spawn out for FaZe. The 1 player tucked away in the back, that's going to be Draws. Draws' position now given up. No one really there for the trade because the other 2 players fighting around the point. Nobody else was there on rotation, so you should have the close spawn if you're FaZe, you will. So Draws' 1 kill and kind of lurk roll there pays off.
Yeah, that back HUD spawn. I did, like, you know, where 6 spawns in Abizi, I just feel like this back HUD spawn should just not be there, but it is. In well FaZe, they're going to take it. They're going to get on the hill. You do have Kenny and Shotzi push up. Now it's all down to Kenny, but due to Kenny's position and where Draza spawns out, you are going to have some close spawns here for OpTic.
Yeah, I think Simp died like at the same time near the truck. So they get the close spawn. Spawning out will be one player at least in Sim. Dies at truck, spawns out. Pred makes a play to get 2. Draws the last guy up. He got them the spawns early on, but he's going to fall there. A similar situation now for FaZe, though, is they'll spawn in the back, but about 20 seconds remaining here. You can basically have yourself a tie game if you hold the rest of this for Texas. You got some players rotating now for FaZe. Really, it'll be a BZ that's out. He gets a spawn in for Simp, but we'll focus on the fights around the hardpoint for now.
Yeah, I mean, both teams were just trying to get out. So Simp and Cell get a spawn up now, just control that side of the map. Almost to a tie game, but yeah, it's behind these two. The duo right back to a 21-20 dash. You do not see this often. 5-17, having a bit of a rough one, but you're only down 10. So can he start to get going and turn this around?
He's like, Pred, mate, you're taking all my kills. Was that good for an Australian accent?
Well,
that would have been for Pred, but I was giving Dashy one, though.
Dashy's Canadian.
Yeah, I was giving him an Australian accent, though, Joe.
Okay.
Just to mix it up, you know?
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Now within 10, though, is OpTic Texas.
We're just having fun.
Yeah. It's my birthday, dude. I can have all the fun I want, Joe. Speaking of fun, Cell goes vertical, takes out Pred, and that's a nice string of FaZe kills. As they'll now have left side control and hardpoint control, trying to get a shutdown for 3 to 4. OpTic Texas, though, in a little bit of trouble. They need to make some big plays here in a big moment. Let's go to a listen in now with OpTic Texas.
Really middle. Top right. You're trying to push you. Absolute top right MC. League 1.
Absolutely going you. I think Sim.
Top right still. You're still top there. You gotta make you in middle. Top right MC. We can play top right. Alright, what is it? You push that through you. We can play top right.
Sim's
gonna be pushed up probably.
Sim could be behind us. Because
that's my left. They're not even on top. He's line heady, Abe. No, listen. You 3. I'm line heady, bro. 1 HP, Sim. Cannot be any weaker. I'll take her. HP3. Side you. And still one push out front, I think. I'm easy. I think he's like
front, absolutely front left time.
Rest of the BZ somewhere, best. Which side BZ done? One's in the back to the art, late. Front, time, last two. Front out, empty dead.
That's 3.
One back, back there. He's one there. Back to that. It's two back there. I'm scared, now wait. He pushed me out. Last guy on the stairs. Still straight, back. Yeah, that's fine.
Line, Sim. Sim, line, push up, Sim.
Alright, one's on there. One back there, front time, Sim. I'm one. There's no time now. Back to mid, bro. You pitch our cat, I think. Sim.
Can't see him, cat.
I'm watch out, Briz. He's our cat somewhere.
I'm looking for cat.
Can't see cat. Back to right, watch out. Yeah, one right old. Sip on somewhere. There's 2 out old. Draws in Cell. Sip's gonna be MP one then.
Yeah, I'm sitting at pool.
I don't know where we got back.
Yeah.
Back still on that somewhere. Still heady left. Close it. One more close. That's him. I don't see close. You anywhere?
Close, shit on.
I'm blocking.
Stay down, man. Stay down.
I'm blocking.
I left it.
And you did.
I went to the right, guys. You going right. One more.
Last guy drive. I'm hard blocking. You get him. 4. You're blocking still? Yes, I'm hard blocking.
One shot in line. Ran away.
What's bottom mark?
OpTic Texas turning this game around, now in a good position. The pressure onto FaZe to make the break. Let's go to listen in now with FaZe.
I'm blocking. Yo, one's deep right, okay? One's deep right. Low cat. He give me money. He's taking right. Top cat. I'm staying right. Top cat, just the time. I don't have time. I don't have time.
I can try to go get it, but I have to go to the back.
From back.
Come into the back. And pull.
What was made on me too?
I'm bugging.
I'm
staying down on time. Staying down.
I already plus. I'm challenged. Yeah, one's flying at me.
I'm ready.
One mid. I have Zach. I'm challenged.
I'm saying cat. I'm sitting front hill. I'm starting in. AG, what's that? Nice.
Last guy front.
I get help if you can.
Good time.
I got it.
One
Well, in that brief interlude between both listen-ins, I said pressure on FaZe, and then Simp goes on 7 straight. Draza goes on 8 straight, and they start to take over the game. With 8 or so seconds remaining here, they'll get over the 2:30 mark, be close to a victory. You want a one-on-one on the other side of it for Art Control and Cell. The ball's in FaZe's court to close this out.
Yeah, I mean, 19 more seconds, but what a P2, man. I mean, you heard it in the comments.
A couple of them.
Just, I mean, both teams, right? Just making sure we're blocking. You don't want those close spawns, but yeah, then Draws and Simp just got loose. Do whatever the hell you want to do. We got the spawns, we got the hill, and they cash in grow their largest lead, but still alive as OpTic, just trying to get some time at this P3, but you just think 19 seconds, you have the good spawn. Now you have Draza going on a pinch, and well, he might find a couple of kills. He does just that.
The other three are frying. BZ's double negative, then you got Dashy like double negative on the other side. The difference, the rest of the FaZe boys popping off. Simp up to 30-5 currently. Shotzzy with a multi, trying to make things interesting, maybe down the stretch, but you got to think just 13 points needed, and having left side spawns, you're going to need to fight for this time and then somehow get nearly an immediate break if you're OpTic Texas. Okay, well, that's what you need. 3 down, here comes the flood forward. On to Draza to make the play, and Draza is making the play. Triple for Draza. That will ice the game. There's one player remaining, and Kenny Draza says, why the hell not? The CEO comes to battle and dominates late.
Yeah, just a little reminder, gets all 4. You needed a big play out of him. There was a chance for OpTic to put together a nice little game, but Simp with 2 more. You almost get triple 40s on the side of FaZe on Vault, one of their weaker hard points. A great map one, and maybe, you know, you kind of heard the chatter. This is what we expected. Not what OpTic fans wanted was a loss yesterday to Surge, because it was going to fire them up coming into today.
Well, it felt like I asked you before their series yesterday if like FaZe or risk of coming out a little bit flat, because like normally it's not really a thing with them when they get a lot of second places, but like they won for the first time in a while, and well, I guess you look back to last year, so not really that long, but I was worried. They had a lot of problems in respawn still. They did, which you saw in the grand final, and they got exposed a little bit with that yesterday. But yes, that pissed them off, Joe. It probably pissed them off a little bit.
Yeah, just lock you in.
You get fired up. Listen, they were going to be locked in regardless of the result yesterday for this match.
That's
right?
a good point.
They were. But it doesn't help OpTic's side that they're coming off a loss probably.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a reminder. But yeah, I mean, 37, 32. BZ, he's saying great job, guys. I mean, that's just what you could do. He's got 11 assists on the other side. Yeah, I mean, you know, Shotzzy and Pride, a tough game on a Dashy. But honestly, we saw this yesterday with FaZe, even versus Surge on this Vault. Like, they are so strong at this P2. Like, it can be tough. There's some wonky spawns that can come in, but they just deal with the map so well. They push out so far, and it feels like every single time we go to this like P3, P4, like they have the spawns.
Yeah, no, they do. Dude, you know what thing that jumped out to me to listen to though? Like what Dashy was like, he is literally 1 HP. He could not be weaker. And it just reminded me that we finally had the hit markers, like visually and like the audio of it. And I just can't believe that we cast it without it for so long. It's so weird when you don't have hit markers. It's like, because I'm like guessing how weak people are sometimes, but there I'm like, yeah, no, that guy actually probably was like 1. But no, it's nice to have that fixed. So makes commentating certainly a little bit easier. But yeah, Dashy, he was going through that sequence and maybe going through it throughout the course of the map, but you expect a guy like that to bounce back, especially in Search and Destroy, one of our all-time kind of clutch gods. He's had the ice really his entire career, and he'll look to bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, you saw right there was like, what, 150 to 120? And then you just get so much map control right at this moment when Draza goes on this spree, brings that lead close to 100, and, well, Draz held on. He's able to break P3. He also is the one player to hold on to P4.
Yeah, no, this was disgusting. All 4 there from Draza to seal the game. One of the better plays you saw over the course of that map 1. Him and Sim put on a couple of streaks, but he's got to be all smiles after that one. He lives for this matchup, and he is fired up. But yeah, no, it was crazy. Like our producer says, like, we're gonna double dip, you know? We'll do that when we hop to both listening. So I was like thinking, all right, what's my throw gonna be? I was like, well, FaZe are in trouble now. OpTic's got the setup, FaZe got a break. And like, but the second it goes to listening, they get like a 4 dead and break. And I was like, well, okay. I mean, it was just instant. And from that moment, they didn't really look back, but they had some really solid P2s. And you can see it here. I mean, especially the last one. They get what? I mean, that's basically a full 60, 50 or so points.
Yeah, they did a great job there. I mean, anytime you plateau them multiple times, that's going to lead to a victory.
No, it certainly is. You see the flat line kind of in the flow chart there for OpTic at multiple spots. But despite the fact that FaZe, really not a go-to on Vault, they're able to get the victory there. We chatted about this yesterday. It doesn't matter who they're playing. Typically through qualifiers, they're going to play some of their bad maps. They want to work on stuff. They want to improve. And, I mean, other teams do it too. FaZe is just one that we've seen do it year in and year out because usually they're number 1 in CDL points. They have the luxury of, like, if they lose a match, it's not the end of the world. So we've just seen quite a bit of it. We know how
crowded it is. OpTic did it a lot last year.
Yeah,
there were moments where they played like 7 high-rise controls in a row.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So
I mean, this is you get a major 1 victory. You know that teams are going to touch on sort of your vetoes and try to focus on certain maps. So yeah, just what our teams do. But looking at these two, what, S&D Major 1 between Shotzi and Abizi. Pretty darn close.
Yeah, it absolutely was. But Abizi, I mean, I know Simp was MVP because he had so many moments over the course of the weekend. But like, if you just talk search and destroy, and it's hard not to just focus on that, considering it took 3 of them to win in the grand final. Like, Abizi was everything in big moments, and he is still one of the most special players to watch in search and destroy. So Shotzi on the other side going to have his work cut out for him, but we're going to stay on Volt. What I'm looking at is more kind of see if Dashy can bounce back a little bit after that dud in the map 1. You see some of the breakdowns overall in search and destroy and FAZE. I mean, it's improved a lot, and they have that loss yesterday, but I mean, it started a bit slow in this particular mode this season and then really hit another gear.
Yeah, once we had that first minor tournament, yeah, that's when it sort of turned around. But I mean, for OpTic, again, you expect some hiccups with Pred back into the lineup.
You have Abizi with a 1-4-8 and a 1-3 out of Simp. You're probably going to win some searches.
They won a lot of searches.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you think a map like Vault, pretty simple. I mean, it's just sort of, are we on the same page with retakes and sort of 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3 scenarios with Pred? Maybe not, but if he can make a couple individual plays, you might be able to win this map.
Well, they kind of let him go. Just get the bomb planted. No, FaZe want to play this. Get the pick out of Kenny as well. Shotzi in position early then to get the trade onto draws. Now into this 3 versus 2, and Dashy should have himself a freebie here as he's hunting Sim.
Well, maybe. Sim took the law. He went back up the stairs.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I mean, Dashy has no idea where this guy went. Hello? And now he might win the round. Are you kidding me? What was that?
He thinks he goes outside. He wraps around and goes up the stairs. And then I didn't think he was going to second fight, though, but he hit some headshots.
Yeah, I mean, there was just a diving board in front of Brad. I don't know what it looked like from his point of view, but I think as soon as he like prones, like, Brad just probably loses him.
Yeah, yeah. Diving board protected everything but his face. Simp takes it and had another clutch. But you got to love to see this, just the patience here and trigger discipline to try and set this up. Maybe he's thinking assassination at some point, but
no, they were down. They were down. He's just hoping to find 2.
Yeah.
And he did find 2.
You never know, though. He might.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yeah.
Maybe if it was Celium, that definitely would happen.
Absolutely. He'd be in his ear. Not only his ear. Simp, though, little clutch, 2-0 start. Nearly stuns himself, but will now work on the plant. First blood this time going to go to Abizi. And you're going to catch a nice timing here for your Pred. Can you win the second fight? You're tagged up and dropped, though. All on Abizi now. Wait, 1 versus 1. Him and Dashy. That was a blender of a sequence.
No, I mean, it was so fast from OpTic through the pinch.
Oh, hello.
It's only got 11.
That's all Abizi needs.
At this range, yeah.
Yeah, no. 1v1 clutch after the 1v2 clutch from Simp. So far, so good for the Tiny Tears and FaZe as they will go up 2-0.
And Dashy's just thinking, like, so far, like, this is just, I've had some unbelievable times in this series.
I felt, dude.
Like, and sooner or later, it's just going to start to really take
I was
off.
about to say, like, oh, I did say, I was like, this is a freebie, like, because, you know, get some freebies after that map one you had, right? Like, you're double negative, like, get some easy kills, and then it turned into the least easy kill ever.
Yeah, like, where did this guy go?
Yep.
Well, he couldn't believe he, I mean, yeah, everyone's thinking the same thing. He actually went back up the stairs?
Sure did.
It's a 2 versus 3. There's 25 seconds left.
Simp doing Simp things. And now you try to answer back. If you are OpTic, desperately needing a round here early. Easy, taking space, not getting kills though. Nearly able to, yep, able to get out with his life. Draza then, he kind of leaves him out to dry. Draza comes in to help. Abizi gets out. Simp going to drop as well. This is one you got to close out. You're going to go in. Okay, I thought he'd be probably instant-traded. He is. I'd say there should be multiple players with line of sight on him. Celium position is gone, and there you go. Around to OpTic Texas. But yeah, maybe it goes differently if Abizi's able to get one clean and get out.
Well, and Abizi actually does it a lot because that initial nade hits 2 players top cat, right? So that gives them the info that they're dropping cat into pool, and both those players are probably around 40, 50 HP. So that gives him the green light to challenge. The problem is, I think it's double challenge. Yeah, you triple like that. Yeah, and they were all there. But let's get out, but it doesn't matter. His teammates take him down.
Yeah, I think he started to panic and Draza went in to help, and Draza got cut down before I don't even know if he got one. Or maybe he got
no,
one.
I think he died right away.
Did he? Yeah, so that sequence that looked pretty good for FaZe did not pan out. But you get one now if you're OpTic, and Now you get back over to the defensive side of things. You've tried to play with some aggression. Pred nearly caught, but staying up. Draws it. Tries to get the angle, re-peek, just trying to get those arms up and get him back over the wall. Looks like they're trying to isolate him. He's got easy here to work, but easy trouble too. He has 20 HP. They're hunting right now. There's multiple players to deal with. Nice little two-man game there with the BZ and Draza.
I mean, in some of these scenarios, FaZe just staying up. It's looking like OpTic gonna have the advantage. Instead, FaZe flipping that on its head. So now you have that first blood. Bomb not planted yet, though. You're being very patient. That allows Kenny to catch Cell and turn this into a 3-on-3. And I think Sim's just like, I'm here, guys, but you guys we're stuck in our spawn, so I can't plant this yet.
Well, yeah, because even after Pred, you still had Shotzzy there, kind of in that 1-on-2, and he's able to stay alive. Simp gonna bring it back, though. Now into this 2 versus 2, time though dwindling. Sim's had bomb this entire time. You can see him just calming over to draw as they figure out how they want to attack.
Kenny's in bomb.
Does he check it? Nope, not gonna check. Sim's gonna drop. Draza not gonna be able to win the fight, and Kenny tucked in the corner, able to win the round. Back to back now for Texas.
Yeah, great play out again. It feels like there's always someone in that corner, maybe when bomb is down, but you're not expecting it right away. And while he just stays patient, hits a great slide. Kenny now up to 6.
Nice slide. Kenny taking a breath, focusing up on the next round. Nice stretch here from OpTic. And yeah, that was just a weird round, bro. Yeah, because you're right. Like, Simp was on the bomb the entire time, but even after Pred, like, Shotzzy has kind of kept them pinned back.
Well, he had no help, right? So you're just going back and forth. Are they going to drop down on me? He has no idea.
Kenny on 4 straight, Dashy 3. Back-to-back rounds for OpTic. Slow it down a little bit this time. No kind of instant plant over towards A. Playing behind the trophy will be Pred for now. They got trophies galore set up here on the
some info though that like one player is bottom vault through that nade, so they have an idea they're set up already at A.
Hello. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, just able to get out of it. Pred nearly the first blood, and then Peasy with the first drop. Draza insta-traded though, 3v3.
Yeah, I think they're lucky that Draza doesn't get 2 there, so a nice trade. To keep it at 3 versus 3, and yet just the way FaZe is set up. I mean, you have art control. Did Cell spot him? I'm not sure. It looks like he's gonna slide out and get the kill, and the bomb doesn't go down.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw a name or just saw him right before he slid across, but I wasn't really sure. Be tough to tell sometimes with X-ray, but bomb didn't go down as you said, so now they're gonna try to get it down, gonna get caught again. Nice job and patience there from FaZe. Map kind of flipped a bit.
Even if he dies there on that bomb, just the fact it doesn't plant, like you're in a really good position.
It had to be close.
2-on-3.
It had to be close.
To maybe clutch that up. But yeah, he was like half a second away, I want to say.
That's what it seemed like. He stopped the streak there from OpTic. Get back into control in this map too. Kind of expect a battle back and forth on Vault, and that's what we got thus far. Let's see if anything different from FaZe here offensively, or not the same aggression maybe you saw from OpTic Texas in the last defensive round, so trying to keep FaZe on their toes.
They have been quick though, honestly. Yeah, the last couple, they've been very, you're gonna go right away.
Yep.
The problem is though, bomb is planted, you have numbers here, but first blood over to Dashy.
Timing may work out for BZ. Trying to chase him down. Chasing. A team kill comes in as well. Oh God, that might be the Punisher. Kenny gets team naded. Now you give numbers on over to FaZe. Pred though, back in the lineup. Can he make a play? He's got one on his right, and he's going to fall. So does Dashy. Team nade probably cost him in that situation because you had a 4v3. I didn't see exactly how it happened, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, neither did I. But it's like just Dashy out of Kenny. Unfortunately, Dashy just had some rounds. Unfortunate things happening to him right now in this map. But yeah, it kind of changes the tide, turns the tide for Atlanta FaZe. That just opens up so much room, allows Draza to go on that pinch, finds the final 2.
Oh, and even the timing, like when Abizi was rotating off a bomb, like whoever was down low holding it with an AR, like the second they gave it up, like Abizi pushed, and like it just became this race. But 2-round advantage up for FaZe. Pressure on OpTic now to get this bomb down and get this round win. Shotzzy in his hole. You know, he could be a playmaker from there, but it's going to be BZ with the first blood. Kenny getting caught early. BZ thinking nade and entry. Neither hit.
Could just be on a dashy, but he's going to get caught. He was just kind of lurching, watching the flank, all down to Pred now.
A dominant stretch here from FaZe, and well, they're on the bomb already. Pred, doesn't matter if he wins this fight, because they've already got the defuse. One more round needed to take a 2-0 edge, and despite the frustrations and the loss yesterday, so far FaZe brushing that off and dominating these first two.
I mean, I don't know what Cell's doing here, but Pred's thinking he's back in Australia doing this guy. He's like a kangaroo, hippity hop hop.
That's just Cell. He's a freak.
Yeah, he's just trying to waste time, right? His teammates on the bomb, but yeah, I mean, just nice adjustments here for FaZe. I think, honestly, OpTic had some strong showings, and again, just some unfortunate rounds.
Well, it feels like, yeah, I mean, it was really 2-2, and like OpTic were looking good, and then I blink your eyes, and it's just 5-2 advantage for FaZe. And that just sometimes happens in Search and Destroy, especially against a team like this. But yeah, I mean, it was like, what, 4 straight for Kenny, 3 straight for Dashy. They tied it up, and then, geez. FaZe just kind of take over. Nice adjustments, as you said. A chance to close it out here on offense. Cell just being annoying. Trying to catch Mr. Annoying and Shotzzy, and he's able to do just that. First blood to FaZe, advantage to FaZe. Bomb is planted. Cell will eventually get sniffed out, but a little bit more information over to the FaZe side.
He was going for the knife. Yeah, now Draze, we've seen him a couple of times. Like, he's sort of the active one while bomb is planted, trying to find the opening. Instead, he's going to find an OpTic player. Nice nade from Sim, maybe to slow this retake down, but it's all down to a BZ as Ken. Some great shots.
Nice job. You get the first blood of your FaZe, but OpTic Texas do an incredible job bringing it back. Yeah, Draws just, yeah, he has been the active one there. That little timing, one on your left, one on your right. He holds there for another second. He might get a freebie and can finesse, but doesn't work out for him. And a good job just isolating Cell after that first blood, is making sure he can't really get anything else going. And Kenny, who started with like 5 or 6 pretty early on, now trying to get it going again.
Yeah, now it's just, you kind of talked about it, sort of like, they always like try to hunt down Shotzzy. Right now, he's 2-8. It's just, can he get an opening?
Nah, bro, I mean, that sometimes this matchup, at least talking to Crowder, like the FaZe boys, like last year, like that was like their game plan. Like, keep Shotzzy in front of us, play maps to keep him in front of us. Don't let him find openings. If he gets a kill, he needs to be called out, needs to be dealt with. And he's had some tough matchups again against them over the last year or two. Obviously, you're not always going to be able to shut down a player.
No, that's not going to happen all the time.
But I think they feel like if they do, they win. And, well, last year it was true. He's trying to find an opening. Nothing for him quite yet. Shotzzy, we'll see. Hopping back over to him. He's just roaming around mid-map. You've got 2 getting aggressive outer B lane. How's that timing going to work out? I mean, Draza and Cell, really, it's going to come down to what they find and the timing they find.
Yeah, this map's just going to flip on its head. It's just a question of, do OpTic end up going to B? Maybe they don't. Well, Shotzi's going to get that first blood. Maybe this run gets him going. Well, or not. Nice shots from Zip. I don't think he was all the way back to full, but
I'm hoping
still
not.
An insane slide, Chow.
I'm hoping not. Or that was just a slide and just joked straight headshots. BZ and Simp, tiny tears, started us off. They're trying to clutch up. Dashy's going to get headshot fried. Simp is just cheesing people. It's all going to come down to Simp down to 1 versus 2. This would be for the ace, and this would be for the map win.
Trying to find an AR.
Yeah, that would help as you're trying to retake B, huh? Yeah. Hoping to find one, not able to. This is maybe it's a chance to clutch, but there it's going to be so tough. 2 ARs looking at you, not able to find any success. And good job, OpTic Texas, just closing it out. Not letting Simp have one of those plays.
Yeah, and staying patient with the bomb, right? Not committing, because that was a trap set up by FaZe. They wanted them to go inside of A. He had the 2 players work the flank. That's when Shotzzy, he's going to pop up, get that first blood. So nice plays, good job so far for OpTic, and they're staying alive. They win 2 in a row.
Yeah, well, we saw the 1-5 comeback on Hacienda. Now they're trying to do the 2-5 comeback round by round. They bring it back.
If there's a map we've seen a ton of comebacks on, it's this one.
Yeah, true. We got RC in play. 5 straight for Pred. He was having a bit of a struggle, but starting to take over in this stretch. Shotzzy, there you go. Another first blood for him. Was having a real rough one at 2-8. Now starting to get activated early in this. There's another one. They're picking them apart. Draws it, though, brings it back. We got 2 versus 2. We'll see what they opt to do with this bomb.
For the plant, well, nobody outside. It's just, can Simp get away? As he tries to rotate. Oh, he almost messed up his movement as well.
He did mess up. He just thankfully got out.
He may want to reposition. Is he trying to call in the RC? I don't think so, actually. Okay, so he's just going to reposition. But while that happens, Shotzi's already under Draza. They might not know this. Well, he's going to turn now. The nade, though, on point. But Simp's going to find Dashy 1 versus 1. 22 seconds to go.
Simp, Shotzi. Time on Simp's favor now. But Shotzi, he's just on it. Unfortunately for him, Simp has got the angle. He'll take that one-on-one, and FaZe will close out the search. Nice little run from OpTic Texas late in that one to make it interesting, but it's all Atlanta FaZe so far. Up 2-0. Well, like a 100-point win in the map 1.
And there's a chance behind that Shotzi play that this goes to a round 11, but I think Pred, we kind of saw him shake his head. I think he got melted like top art. He gets headshotted, turned it into 2-on-2. He was the one-player B side. They're just hoping he stays alive and just stops the play. Instead, he gets picked.
Oh, there were a couple gunfights that like were just straight headies. It looked like from one of the FaZe guys. So I was like, okay, well, what do you do about that?
Yeah, nothing you can do.
Headshot multiplier gets zapped. Take a look at it statistically. Shotzi bounces back a bit after like the 2-8 start. Some big kills late in the game, but not enough to come away with the W. Simp feels like lately he's been a lock for like double digits in search and destroy. Gets out to 10 in this one, leads the way to a victory, and so far looking good. I mean, OpTic are battling, but I don't really know what I expected out of OpTic, honestly. Like, it's just, yeah, how long you been scrimming?
Yeah, not long.
Week? I mean, it's just, you know.
Yeah, it's going to take time. It's going to take time. Through SASU, and they're just hoping to be back in form because, I mean, Major 2, we're back at their house.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying just I don't think you should feel a lot of pressure as the players. Like, just get better day by day, look to improve. I know this matchup with FaZe. Listen, people are going to talk. It is what it is on social media, but just look to improve and keep trying to do that. You're not out of this series yet. You can bring it back into control, but before we get there to talk about the first 2, Chris, how are you, sir?
Shut up, Clint. They need to win now.
Yeah, 3 in a row. They need to win 3 in a row.
That's my bad. My bad.
They can take the lead. Hey, Quinn, I got you something.
What do you got? What are these, dude?
Happy birthday, dude.
What? Are these Ds?
Yeah, 4 Ds. 4 Ds.
Because you're 40. Oh, back to the desk. Thanks.
I thought they were going to give you that.
Oh, they hate us.
So let's jump in here and talk about what we just witnessed because
that was horrible. That was a 4 Ds nuts.
There's so much.
I wasn't allowed to say the real version. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Let's take a look at your scuff play of the game. Game 1.
Yeah, this first Hardpoint, I mean, I think people probably desire a little bit more from OpTic here, but yeah, just FaZe on this P2, just catching absolute fire. We had an awesome listen-in, shout out to the production. You saw them, they're just like playing aggressive on the rotation, and then as soon as they find the kills, go back to block. You get like an 8 streak here, and then at the end, Draza just finding 3 huge kills. The player we highlighted before the series because he just finds so much success against OpTic Texas.
Draza's the real deal. He gets fired up for big matches. You saw it establishing that dominance in game 1. And my big takeaway was not just how well Draza was playing, but also the impact on the other side. Dashy got shut down in the first half of that hard point. You see him come to life in the first half of Search and Destroy. Finishes with just 5 kills, 0 first blood, 0 clutches.
Oh,
OpTic's having a tough time. It's not just Pred's fault. This is what I'm trying to say to the chat. Other players are being affected.
It's a slow start everywhere. What's funny is I was literally looking at that map number 1. I was like, oh, Abizi's having really slow start. Oh my gosh, Dashy's having a really slow start. But sometimes that happens. You can't put it on them. The fundamentals from Atlanta FaZe were just so clean that map number 1.
Yeah, and even in the Search and Destroy, like some great offensive rounds, I thought from OpTic Texas, just not finish them off, like getting through their base, getting bombs down at B, just not able to clutch up here. And in this round prior to this clip, like Dashy, he sees Simp, and then he just loses track of him. Simp ends up finding a big 2. That was a 2 versus 3. Just starting off this game on the wrong foot. But you even it out at 2-2. Some big adjustments for FaZe. Like, they're just controlling bottom vault. You saw when OpTic did get that bomb down B, a big kill comes out from that bottom vault. And, you know, just lost too many rounds early. That's what I'm talking about right here. Like, if you get over towards B, you should just win the round.
Yeah, from the side of OpTic Texas, like they've already kind of been struggling in the attacks, middle of the pack overall. Their post plant has been needing some work, and so I understand why they tried to put Vault into the mix, just because it can be such a one-dimensional map at times. But that in turn is kind of what bit them in the end, because like Ant said, they let that bottom vault for so much pressure to be put on from the side of Abizi and Sim. And for Atlanta FaZe, like, they play this map much different than the rest of the league. They put a lot of pressure in mid and get controls of those hallways, which kind of puts a stop to a player like Shotzi, who's trying to make a mess. We saw it in the last couple of rounds where he got through and it worked. Atlanta FaZe quickly changed that game plan and went over towards that B side. So great adjustments from the side of Atlanta FaZe. OpTic Texas, still some work to be done for those search and destroys.
Atlanta celebrating a tight game 2. They are now on match point. OpTic needs to win 3 straight. Nameless, this is what we got left. Protocol, Hacienda, red card. Is Ali going to be gloating in the green room?
Yeah, probably. I mean, you look at this protocol and for OpTic, like 0-2 on it, obviously with their last roster, but maybe Pred comes in, you know, just goes crazy. You never know. Magic can happen. He's warmed up now.
I've been told we have some numbers. Let's take a look at them. This is main AR battle. Control at Major 1.
I mean, yeah, they're both numbers, number 3. They're both incredible. I mean, Dashi has not had enough maps to really make this a really impactful stat if we're talking about the Major, but has an opportunity here to go up against.
I have faith. I think it's going to happen. Major 2 is coming up. OpTic will be hosting it. Reminder, get your tickets right now. It is going to be a blast. Al, you looking forward to going to Allen?
Of course I'm looking forward. I always love an Allen event, especially not only how loud it gets, but the food and the weather, unbeatable.
Let's take a look at another birthday surprise for the man.
Dude, what is this?
14,610 days old.
Oh my God.
2,087 weeks. That would be 480 months and over a whole lot of hours. Maven, well done. You have
shout out Easy Mac.
How many of those hours are spent in RPG? That's what I need.
A lot.
And a quarter of that time he's spent hosting Call of Duty events or commentating them. You're a legend, Maven. Take it away.
Legend.
Thanks, guys. You're all so sweet and wonderful to me. All they do is make fun of me in the green room for being old.
That's not true.
No, actually, we all, listen, I was just talking about this in the green room. I like how we all get along really well and have fun. Like, it's nice. It makes your job easy when you get along with everybody.
We're all old, dude.
Yeah, I guess we're all kind of old.
Dude, like, it is what it is.
Chris is starting to smell like musty. You know when like you get old enough you smell musty, like a goddamn library or something?
Wow. Well,
I didn't say you smelled musty, Ali. I was talking about Chris.
Yeah.
You just got like your Ellen pantsuit on, or whatever that is. This is a highlights of me being a moron. Yeah, it sure is. Thank you to the production team. I appreciate you guys.
Well, if that was like a highlight, that'd be every day. How many days was that?
Every day.
It was like every day.
It's funny because like I'm not like an unintelligent human being, you know. Like I got my degree. I'm pretty smart, dude. But like on camera and just in general, I like to be a jackass. So I like to just be.
Hey, listen, it's a video game. We're having fun.
I made a personality. I'm just being an idiot, and it's a good time. Because then no one expects anything of you, Joe. And then when you do something smart, they're like, "Wow, wow." I'll say one thing right about the game. People are like, "Nice breakdown." I'm like, "Thanks."
Nobody says that.
No, it's been a while. Yeah. It's been a while. I don't break stuff down anymore. I just leave that to you. I just sit here.
Good. That's
I
good.
Yap. I just yap the BS. I fill the silence, Joe, so then you can drop in the little knowledge nuggets. You love, who doesn't love a good knowledge nugget?
I love some nuggets.
Mixed in with your chicken nuggets. How many chicken nuggets do you think you could fit in your mouth? At one time?
At one time? 6?
Oh, double digits for you, for sure.
Oh, that's crazy.
I'm thinking at least 10. Simps thinking 20. Oh, wow. 20 bullets that I don't hit. Little Wendy there. He pops up, loses aim assist.
Just great strafe.
Yep. Sure.
Shotzi with the Halo strafe, huh?
Sure was. But we did see FaZe on this yesterday, and they kind of got beat up. We saw a different looking Vancouver Surge that just brought it to them. And this has been a map that FaZe have been solid at, but just not as of late with what the loss to Thieves and the loss to Surge. And now with the change to the map, they're looking for improvements here.
I mean, that guy's POV is just different. I don't know. He just went up a staircase, down a staircase, up a zip line.
At 40, I get tired watching that.
No, I actually did. I'm out of breath. But yeah, Seldian picked it up. So great job by him. Not a lot of shots, a lot of freedom in their spawn, but he's right back to the point, just trying to do what he can. But FaZe for now, just trying to pause the clock. While Pred, well, he's hunting.
He is out and hunting. And this is why you like to have this man just tuck away.
Yeah, yin and yang.
Annoy the opposition, and well, it's less annoying when you read that corner and Draza slides in and gets the kill. So then it just ends up being wasted time. BZ now, he's trying to get to work on the other side of things. Up, down, left to right, finding kills all night. BZ in your base, and well, can't quite get prone in time to stay up. Kenny will deal with it. Lives-wise, a little bit of an advantage here for FaZe. 35 seconds on the clock. They're trying to get this minute extension.
Wow, I mean,
Nice
Fred
shots.
snapped. Fred snapped there. I mean, he gets some help from Simp.
Yeah.
Gets some help. Still not done, though. Dashing right off the spawn, able to find a double. And they're able to trade out on a beast. He's still 30 seconds. FaZe still have to work this point. And we're down to 11 lives on both sides.
This is FaZe control sometimes. It's like objective second, kills first, it feels like. As a string of headshots come through, they take the advantage in the kills. They also get the minute extension, but not a whole lot of time. Minute 20 to go. Nice shots there from Abizi. That's just where he loves to get that right side lane.
Yeah, he's always like around this house.
Yep. Yeah, he'll be the one guy they'll send forward more often than not. Just kind of leave the other three to play a little bit more standard, but now Abizi looking to work the stairwell. He'll catch himself a freebie there. One more inside. He's ready for it. Needs probably one more bullet. He wins that, but a hop from Pred, able to take it down. Simp gets a call out from Abizi. He looks to get involved. That's a great nade there from Pred. Sim drops right onto it, hit to half HP immediately. Pred's eventually going to die, right? No, yeah, he finally falls, but he gets 3. A nice sequence there from Pred. But the problem is you only have one player left. The life advantage was over to FaZe. It's going to be all on Dashy now. The efficiency out of Pred, not quite enough. Dashy, treat it like an S&D round. Maybe you come up with a clutch, but not going to happen. FaZe. The battle of attrition goes their way.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, they kept the lives just close enough and, yeah, ended up winning the battle. But there was just a couple of gunfights, like the one on the Shotzi when he gets loose. I mean, finding Pred in that corner. You're in some spots if you're OpTic to, like, just have the life advantage and be annoying. It just FaZe just efficient to make sure that their base is clear.
Vibes high right now for FaZe. Draws and Simp there, all smiles, and well, feels pretty good probably when you're up 2-0 in the series, up 1-0 into control. Texas working on things and working to get it going in this round. We'll see if they can bring it back offensively now as they take their crack at it. So I think Simp's just waiting there for that play the entire time, right as he gives it up shots. Game of timing, that's what you'll see, but Simp just repositions, ends up finding himself Kenny in that sequence. Dashy ultimately will trade it out. Pred trying to do what we saw BC doing on the other side, but that's an AR playing deep. He's going to have to reevaluate his plan of attack. Shotzi, I thought that gunfight was going to get away from him, but nice kind of recentering and tracking there to take out Cell.
Well, Pred gets off the point here. I mean, you'd love to have, okay, well, they're going to pause the clock over towards B. It's going to be Kenny with Yatane. So now you have Shotzi and Pred in your base. The problem is, though, is they're spawning them, yeah, on top of Ken. Pred, though, just going to back it on up, and again, just stay on this point. But he'll hop off, just try to play his life.
Abizi, aggressive on the other end as we watch Pred lurk. It's Abizi that finds more success. Once again, Draza is able to sniff out Pred. Abizi now and kind of his hunting, a little more efficient than what we saw from Pred on the other side of it. 4 straight for him, up to 12 and 6. Trying to hit some pre-fires. Nade's in now to back him up, but he's just going to backwards sprint on out of there. Omni movement his way out over and take out another. He'll finally get shut down. And time becoming a factor now because you got, well, 1 tick and half a tick. And if it wasn't, it's going to be Simp.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, you look at probably the start of this run if you're OpTic. When you had Shotzi and Pred pushed up, like, it felt like they were a little bit all over the place because you had Kenny over towards B, one player was thinking A, they get off the A point, they end up spawning FaZe over at B. Just felt like they could probably have gotten that A objective done. Or at least pause the clock so they had more time to work with if this happened. Instead, now you are just spawn trapped.
Yeah, they are in trouble with this one right now. Not much time left to go. You're down 6 lives. Yeah,
well, I think Jen was 4-9 going into this, so he just doesn't find any success in the round.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact is right now, Atlanta FaZe are a better team than OpTic is right now, but it's still early with Pred back in the mix. You probably have to listen, even though you won a world championship together, it's still, they didn't have that much time on this particular title. The game has evolved a bit. This map in particular has changed. You got to get the comms locked back in, figure out how you want to play certain scenarios. And well, the fact is, this is a tough matchup to start it. I don't want to make excuses for him. It's just the reality of the situation.
It's what it is.
Yeah. That's why I was saying I just wouldn't feel that much pressure. You're going up against the best team in the game, just won a major. Try to take this as a learning experience and not get too frustrated by it, but FaZe trying to put him in a body bag with a 3-0-3-0. One more round, they'll close this out. It was what double neg from Dashy to map 1. Now Kenny having the struggles at 4 and 16. you're going to start the comeback. It has to start in this round or we are done. Jiraza, he's got another multi. You're immediately onto the point. You have a BZ kind of his spot right away. And Jiraza's letting him know because he's on 6 straight.
And this is just sort of like this is what FaZe always kind of defaults to. Yeah, just sell, just stay alive, put Jiraza on the point. A BZ gets pushed forward, try to get done with this A point to have the life advantage. Jiraza's now up to 7 in a row. Spot Shotzi in the window, ready for it, has the AR, snapping right now.
Yeah, he is snapping, he is shooting, that is for sure. BZ, after he got his multi kind of deep in the spawn of Texas, right back into it. Nice movement there, but couldn't quite finish off the shots. But they got their extension, they got a nice little life advantage. They're in prime position to now shut down this round. Jiraza is absolutely snapping. I say he wins that gunfight. Lordy, he's not even back to full yet, but he falls, and the FaZe boys, I mean, unlike yesterday, they're playing with some confidence today, but that's just, bro, that's this matchup. It's gonna bring out, maybe not always the absolute best, but damn near close to it.
Well, I think that's just, I mean, Surge was, they were lasering yesterday.
Surge is disgusting. Yeah, dude, I don't know what they were doing.
I saw that at the post stats, like Nasty's post-game stats were.
Oh, that's the best we've seen him this year, that's for sure. Yeah. He was unreal.
Excited to see more of them.
No, I am too. Like, that's what, I'm just wondering, was that, like, FaZe a little overconfident and flat, or was that all just Vancouver improving? It's so hard to tell, bro. Like, I don't want to down-talk Surge. I don't want to make an excuse for FaZe, but it's like, I don't know after one series. That's just not the result we expected. It's not, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. We're trying to close out the game right now with the second tick done, looking for the third. We're halfway there. BZ still eating. Jiraza finds a kill, and this map and this series is done, folks. Not much to chat about. FaZe give him an old-fashioned ass whooping, as OpTic just couldn't find any success over any of the 3 modes. And, well, listen, you got work to do. You expected to have work to do. Pred's back in the lineup, and I just think if you're a fan of OpTic, like, I wouldn't
give him time. Yeah,
just give him time.
Hey, losing is learning.
Absolutely, Joe. Losing is learning. Fact. Some VOD to watch and maybe what went wrong, but yeah, I mean, the fact is, FaZe just the better team right now. They're hot off that major win, and they looked very strong there. Tough one for Ken. I mean, damage-wise right there, that's usually how it looks, though. Like, someone gets bodied, but the damage is still there. BZ has himself a map, and yeah, you were talking about their default, what they like to get to offensively, and they just got it over and over again.
Yeah,
they really did.
And on the other side, again, for OpTic, I think, yeah, you probably go back and watch that offensive round. Like, there was a couple of chances where you just tell they weren't on the same page. They'll probably watch that over and fix it.
That's probably the #1 thing you're trying to fix, is just being on the same page when it comes to, like, comms and position on the map. Just like
certain situations.
Things being in sync and not as scattered as it probably felt for them. And I'm sure they're feeling it, and it'll get better day by day in scrims, but we will not be seeing a Hacienda or a Red Car. Was hoping this was a series that might go the distance. I was wondering just purely because, I mean, I think logically you thought FaZe would win this. The only thing that made me question it is kind of the series yesterday. If you took that series out of it yesterday, I'd be like, yeah, this is a FaZe win.
Well, I just thought, like, maybe with the vaults, like, maybe they, you know.
True, that's true. That's true.
Pred was shooting, which they were, but yeah, just FaZe a little bit too good right now.
A little bit too good, and yeah, they'll take that one 3-0 for our third match of the day. Desk, what are your thoughts on FaZe versus OpTic?
You guys are making excuses for because honestly, no, like, being serious.
Let them be real.
We're gonna open a dialogue about it. Like, Vancouver came in with Neptune on a week's practice and beat Atlanta FaZe. If this is OpTic's like trap card, bringing Pred back into the lineup, I expect them to be a little bit more competitive than that. I do understand that they haven't played together in a little bit, but in some of these moments, like, it's the same problems I saw early on, right? So, I don't know. They got to figure some out. They got to figure some out quick.
Is it a matchup thing? Can OpTic go to Game 5s regularly against Atlanta FaZe throughout the rest of Black Ops 6?
They should be. I feel like that's where the expectation kind of lies. The fact that, I think Ant put it really well, this was an extremely lackluster performance from the side of OpTic Texas, considering how high our opinions are of them.
Yeah, I picked them to win.
They also, like, they haven't been looking that good across the board. Their hardpoint's been taking a really big dip. Their S&D is either they are slamming teams or they're getting slammed. And then for control, they're #9 defensive team in the league right now. So loading out on this protocol, the way the offenses went were to be expected considering how bad their controls look when it comes to defense. But again, OpTic Texas, I mean, they were the favorite seed coming into Madrid when we were going into it. So it's kind of like,
I mean, listen,
is it a bad day?
Coming into this series, like, it's not like Atlanta have been world beaters in Hardpoint. Like, they were 5-5 in HP, right? So you come into that vault, you're thinking OpTic has a really good opportunity, and it's like you're all inside of a P1 on that last rotation. FAZE just runs in, immediately breaks a 4-man setup, and then flips. Then we get to this control, a protocol where OpTic does need to make some progression, 0-2 coming into the series on it, but we just saw Atlanta FAZE on this yesterday. Did not look great, right?
No.
What happens? Flip it around, and OpTic gets smoked. The chemistry doesn't look there. You don't answer any questions either because Kenny's performance, like, not good, right? A lot of OpTic fans kind of on his heels about his individual performance, and yeah, man, he's just adding kind of more to that fire by having a dud here in this control.
They get to marinate on it, but not long, because they've got another match to go on Sunday. OpTic will be back in action. Atlanta FAZE will finish week 1 at 1-1, but this was quite the meaningful 3-0 as they let the rest of the league know, yeah, it was just one map off.
Yeah, it's
one
a
match off against Vancouver.
It's a tough match going up against Atlanta FAZE. I understand that. I just expect a team of this caliber that won a ring to come out a little bit better. Come out a little bit better.
We welcome in the hazard in the mirror. Draza, how you doing, my guy?
I'm feeling great, man. Great 3-0.
Causing problems for OpTic once again. What is it about this matchup that gets you extra fired up?
I think just playing with Ken back in the day, playing OpTic, I kind of stole his whole thing, and I think I just can't be killed when I play those guys.
Jossa, this win is so unreal that, like, I would ask you about yesterday more than I want to ask you about today. Do you guys feel like you kind of just came out a little bit flat versus Surge? Not to take it away from them, but, I mean, you're our major winners.
Yeah, I think we definitely were playing a little slow in some situations yesterday, and I think we were also losing a lot more gunfights than we normally do. And I think if we come up flat against anyone in the league like that, they're going to be able to take maps / win. So I think, you know, for us today, we just had to lock back in, playing the big dogs, and take care of them.
Oh, yeah.
Josla, the control on S&E has been phenomenal, you know, throughout the major and coming into this split. The Hardpoint been up and down. How do you guys equal it out and become dominant at HP?
Yeah, I think just keeping our fundamentals correct and playing a full 10 minutes of those ideas that we have is big for us, because I feel like sometimes, like I was saying yesterday, we're playing a little too slow in certain situations and we're not being quick in some other ones. So it's kind of just trying to click and get it all to go together, because in the minor it happened and we were 7-1 at Hardpoint. So it's kind of trying to get back to clicking as a for the full 10 minutes.
FAZE has been pretty good at major 2s. How are you guys feeling about this one coming up? I was looking at your strength of schedule. It doesn't look too tough this time around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for LAN. I want that 3-peat, so that's what we're going for. I'm super excited and I'm super confident with the team that we have.